Oh, okay. Well, now you're a real chatter. You're actually chatting. What was your question? Which event was I the most anxious about? Or it would be the most anxious about? I think the one that we did right after the shooting was probably the spookiest one. I wasn't gonna do it initially because of everything, and I generally don't want to die. And but when I saw when like Elon and Trump Jr. and everybody started tweeting at me online, well, now I feel like if I stay home, I'm like giving in to the loser pressure. So that oppositional defiance kind of kicked in, and yeah, you're good. Oh no. Okay. Is it plugged into the stream? Oh, okay. Well, let me check, and then then we should be good to roll.
What are you doing? Are you not there?
On the loading screens.
Oh. Okay. That's fine. Have fun. I'll leave you to it then.
You can stay. It's fine.
Oh. What are you doing? Well, what are you doing though? No, like, what are you gonna do? Another one?
What?
Like another chamber thing?
Yeah.
Honey! I can show you what it looks like if you want.
Huh? I really need to play.
Alright, fine, don't worry about it. I don't care. Okay, I will leave and I don't wanna fuck this shit up.
You good. That's something.
Should I turn my camera on or no? You don't have to turn it on, but you can. Okay. Ooh. Oh, shit. They heard all my secrets. That's crazy. Big secrets. Oh, this is the album!
It's a remix.
Oh. I have it on Clone Hero. Charge my charger. Or controller.
What a great couple of songs.
I play them on Clone Hero.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
Superheroes. And before it was Night Vision.
Based.
But stuff on.
Happy Saturday!
Happy Saturday. Indeed. Indeed it is.
Did you have a good Saturday?
Yeah, it was cool. Chill. Some stuff. Dreaming.
Where can I get a Clone Hero guitar? On Amazon, actually. You can get like the Guitar Hero like Wii guitars or whatever, and then you get the adapter for the Wii. Like it's the Wii plug to USB or whatever. It's like a RalphNet adapter. I don't know if another company makes them by now, but yeah, you can just go to RalphNet, like the name Ralph, like Wreck-It Ralph, and then net, like the internet.
I believe you're on
It's fun.
screen, Peach.
Yo!
Put on Destiny
Hold on one sec.
event.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
That's right, isn't he going all over the West Coast or something? Did I ask you that?
Yeah. It was
No refunds.
it
I'm
was
so
Phoenix a
excited.
couple days ago. This is LA.
Refund is like maybe 10%.
And then you skip ahead to where it actually begins. It's already started.
I lost my. Oh, there we go. I will jump on the switcher. He's stuck in some traffic.
You heard okay?
I think we're gonna
Everybody?
give people
Zip
few
do a
more minutes.
giveaway?
I'm
I don't know
already
about that
7:03,
one.
So
Like, and what would
Yeah,
he give
it's something.
away?
we're still good. We're still humming.
Cool.
Don the Savior is out hunting
That's a
tables
Clone Hero
right now,
guitar.
but-
I mean, I think it's
What I
really
was
fun.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mics are
pretty
good. Audio
Mm.
okay? All right. Cool.
Yeah. So we'll give our debaters a little bit of time. I know everyone's waiting.
Have you been to a
everyone has
Pangburn thing
beverage?
yet?
Everyone's chill.
Yep.
Sorry, we couldn't get a
Haven't
liquor
come
license. In
Nice.
time.
in
We
my
called so
area.
many companies and like, so we have to do this last minute event. And
Wait, did you say yup or no?
I said no, they
Hear us
haven't come
out.
to my area.
Can you provide the
Oh.
alcohol outside the venue? One of them said, we actually can. We can set up like a portable bar as long as it's not on the property. And then people can walk in hammered, smashed, whatever. And then I was like, okay, that sounds like a workaround, but they were fully booked for obvious reasons. Yeah.
Do you want to make me
Any more debaters?
mod so I
logged
can
in?
get rid of your
We're
spam?
stuck in traffic.
No, it's good.
Because the bots
I
found
don't
you
care.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
More quizzes. I'm just curious.
Let them.
Okay, so most of you
Let
guys
the
here are from
clankers
like LA or the
speak.
LA area. Like if you're within an hour
Based.
drive here, raise your hand. Just check. The vast majority of people. Yeah. Okay. You don't need to clap for that. Okay. You guys jerk yourself off enough down here, all right? How many of you guys know, like in your immediate family, so mom, dad, brother, sister, or maybe like a really close friend who you feel is like totally like lost to the MAGA stuff? Do most of you guys have?
Me.
Do you think it got worse after like 2020?
If you
Or
give
do you
away
think
a
it-
Clone
you think
Hero
it- yeah?
guitar. Yeah. Maybe if I
I'm
paid, I
curious
would give one away.
for you guys. For you guys that argue, I guess the friends.
Got
that
worse
didn't
over
watch me
2020?
probably
What kind
argue
of
this a
question
little
is
bit.
that?
What are some of the most common arguments that you hear from them?
Like after
where
COVID.
you wish that you could just like have a silver bullet.
Yeah.
I can't give it to you. So if you're asking for one, I'm just curious. Like we're like, God, this thing comes up over and over again. What's the thing you hear most often? What about Joe? Oh, Joe Biden. Okay. What about Kamala? Me?
Immigration
Corrupt. The
and how
Jews.
he
Okay,
is. Everybody around the country is afraid of him, or around the world is afraid of him.
yeah. Okay, so I'm hearing the what about
He's a
is
great leader.
Dems did it first. Yeah. Okay. That was the
Exactly.
thing I kind of He's exaggerating. That's the thing I think we
He's
discussed
making
about
America
before,
great
the,
again.
The idea
Mhm.
that if they say the Dems have done a particular thing, then they have like infinite justification to do basically whatever they want. It's a very annoying tactic. I find that they break out a lot. But
That's kind of like if your like little brother like flicks you on the face like that, you can just start beating the shit out of him. It's kind of that rule.
a little bit. Well, except he didn't even flick you. You just tell mom and dad he flicked you first. And it's basically where we're at right now.
You bite your own arm, you know that trick, and then Mom, he bit me. I used to do that one. Anyways,
We find out he's an only child. No, I'm just kidding.
okay, well, Yeah. Anyways,
Do you,
okay.
of the friends that you have that are like MAGA, if everybody knows a MAGA person, do any of these people care about the Epstein stuff anymore, or have they all kind of moved on, or?
BJB Company, if your
I
mic
haven't-
level was lower a bit to match the overall harmony, bro, I don't
Does it
know
make-
What about
what to tell
for
you
the people that? Okay, for the people who know like the MAGA
Wait,
people.
I can turn
the
this
My
down.
ones that
mic
younger,
is
so it might
like
be higher
this
than
far
normal.
away
How
from
many
me,
of
by
them
the
No, no,
way.
yeah,
are
I
thinking
just have
about
turned
the
you
Jews a
down,
lot?
but
Like,
No,
hands
you're
up, I'm curious
fine.
if you have friends that are kind of.
is that better?
Okay, wait. If you have your hands
Talk,
up, keep them up
Peach.
for a second. I'm just curious. Can you keep
Talk,
your hands up
Bart.
if they're very critical
Hello.
of like the Trump Israel thing?
All right.
No. Test.
Y'all tell
1,
me.
2,
Maybe,
3.
not
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Cool. Thanks, Kev.
I feel like that was one of the most painful things for Fuentes and them was to watch Trump be literally the biggest Netanyahu Israel sucker I've
Ne-
ever seen, more than like Brianna Wu, who's like the biggest Israel champion of all
Nobody
time.
knows how to milk the Trump cow like Netanyahu.
True.
Handing him we thought
true.
you deserve the
the
Nobel Peace
Nobel Peace-
Prize.
oh my God.
Here's the letter. Netanyahu's a genius for doing that.
He's not a genius.
Wow.
He's just manipulating. And
Yeah, it's not
Well-
like
Not much
it's not it's not
He's a
smart. It's like some
genius.
incredibly like intelligent thing. No, this
No,
is like the
Netanyahu-
obvious dick sucking thing, and that's all you're gonna do.
He won the lottery,
Yeah,
basically.
but I think a
Kind
lot
of,
of
yeah.
That's
I think
it.
a lot of people would say like, you know, you
There's
should take
nothing
the
else to
higher
it.
road with Trump and try to be like stern and be like.
Who says
I
that?
gotta-
I say that. I don't think anybody else says that. But
Wait, I
that problem is
think I
if you're the
have
one
my
guy that's
charger
trying to take
somewhere.
the high road and everyone else kind of like
Where'd
suckers
I put
out,
it?
then you're kind of left holding the bag, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Do any of your friends that talk? Well, I guess we'll have some debaters up. I don't want to give away the whole game, but have you guys, for the people that MAGA friends, what do they say about like the crypto stuff, like Trump coin?
Or I'll just grab my other controller.
Hmm.
I'm grabbing my other
okay.
controller.
True. Okay. Jeez. True. The Pelosi insider trading. That's a big one. Yeah. Do any of them watch Fox News or do they watch no mainstream media? TikToks, Reels,
Joe Rogan only.
Joe Rogan only. Okay.
Mr. Peanut.
How many of you guys have heard of Adam 22 Studio and Podcast? Any fans in here for him? Let's go. Okay, clap. There we go. Okay, thank you. Good
Oh,
job. It's over here in the corner. Great guy. Great
Adam
guy.
22. Anybody know that
One
guy?
thing before we get started, I just want to invite you all to join the Pangburn
Cool guy,
Discord
maybe.
server. We have good faith, helpful debates and conversations happening all the time on our Discord server, and everyone's welcome. We have people from all around the world. We have Muslims, Jews, Christians, atheists.
Why do they have
left-wing,
religions matter?
right-wing,
Okay.
people. It's a more mature experience than some other Discord servers. Not saying
Thank you,
anything bad about
FPan69
Discord server.
for the
I'm sure
follow.
it's fantastic. Yeah, I
Okay.
invite you all over. And make sure you subscribe at Pangburn. Check out some of our recent debates. Check out the greatest vaccine debate of all time. You will laugh, you will cry. It's very. And then also check out our most recent God debate between Alex O'Connor and Dinesh D'Souza, because Alex O'Connor is quite the rock star. He's kind of our atheist champion right now at Pangburn.
Oh, I like
He's
that
our,
guy. Maybe I
political
should go.
champion right now. So.
Well, I'm an
rock and
atheist
roll.
too, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
we got to get some God debates rolling then.
No, I'm good. Never mind.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't want to do the God debate thing, but cool. Well, I think we should get rocking and rolling. We've had some debaters roll in here, and I don't know exactly who is who just yet. Let me get my.
Well, he's looking at that. How many of you guys in here watch Adam Mockler?
Oh my god, I know that guy.
Okay. How
We
many
watched
watch
him the other
David
day.
Beckham? Okay, a
Yeah.
lot of, oh, okay, more over here than over there. Are there any like Vosh fans in here? Man, we're okay. There's a
One.
couple of you. Okay. Any Hassan
I miss
watchers here? Not
Vosh.
hate watchers. Doesn't count.
One.
Okay, kind of. All right. A couple. Man, who else is there? Oh, what about Brian
It's just switch
Telecom?
controllers because you couldn't find a charger.
Okay, there we go.
Well, the
any of
charger's
you
in
that
my
watch, like,
room.
video
I'm
game
just too
stream stuff
lazy.
anymore? Like pro gamers
Okay,
or
to
video
walk
game
across
anything?
the-
Man, we're losers.
Okay.
I hate this
Okay,
controller, so I
okay.
actually might.
Yeah, it's
Became the man I
annoying as
I
shit.
hate this.
All right. Well, if you're ready to rock,
Yeah, go.
Like at that point, just take it
Baron,
out of
are you here
the
yet?
holder and just hold
Baron,
it
you're debating
like
today.
separate
No?
hands.
Charlie.
You
That's
know
more
what? I
comfortable
actually
for
do
me,
that
at least.
sometimes.
Charlie,
That's a great
you ready?
idea. I do that all
Rock
the
and roll.
time.
Okay, everyone, please welcome to the stage, Charlie.
I'll try it.
Charlie,
Oh, yeah.
holy
Keep
shit,
going,
back from the
keep going,
dead.
Keep it going. Keep it going for
Same
Charlie.
Debating
Yeah.
Charlie?
Oh, the holy man himself.
Oh, that's
We're not
not.
original, I guess.
That's not Charlie Kirk. Oh, they got me.
Damn.
Fix that. How's it going? How you doing?
I baited.
Good. How's everyone going?
They're
Is it
Trump's
moist
border in
critical?
California, Southern California.
Maybe.
Well, so what happened is.
Can you pull the
California moist critical.
Okay.
Hello.
The real moist is
So,
from Tampa.
well, I had an argument
Oh yeah, that's right.
a few months ago, and that's when I got the ticket. And, okay, so I never did. I'm a musician. So
Wait, what do you
usually,
play for music?
Drums.
Okay.
Ew.
What kind of-
It hardly even
What
counts.
genre?
Ew, what do you
everything
mean,
on the
ew?
drum.
It barely even counts.
All right. Okay.
Being a musician.
Drummers are
musician,
hotties.
Yeah.
I love drummers.
That's okay.
And so I kind of wanted to first kind of check in, like, from these debates, how's it going?
It's a very broad question. You want to?
How
I
do
can
you
answer
feel?
broadly.
How do you feel like the progress from what you're trying to achieve from them, and from where you started, and where you are now?
I feel pretty good about them. I think that when it comes to talking about debate and having debates, I think that there's a lot of different types of debates that you can have. I think there's a lot of different things that people are after.
Yeah, like what is
and I think
the
you can have a lot of
question?
effects in like different
What is
areas.
he
on
supposed to
different
answer
people.
even?
I was just
So,
asking
very
how he's
general,
doing.
but, for instance, like some people like to have the super TikTok clip farmy debates, regardless of how I feel about them. They're effective. When people hear those snappy one-liners, everybody laughed when Ted Cruz said we need to stop bullying pedophiles. I think was his the misspeak, the epic misspeak. That he
Yeah, wait, does everybody didn't see that? Oh,
No.
Ted Cruz need to stop. Just an insane. Oh my god,
With
that's
the
it.
government shut down and the
Okay, I
country
guess
more
we're gonna
divided
see the Stephen Colbert
than
like
ever,
clip of it. But
America needs a hero. Someone brave enough to bring this fractured nation together with a simple,
oh my
unifying
god, can you just play the
message.
freaking clip?
How about we
please?
all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
Thank you,
Ted.
Cruz.
Did he not notice?
No, he didn't notice. Nobody like corrected him, unfortunately.
How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles? Senator Booker.
Yeah, just nobody said anything about it because I mean everybody kind of got what he was like trying to say, but it's just a
Yeah, I get that.
brutal,
That's so
brutal
funny.
misspeak.
And then sometimes
Incredibly
in front of the congressional
unlucky.
hearings, you've got
But yeah, that's what he's bringing
the
up.
misspeak, the epic misspeak that he had recently.
That's
but
great.
And then sometimes in front of the congressional hearings, you've got the people that hold the posters and try to get the clips right. That works. Long form debates I think are cool if the people are really well informed. You can get really into subjects. Seeing people debate I think is good because there's like the idea of two people being able to still talk. There's something that happens there, some like common denominator that has to be created in order for the conversation to happen. Sometimes at like the very, very end of dead relationships, it's not when they're fighting, it's when they totally stop talking to each other that it's like completely hopeless. So I think as long as people are still arguing, it's good. More personally for me, I think just because of the size of my audience and the size of the audiences I reach,
People
I can
still
kinda do
argue,
anything and
right?
still get positive feedback. So it's hard to
Really?
figure out like what works. Like sometimes in really aggressive debates, I'll get people that email me and they'll say like, hey, like I'm glad that you're a voice out there that makes me feel sane. Sometimes when I'm nicer, I'll get people that email me and say, hey, I like that you didn't trash this dude and it made me feel like you were willing to hear my point of view. So yeah, I mean, there's a little bit out there for everything. Yeah, it's kind of broad, but
Okay, well, so I had the greatest argument on earth.
Okay.
And I was excited for it. I bought the
Oh, I'm
ticket.
sure it was.
A week before this event, they sent me an email with a bunch of rules.
Hey, is he just turning this into story time, or is he actually gonna start debating? Because this is just.
okay.
And to me, it made
Hey,
no sense.
it's
'cause for
only
me,
a second
I had
question,
a way
though.
of how I could prove
So-
the Earth is flat. I had it. No, I'm not.
Oh.
even
What?
Sense, because for me, I had a way of how I could prove the Earth is
Is it
flat.
flat earther?
Okay,
or is
so
he just like
it's exactly what I
like,
said. He's
trying
just
to,
telling
like,
a story time, and he was gonna prove why flat Earth is like.
I had
I
it.
think.
No, I'm not even joking.
Just
I'm
calm
Not
serious.
even
down.
joking.
It's
How do you
okay.
prove the Earth is flat? Why not?
Well, this was what was wrong is that it's round like a plate, and when you walk across, you flip over.
Okay.
And but then I
Wow.
get an email, no bad faith arguments, and I was like, what is that? I don't even know what that means. And like
And
I
he
put
still
the
doesn't
words
know.
together, but I didn't know the actual definition. And I was like, this is ridiculous, because the only way you can have a Trump argument and debate is in bad faith. So the fact that you're putting those rules on me, because my only point of evidence was I was going to Catalina Island, and the boat, I knocked my head, woke up 30 minutes later in Shanghai, China.
That's so annoying.
But obviously that's not
not
true,
even a
but
Trump
that's why you
guy.
have to debate like that.
Yeah, what?
Or you heard
So why is he
somebody that
here?
happened to. And so
This
it
is
was
what
like
happened at
within
my
the
Pink Burn
rules,
event too. It just
and-
annoys the fuck out of me.
The one you're at, right?
Yeah, it's just like people
Yeah.
that come up and they're like,
Well, I don't really
why
like
are
Trump, but-
people this way? Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking, and if I was a Trump person, I would say this, and it's like, holy
That is-
shit,
and that
this
is just
isn't
not
for
the
you.
point.
Get the fuck out of here. I
Yeah.
didn't come to this to watch. What? Oh my god, sorry, I'm triggered. It's
No,
fine.
yeah, I mean, makes sense.
Think about when athletes were doing
Let me get my
steroids.
charger.
You can be honest and not do steroids, but everyone else is, so you just look like a little bitch.
I'm assuming you're making a broader point that it's hard to have like good faith conversations because everybody else kind of is not after that, or are we really just talking about using steroids for sports?
Well, I'm using that as an
Sure.
analogy, but what I'm kind
Oh,
of
it was an
getting at is that
analogy.
You can't debate
Oh.
Trumpers or Republicans and actually expect to influence their mind, because they're either really dumb or they're doing it in bad faith. And what you got to do if you're trying to really reach them is first earn, in a sense, the friendship and the general shared community experience. We still get along. And then when you're comfortable with them, you earn their trust. Then you're start being oh, you know what? This is what I believe in. It's a whole art to talking with dumb people. Not even dumb, but I'm dumb. It's I'm a drummer.
True.
Fuck yeah.
I mean,
Right,
and
though.
so
And I know that, so I know who to listen to. I know when people kind of what I like about you is you read the primary source. And so it's okay, I'm not doing that.
Wait, so
but
he's
I
just a
can trust
fan,
you
and
to do it.
he's literally just a fan, and he's coming on to Glaze. What the hell? Why was he allowed
But a
in?
lot of people don't realize that. So you're not going to actually really reach them with this. You have to act in a little bit of bad faith. And I got a couple of examples from when I see you debating like those college students.
Sure.
Where-
Real quick, can I just address what you said before? I think I
You missed it. This guy's literally, he's just a Destiny fan and he's on the glaze. Oh my god.
Like my donut?
Yep, exactly like your donut.
probably agree. The best way to change somebody's mind is to
Where'd you get the donut from? At Duncan?
Your mom? No, it's
Oh.
Krispy Kremes.
Okay, better.
really be like one of
That
their
was the right answer.
closest friends, and
Yeah.
then over time you have conversations, and like any friend group is going to pick up slang and vernacular, or they'll pick up ideas or memes, or they'll pick up eventually political beliefs or ideologies like that. That definitely happens. I think that there are different ways that things can plug in at different stages, though, even if you're not directly related to that process. So like if you have a friend and it's somebody that you talk to and you kind of argue with over time, who's a close friend, it's nice to know the arguments. So sometimes like watching, whether you go to school or watch a debater or watch a YouTube documentary or whatever, like having the information in your head, I think can kind of help you along that process as well, even if the debater guy himself isn't the one who's actually moving the person, you know?
Yeah, I see that. And I guess what I was kind of coming at when I thought it'd be worthwhile getting some FaceTime was to show you, like, really demonstrate when you're on the street, when you're traveling the country, like the
He literally just wanted to talk to Destiny. He's a fan. It's just, oh man. It's gonna be
real kind
cringe.
of things you have to deal with. And in the process of that,
Whoever would do that.
at this time, it doesn't seem to be working. And for example, like when I saw the college students, there might be some places like I can understand the love of a sport and seeing debating as just like, some verbal or like mental sparring. So I get that. But what I'm saying is like people get hung up on trends. And it is something kind of big that you can't ignore. Like logically, I agree with you that, there's so many problems out there. I mind my own business, you mind yours. Like I kind of get that, but I have a housemate that he refuses to mess with a lady unless he knew her since they were children or she's a mother. Otherwise, she's a man.
Otherwise, she what?
She's a man.
What?
Okay.
According to him.
What?
That's how.
Oh, that's
this-
like a trans thing.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
how
okay.
prevalent it is in people's minds. I'm not
Oh.
saying- and so what I'm getting.
This is oh my god.
Do you get what
this
he's
is
saying?
trans. Yeah, but it's just
It's a horrible way of saying it, but
When you try to like brush it over, like how many, it doesn't really have that effect. Where you kind of got to just make it American. If you're trying to talk to and reach these dumb people, you got to kind of make it American and sexy. Where you got to go in with that, like, you know what? As long
Thank
as you
you
don't hurt
so much.
nobody,
He
I
needed
don't
this.
mind.
He needed
You
to
do what
hear
you need
this.
to do. I'll do what I need to do.
Yeah,
All
for real.
Coexisting.
we all
And then a
needed
little
this.
Gospel. Be like, and who am I to cast the first
Like-
stone? Where
Send him an
if-
email.
I don't know what it's like to want pussy so much that you lop off your own wiener, just so you got your own.
What?
And that way, if you're in like LA traffic,
this guy's so
Alright.
funny.
wait, and
Yeah, I mean, like I understand what you're talking about in terms of
Is he getting
types of arguments and things
clapped
that
off
can
the
work, but
stage?
I guess what I would say is
Oh
that
my god.
like no single
This
vote
is that's
determines
retarded. Yeah,
an election, generally
yeah,
speaking,
pretty
but
much.
if everybody has that mindset,
That made me
you
go.
lose like kind of the power of your vote. I think that like one debate or one argument or one
Made me
YouTube video or
gone.
one discussion with a friend or one real life experience of a person generally isn't enough to totally change somebody's point of view. But I think it kind of takes everybody working together to make that happen. I think Republicans have done really good at this. Like they've done so, it's intentional. They've done so much like double speak and double play to where they'll simultaneously make it sound like things are hopeless. I make this joke a lot. Like I think it's 70 to 80% of conservatives still believe that the 2020 election was rigged, but that didn't discourage any of them from voting in 2024. There's something amazing
Yeah,
that's happening
they
there.
just
Discouraged my mom
where
from voting.
These people believe that Democrats are widespread rigging elections.
Well, but she is that what made her not vote? Really?
Mhm.
Oh, I guess it worked for not enough people, but I guess for some people it worked.
They still go out and vote,
Jeez.
or that they
Yep.
think that the Biden crime family is the most criminal family
She's
ever.
also
but
not
when
MAGA
Biden gets
anymore, though,
criminal
so-
immunity due to Trump,
Well, yeah,
not a
exactly.
single conservative really
So-
cares about it. They're not really afraid of it. So I think that Republicans have been playing this game for a long time, where a whole bunch of them, from top to bottom, from talk radio to mainstream media to alternative media to leaking into the comedian world to the Gamergate world and everything else, they've been like playing this like 700 front war constantly. And especially after the last election, I think liberals like super woke up. They kind of did in 2016. We all owe that screaming girl an apology. Okay, she had no idea how right she was. And then even
True.
in 2021, it really wasn't as much as it should have been, honestly, against a guy like that, especially after everything. And then in 2024, I was like, Jesus, something is like super broken. And I think too often we want to look for a simple solution to any problem. We want to look for like one thing we can do. But the reality is that conservatives are so far ahead in so many different ways, and they've been like fighting this war on so many different fronts that for us to catch up, I think we also kind of have to start pushing back on a lot of different fronts. And like having a friend and convincing him is good, but like all the other stuff I think is probably good and necessary as well. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying it's not necessary, but I'm saying to actually do some like serious damage for like unfucking America.
Mm-hmm.
And like another thing is Christianity. That's another one that gets hung
unfuck
up on.
America.
They're not really Christian. What they're doing doesn't follow the gospel. And
They
so,
are-
but you still
oh
gotta
my
say,
God,
oh,
not this
I'm a
again.
Christian.
Oh,
It's
brother.
operating in bad faith. So
really
it's
think you're gonna be
okay,
able to
I think,
convince him
operate
with
that faith
this?
back and be like,
You're not actually
yeah,
a
yeah, I'm a Christian too,
Christian.
like, because I do believe in the gospel. But then you kind of have to like
Actually, Jesus
their
was
mind a bit.
socialist.
and go do like, oh man, yeah, my favorite verse, da 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 da. What is it, like John 35:11? I believe the shortest verse in all of biblical history, where it's only 2 words: Jesus wept. And from that kind of shows.
I'm sure it's a
it
one-word
more, speaks
verse.
such volumes
Gotta
of
be
meaning.
right.
Tacoma
where
wept,
you
actually.
know, Jesus is on the same
So
plane as
true.
us with that emotional distress and that heaviness of existence. And it's also
I love that
thought-provoking
guy.
because if Jesus wept,
Yeah,
did he
that's-
come too?
He's so
Yeah.
funny.
What did he say?
All right.
And that heaviness of existence. And it's also thought-provoking because if Jesus wept, did he come too?
Bro, this guy is
All right.
I don't.
treating
oh,
this
yeah.
like a
Final thought.
stand-up.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with what you're saying. The only thing I would
This
change
is not-
is
this
you
is
don't have
not
to
a
frame
s-
it necessarily as cynically.
this is
I think,
not
right?
bro,
Like it's not.
bro,
It doesn't have to
please
be
get
like
off
the
the
super
stage.
subversive bad faith process. You could also just like be a good Christian and like talk to your other Christian friends and kind of like move them in a better direction as well. You know, like one thing that I bring up a lot when I hear religious people talk about religion when it comes to politics is religion is always kind of used as this exciting weapon that they can wield to further whatever their personal beliefs or desires are. And I never hear it used in kind of like a restraining way. You know,
Like,
where it's like
congrats, you
like
got
I
to
use the
talk to
illegal immigrant
Destiny,
example,
and
you
we
know,
all
for
had to
somebody say,
listen
"Man,
to
there's a
it."
lot of
Yeah,
illegals here,
you
it's a
did
criminal
it.
system, but you know,
Accomplished his
in the
goal.
Bible, we have to take care of our fellow neighbor. You never hear anybody
So
use their
fucking
religion in
annoying.
like a restraining way. It's always used to like galvanize support in some aggressive manner. So I agree.
Like,
generally
I
with what you're
still
saying. I
remember
don't
the
think it has
2
to have, like,
people
the
that were at my
super,
event that
you
were
know,
actually
orthodox,
pro-Trump.
malevolent secret tinge to it. But
Only
I do agree. Yeah.
tinge.
I'm saying then you might as well like change the name.
I
of
mean,
it
and
to,
I
this
went out
isn't-
to dinner with one of them.
you know, like
Nice.
no
It was
kings,
really
no
cool.
fuck America.
Yeah.
What you're really saying, because as a debate, it's more of a
I
sport.
mean, this one's in
and
California,
not
so
gonna
I guess
really
it's
undermine it all
probably
by
hard
say,
to
like,
find
fuck
them,
Trump,
but
because that's what
like,
it's
jeez,
saying.
come
'Cause if
on.
you really wanted to
Tell me
unfuck
there.
America,
Tell me
there's
there.
only one
There's
way.
gonna be some, right?
They
Only way possibly you
exist.
can do it.
Yes.
What's bro on about? Yeah, we don't know either. Maybe gone.
We're going with
no
it.
clue.
That's how you change the name. But the only way, if you
Christianity plus
His
flat
brain
Earth
be
plus
Get it?
your jokes. Yeah, exactly.
really
True.
wanted to do it, is honestly you'd have to run me for president with one campaign promise.
Oh my
and
God.
this is using my Supreme Court appointed
Is it gonna be
executive
your girlfriend's for
ability and
everybody or
power as
something?
president to force Joe Biden, like a dog, behind the Resolute desk and govern the nation. And if anybody has a problem
What?
with it, they can talk to me. And meanwhile, me and Vice President Hunter Biden, all we're doing is smoking crack rock and fucking some.
All
some-
right.
Wow.
Let's put our hands together for Charlie. Thank you for coming up here,
thanks,
Charlie.
And
bro.
fucking some
Thanks.
Great
What?
run. He had a great run. We gotta agree.
Wow.
And he looks fly
This
tonight.
guy.
He looks fly.
So
Do
funny.
we
and
have
so
a?
cool.
Oh, by the way, the
Penguin
Penguin
is so
dialectical rules.
Canadian.
All these rules he was talking
Yeah.
about. So by good faith, I simply mean sincerity of intentions. If you Google good faith, it's going to talk about sincerity of intentions. So you got to have sincere intentions to have a good conversation on the Penguin stage. Jordan Peterson, Dinesh D'Souza, all these guys have to agree to this, and then you also have to agree to be helpful. And then in the dialectical sense, being helpful in the debate sense would be if your interlocutor is struggling a little bit to deliver the strongest form of their argument, you help them to do that. You reach out and help them do that, so you know you're contending with the
Yeah.
strongest form of their argument, not only by their standards but by your standards as well.
Wow.
So those are the Penguin dialectical rules: good faith and helpfulness.
Amazing.
Christian Fan, are you in the house now?
Yeah.
Yes, come on up. Put it together for Christian Fan.
This one will be good.
He's
I
looking
have
nice.
hope.
He's got his
Will
army
it be?
green jacket
Will it
on.
be
Go
though?
ahead.
Christian?
Shake
I
the
hope.
hand of
It's gonna
destiny.
be boring. Somebody's going for
Also,
Christian
in case you were
arguments.
wondering in that last debate, that guy was the average drummer for a band. So
Yep.
about what they're all
They're all like
That's
that.
so true,
But
actually.
saying
He
that,
was.
I've been following your career since like 2010, so it's kind of insane to talk to you.
And talk. None of these people can talk into a fucking mic. And nobody know how a mic works? Does nobody know how these mics
We should
work?
just get off.
You
because
talk into
apparently
it. You point it at your
Did you
mouth and you
hear
talk into it.
cool. 2010.
He's been a fan for
Ustream,
10 years.
Livestream,
Yes.
Okay.
Why is this?
All right.
Yes, I'll,
Nice and close to the mic.
Oh, yeah, close to the
thank you.
microphone.
Right
Yeah.
on that thing.
Okay.
yeah. So I've been.
No, no,
I've been
no,
watching-
not just close. Talking into it. So if he's gonna be facing Destiny, then point the mic so it like is pointing at a 90-degree angle into your mouth.
Like you stream the days, and then you transitioned like to Justin TV, then Twitch, and then you got screwed by that owned company.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Still
Well, what's
doing
up? What do you
it.
hear?
Still doing it.
So I just want to talk about Trump's versus Biden's
That's what I'm talking about. You can't just be with your mouth close to the mic. It needs to be facing the mic.
policy versus China. So I think that overall, I think I understand why Trump is trying to do tariffs and all these crazy economic policies. I think it's mostly to bring back manufacturing from the world and to change everything and
Yeah, everybody
to
knows
support
that.
China in a way.
Yep.
So I don't think that is necessarily a wrong
So
decision,
smart.
from Trump, but I don't think it's like it's not a wrong idea to bring back. those
Sorry, I feel like
things,
a
but
bitch. I'm gonna
also,
stop.
not a economically
Nothing wrong
wise
with
idea at the same time.
Okay, this is how I would approach this. Okay, so let's zoom out first, okay?
Yeah.
If I wanted to fight with China, I feel like the first thing I would do is I would shore up my economic alliances with my most important trading partners. So
Yes.
in our case, it would be Canada and Mexico.
Mhm.
Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Trump has been a disaster as far as that goes, right?
Yeah, but Biden has as well too. So.
In what comparable way?
Oh,
So
Okay,
there's
I'm
things
fine.
like-
I'm
so I work
fine.
in semiconductor.
I like this guy.
Biden did it too.
So I'm an engineer in that field. So one thing Biden did, what that was absolutely crazy, was banning the AI chips export to China. What that did was it essentially incentivized the private and public industry to work together and to make their own alternatives and their own supply chain. So now we have a bunch of $1 billion of China public government invested making these chips, making their own supply, and then getting separate from the U.S. And then Biden pretty much gave them an incentive to actually do that. So
How does if we tariff all of China, how does that not give them an incentive to literally just do that with every single thing though?
I mean, I don't
because Trump good.
I don't agree with the tariffs in general, but
I'm just saying, if I was to compare one policy for the other, it feels like that would be that on crack. Like what Trump is doing with tariffing every single thing would just make it so China could do every single thing, right? Like they would just onshore all their manufacturing, whatever that means.
yeah, but I think I don't know if you heard, but recently Trump he's kind of loosening those export restrictions.
They're loosening and tightening all the time. It's hard to know.
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
actually, right?
But I feel like Trump is he's more willing to do more business friendly. He's more willing to not in tariff way, but more willing to do business with China in a way, because he's
Oh, thank you, Trump, for doing business with China. That's awesome. I didn't have to bail out chip
making
manufacturers.
sure that we can
Did
sell
we
chips to China, which
buy
is
part of
our
Intel
industry.
under Biden?
Making sure that that China is more dependent on our silicon too.
Well, so do we want? So then, are we trying to compete with China? Or are we trying to work with China? Because I don't
Like
know.
the
now. I
soy
feel like
farmers, yeah.
Both, you can
Exactly.
do both.
if we're selling them all the stuff that they need to continue to grow their own, manufacturing and high-level tech stuff, how is that hurting them?
It's
Like if it was hurting them so much, wouldn't they just put an import restriction on it?
well, that's it. So there's things called the private companies in China, the Alibabas. Are you aware of them? Like the Tencents and
I'm unfortunately aware of Tencent.
Yeah, they're private, but they're also
Yeah, they have a lot of
They
leaks.
do have a
Yeah,
lot
large
of-
companies usually have. I think some state
cross with
partly
with
SEO,
state,
partly
or-
Chinese involvement with some of these, right?
yeah, but most of them they don't want to do they didn't originally want to do their own investments into their own chips, because it's a very high intensive research and development cost, right? You can't just I'm gonna make my own AI chips, that's very expensive to do, right? You have to hire everyone, do all that capex spending. So they were okay with buying American chips, and for a lot of big companies in China, they just buy American chips because it's just more convenient for them to do. But now with Biden doing the export policy, he's basically giving them okay, this is something the U.S. can do, and they're willing to do, and they're willing to go beyond regular trading policies, and
Okay.
and no Chinese companies can depend on U.S. silicon.
I guess
I don't
the
even know what
thing
he's
I
trying
just
to
am not
say.
understanding from this position is whether or not you want to work with China and sell them
Turned
chips
out-
or not sell them chips. It feels like the Trump position you
Understandable.
like because we're being more adversarial towards
Even though I've been
China.
complaining
But now
about
you're saying you didn't like Biden's
wanting
position
this
because
type
he
of
was
guy
adversarial in
on.
this way, but you think by being adversarial.
I mean, this isn't
he's
even that
actually
type of
more,
guy. This guy's a
It's-
fucking Destiny
so
fan.
the difference
He's
is
doesn't even know what he's talking
Biden
about.
did was he
I
banned the
guess.
entire trade of the H100 chips from NVIDIA.
Sure.
But what Trump is doing, he's saying, okay, you can sell to China, but we get a cut of that revenue, which is a good idea because now we can use the revenue to reinvest into America infrastructure. So it's not a
Is that
I don't
happening?
know if the revenue, the cut that we're getting there is necessarily worth it. There's a top-down world where I can see this happening, but the issue that I have is that I don't see. So like I said before, the first thing I would say is you shore up economic alliances. The second thing would be
He just said, "Oh, we can do that so we can invest in American infrastructure." That's not happening under Trump, so it doesn't matter what the heck anything you're talking about because it's not what's going on. All that shit's being defunded. So
you
no.
isolate China in strategic ways. And then the third way would be that you make investments in industries, or you help your friends make investment in industries that would also be threatening towards whatever it is you want to try to inhibit from China or inhibit China from doing. I feel like Trump doesn't have any kind of top-down cohesive view of anything. So even when he might make accidentally the right move, it's hard to even give him credit for it because it's not part of a more comprehensive plan. It might be rolled back immediately. I feel like do you feel do you genuinely feel like in 1 to 2 years that America is going to be better positioned against China because of what Trump has done compared to what Kamala or even Biden 2.0 would have done?
So it's hard to say because there's no one answer for economics. Things were it's not we did this, it did that, blah blah blah. Right? It's not gonna be a linear path.
Oh,
What Biden
But it's
did
meta.
was more insane because I don't think it's ever happened in history
Biden's
of trade in China where
worse.
you're banning a company from doing a trade, and that's something this is a very important product they're selling to them. And now you made all the Chinese companies, you made the government realize they cannot depend on U.S. anymore for anything. So they have to do it, even though their chips right now are inferior. They have to do it no matter
Yeah,
what.
but I'm sure they were probably working towards it anyway, right?
putting tariffs
They
on makes them do that. Maybe also think that as well that they can't rely on anything from the U.S. Maybe. why they're now doing a lot more business with other countries that used to be our allies, and now they're like doing a lot more shit with China. But okay.
But it was not as intense before the.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's an inevitability, like, why not accelerate the time? Like, if we're assuming that this is like the way to go, like, shouldn't America just be investing in their own chips and continuing on that road?
It would be nice to do that, but at the same time, a lot of these semiconductor companies in America, a lot of the revenues come from China. So if you aware of a company called Qualcomm?
Qualcomm? Oh yeah, they make a Snapdragon chip.
Qualcomm, like the
Yes,
skater
okay.
brand
so
or
something
whatever.
Like 60
Not that
of the
one.
revenues from China. So
Qualcomm,
if you're saying
I
no
think.
trade with China, you're basically bankrupting that company. So
Yeah, but I mean, but like this is like the problem though, right? Is the idea that somehow America has to stand alone and be this like monster for manufacturing and everything else, but then also we want to go to war with every single country on the planet.
Yeah,
And, like you talk about like how painful it might be to cut off access to China. How painful is it for all of our exporters that are facing tariffs around the world now as a result of Trump tariffing everything else?
like,
right?
I don't agree with tariffs. I think tariffs are bad in general.
Sure.
I
Well,
think
it's the cornerstone of Trump's economic
Yeah.
policy, so it's hard to be critical of those
But
who
he's
support him in his
but
policies
he's saying
generally.
that Trump is somehow better than Biden. He disagrees with tariffs. It's doesn't make
I'm
any
trying to
sense.
say, like, I don't support every 100% of all of Trump's policies. I think most of them are.
I need to
Well,
turn
I
this
mean,
shit
he
up. I
supports
can't
all
hear
of
this
them.
fucking guy.
Reality. I think I'm more. I'm
Well, so,
more-
so you mentioned from a business perspective. Okay, so
Yeah.
what do you, in my opinion, there's one word I'm thinking of, like the most important thing that you can have as a business. Is more important than anything else. What would you think? What would you guess I'm thinking?
free trade.
No,
Customers.
that's 2 words. But
Yeah.
no, actually, not even free trade. It's stability, right? I want to know if I
Ah.
invest in something, is it
Yeah.
going to be there in 5 years? I want
I'm
to know
right.
if there's going to be like.
Well, that is kind of what, like you said, kind of, right? You have a steady flow of customers, that's stability.
way to calculate
Oh,
my revenue, my
true.
future markets, whatever else. Like it has to be reliable. Otherwise, you get these, huge tail
True.
projections where you don't know if a country's going to expropriate all your stuff,
I
if there's going
am
to be a violent
right.
revolution, if the country's going
So
to
true.
make something that you do illegal. Like that could all be horrible. So I feel like when people say that Trump is like good for business, I feel like Trump has created one of the most uncertain like financial atmospheres in any of my
Ever.
lifetime.
Yeah.
Maybe in the past 100 years of U.S. history. Because who's to say what the tariff is going to be tomorrow? Who's to say, since none of this is being passed through legislation, who's to say it'll even survive the court orders? Who's to say the next president won't just rescind all of it? Who's to say that a deal won't be struck with some country because they say they're trying to strike deals with countries. Well, if I'm going to set up a manufacturing fab in the United States, and the only way it's going to be competitive is with a 50% tariff with all my manufacturer competitors overseas, but I know that Trump is also trying to negotiate deals with those people. Why would I even bother investing, right? I don't know how that's going to look. So I feel like it's horrible when it comes to stability, which is like one of the most important things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I actually.
Well, how the fuck can you like his economic policy then?
No, I never. I like all of it. I like parts of it. Like I think.
How
I,
would
Oh,
that make
parts
sense,
of
though?
it.
I know because I think what like
If I gave you like a steak wrapped in diarrhea shit, and you had to eat the whole thing, would you say
Yeah.
I liked a little bit of it?
I mean it's yes or no. So yes.
No, you wouldn't, right? I just,
Bro,
I mean, it's just,
come on.
I don't understand this. Because you gave me one. Did you hate all of Biden's economic policy, or did you just not like that one restriction that he put on chips?
I think the whole.
Oh, yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like, ever since like
Yes, he-
2016,
he
like,
would
the
eat-
whole,
he would eat the steak
like,
covered in
European
diarrhea
brainwash
shit.
to be like
That's
China
what he
hawks.
told
It's like really stupid in general because you want to do more business around the world. You want to make more money. You want to. Grow.
I actually agree with that. I would be slightly critical of Biden for kind of carrying that on, but like that was because of Trump.
Yeah.
Trump's like the number one China hawk. Like this guy's talking about war with China and future conflict with China all the time.
Yeah, but he didn't go as far to ban AI chips. I mean.
There might have been one thing
Oh,
he
he
chose,
didn't
but
go
he's done,
that
like,
far in that one specific thing.
every other possible thing he can to like we just had this huge thing with the soybean farmer stuff with Venezuela and China.
No,
Or
that wasn't.
Argentina, sorry.
He keeps repeating that. It was Argentina. Did he just
I mean,
correct
I
it?
mean, that's why.
with Venezuela and China. Or Argentina, sorry, my bad.
Oh, he did correct it.
I mean,
oh,
that's why.
saved it.
Like, this is the only thing I would disagree with Biden. Like, I don't think like you know how like he did like the solar panel tariffs and the EV tariffs. So, like
Sure.
1%. Like, how does that help America at the end of the day?
I mean, I don't disagree, but these are like free trade positions, and Donald Trump is like the biggest hater of free trade in the universe. So I just
Yeah.
don't understand. At the end of the day, right? Like, so if I ask you, like, who do you think is better on trade? We'll just say on trade, and then economics in general, like Trump versus Biden. Like, why do you favor Trump still, or?
I mean, some aspect. I like because I don't know it's like who's the crazier person? Like, is it Trump or Biden on China hawk policy? Because like every time someone asks
Trump?
someone else has
It's
to, like,
it's
higher
Trump,
to, like,
obviously.
until they're like the biggest China hawk at the end of the day.
Yeah, but who do you think was driving anti-Chinese sentiment more? The guy who was apparently too tired and sleepy to even run his office, or the guy who called it the Kung Flu?
I don't think the words like rhetoric. I mean, like policy wise, it's more. I think Trump started. Yes, I agree with that. But Biden, he didn't stop. He's like, oh, I'm doubling down.
Well, on some things he did. I think it's hard once you've taken a combative posture, though, to kind of like levying a tariff, as I just say it, but like you have to engage in some kind of like trade agreement to start to bring these down collectively, because you don't want to be the one to bring it down alone. So I feel like I do disagree with Biden continuing, and I think even adding to a couple of the tariffs. I think it had to do with like electric vehicles, and I think it might have been solar panels or something. But like all of this I see is like driven hardcore by MAGA and Trump. And then it's always like a weird thing to me when somebody will point out like one issue with Biden's policy, and then when it comes to trade or economics, then I'll ask about Trump, and it's like, yeah, that was bad, yeah, that was horrible, yeah, that was crazy, yeah, that was the worst thing ever. But like, I still think
Just
it's like,
one
overall, like,
thing.
what are we looking at? That like, what's the saving grace here? I guess.
So, I mean, both. I would say both Biden and Trump will contribute to the economic downfall of the U.S.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I think scratching your, hand over and over again and like increases the risk of staph infection. But there's so many other ways you can kill yourself. I don't want to get started right now. Sorry, bad joke.
Jesus.
There are a lot of things that can be bad, but there's like significantly different magnitudes of badness between the two, right?
Yeah. I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, overall,
Like, do you think most of the world was happier or more upset trading with America or seeing America as a trading partner with Biden or with Trump? How do you have to think about this?
Pre 20.
Yeah, like that shouldn't take more than a split second of thought to say, oh, obviously.
It was because Biden was the vice president, right? So it was better pre 2016. Yeah.
Well, but 2016 to
What?
2020 versus 2021 to 2025 or 4.
Because we're saying like, okay, like the world now, because like the world, China is like a huge GDP. I mean, like they were not happy with those tariffs policy, so it's
With
hard
what,
to say.
with what tariffs?
EV tariffs and solar tariffs.
They probably weren't happy with the 145% tariffs that Trump put on their entire market as well, no?
Yeah, but they're
probably way more
they
upset
weren't
because
happy,
that
but, like, I
affects
think
more than
Trump is
just
using that, like, as,
EVs,
like, a
but also
negotiating
EVs.
tactic. I know a lot of
Okay,
those
which
crazy-
Crypto Bro podcaster do you watch? I need to know which one it is. The Sachs one or which one of these guys? I know it's one of these guys.
Wait, who?
There's all these Crypto Bro finance podcaster guys who are all huge Trump fans.
I don't watch it. I don't do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't.
I can't understand this. You help me understand this. When I look at Trump, I see everybody around the world hates the United States in terms of unreliability for trade.
Yeah.
He lied. You acknowledge he lied when he held up, like, this is what the tariffs are from other countries to us, right?
Yeah.
That was just a lie. So when he calls our tariffs reciprocal, that's also a lie.
Yeah.
And then we have, I think it's still 0 actual trade agreements with any other country. And we said we'd have 100
Nope,
100
still
days.
none.
So that was, I said, I won't have to call it a lie. I guess we'll call it unfulfilled.
I mean, you're asking me to like, I can defend all of Trump's.
I'm not asking you to defend all of it. I'm asking you to defend any of it. But then for Biden, it's like, well, he doubled some tariffs that maybe we shouldn't have doubled that were already like on the way under Trump. But that's like ignoring all the rest of everything else too. I just don't understand how we can hate Biden for this one policy and forgive Trump for every other misstep and disastrous
I mean, like,
adventure we've been on. Yeah.
I guess like the goal of this conversation is like to understand like where because you can't agree with every politician and everything, right? That's impossible at the end of the day, right?
I agree with you,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
looking
you
for
can agree with
anything to
you can agree with some more than you agree with others. Like, what the fuck?
salvage my Trump policy here. Like what?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like Trump is better on these anti-restriction. Like right now, because like when Biden did,
You don't even like. There were like a few months ago, you wouldn't even have been able to safely say that because the tariff rates were changing like every few hours. Like some news that was like live to tape, like that they would report a tariff that had already changed.
Yeah.
And then like this is now right. So far we're only at war with Venezuela and I guess our own population and Chicago and Portland and everything.
Yep. So we are currently at war with the drug cartels, quote unquote, not specifying which ones. He's been using it to sink ships off the coast of Venezuela, so in theory, Trinidad, but in that fucking declaration to Congress or whatever, those are non-state actors that he's treating as unlawful combatants, so he can like kill them like that, right? But when he uses the Alien Enemies Act to try to deport Venezuelans from the U.S., the justification for that is because Trinidad is associated with the Venezuelan government, so somehow the Trinidad is both a non-state actor and a state actor, depending on how he can use it to fuck over people and do whatever the fuck he wants illegally. Pete, you're muted, I think.
Like who's to say?
Yeah, I can't hear you. You're not lighting up in Discord, so I know it's not me. Keep this playing until you figure it out.
Know what's going to happen with Taiwan and China in 6 to 12 months if Trump has eliminated all of his domestic enemies? Like, it's just like it's so much instability, it's so much lack of
Repeat,
vision.
yeah.
Like I look at Besant,
Unlucky.
like a well-meaning father who's trying to explain why his son is a serial killer, but he's actually a good kid. Like every time he's on media trying to explain Trump's insanity to the news, Howard Lutnick is just fucking insane. Like I don't know what this guy where he even came from. Like,
I mean, like yeah, they're all insane.
Oh,
But,
they're all bad, but he's gonna keep defending it for some fucking reason.
All right, you get the last word there, Christian.
Okay, so I mean, I guess that's one of my things I hate about Biden's policy and from the Democrats in general. But overall, I don't agree with anything about Trump. And the last thing I want to say is we should stay.
Except for that he's better than Biden, apparently, I guess.
Hello?
StarCraft 2.
Hello.
Hey, I don't know what happened. That's weird.
Wait, it is weird.
Sorry.
What were you trying to
Keep
say?
going. I don't remember. I don't think I remember. Oh, yes. When you were talking about how he was saying that the Venezuelan cartels are working with the government, was that to justify going or like considering or treating them like a proper like enemy of war.
That was to treat.
And not,
that was
like-
for the Alien Enemies Act to say that it's an invade, like that the U.S. is being invaded,
By Venezuelans?
like in
Or
like a
by-
foreign incursion by so he can justify deporting Venezuelans.
Where's the part where he explains, even in his own words, where he explains why all Venezuelans are like a part of a cartel?
Oh, he doesn't have to, because that's the whole thing with the Alien Enemies
Oh.
Act. Last time the Alien Enemies Act was used was in the 40s in World War II to intern like Japanese people. Like, and
Maybe
you
I
can
don't
just
understand the Alien Enemies Act.
yeah, it's really bad. It's not a very good law. Nobody uses it. The last time it was used was to like
Right.
do like
The
Japanese internment camps against
Japanese,
all
yeah.
Japanese like citizens, whether they're associated with the Japanese government or not, just because we were at war with them.
But then-
yeah,
Why was it that we just like? I'm not saying that I would support putting like Venezuelans in camps, but like, why is that what happened during World War II, and why would we just be deporting them? Do you see what I mean?
oh, because it looks way worse if he does that. So
If you put them in camps?
yeah, it looks like that's horrible. Like imagine if he starts rounding up Venezuelans.
Yeah,
Like, that's insane,
okay.
right? Yeah.
But I mean, he's
But now they can just
basically-
deport any Venezuelan that they grab. They can just deport them and then to a prison in El Salvador and can be like, oh, haha, they were criminals.
So a camp in
whoopsies.
El Salvador, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Okay.
ridiculous.
Thank you for explaining.
Yeah,
You're
thank you very much.
Yeah, put the hands together for Christian Fan. He was great. The Army jacket did it today. All right, it would not be an anti-Trump debate tour if we didn't bring someone up who's literally wearing Trump merch. The shirt says Trump.
Fucking
What does it
finally.
say? Trump
Jesus.
was right about everything. Welcome Brandon to the stage. It's Brandon.
Oh my
Brandon.
god.
Wait, who is this?
Yeah.
Do we know him?
No, it's just a black guy.
I'm short.
You're
You guys
good.
are
You're good.
tall.
Racism
Okay.
much?
Yeah, I fought my fair share of
I'm just kidding.
Trump, of black Trump fans. Like, it's-
Grayson
Like, right,
Gray.
it's
Do I say a statement or you ask?
Whatever you want to do. I think Trump's wrong about basically everything, so we got a lot to talk about in terms of ground to cover.
The far left is
Oh
nothing
my
more
god.
than a coalition of fragmented groups standing on a platform of pure hypocrisy.
Okay.
That's my belief.
Can I ask, when you say the far left, who are we talking about
These
here?
people right here in this room.
Okay.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay, so help me
Interesting.
sort this one out, okay? Because this is my common rebuttal, okay? So when I ask people, like, who are the far left, okay? I get an answer like this, okay?
You can tell
But
Dusty's
then when
more
they ask me
excited
and I talk
because,
about
like,
the far right,
obviously.
I would say the same about, like, Congress. So, like, I feel like as much as I love my fans and you guys are powerful, I don't know the capacity for changing the character of the United States or California or even LA. But for Republicans, I feel like they're changing the character of the entire country at an accelerated rate in a way that I really don't like. How can I make these two things equally threatening? Like, make me care about, crazy college kids
Says
that
the
are far left.
maggot. Yeah.
Well, the youth are the future, right? That's what we've been taught since we were born. The children are the future. So the reason why the far
Oh my god, is he just gonna be just gonna be platitudes after platitudes over and over? Oh boy.
left leaning college kids are an issue is because these are the people who old people like me will hand this country over to. And we're in a time where, it's an unprecedented access to new information, right? So you pretty much can go out and find something that supports what you want to believe within 2 or 3 seconds or minutes. It wasn't like that in the 60s. It wasn't
Yeah,
like that
true. That is true. Yeah.
in the 70s or the 80s. People had to actually go search for, they had to go do research. You had to go to a library, open a book, and when
Yeah, not like now where
when you're searching to find what
you can just listen to Tucker Carlson or any of the other retards on Fox News.
you want to believe, like support for what you want to believe, oftentimes you'll find
Yeah, oftentimes you can find like just stuff that you want to believe, like that Trump was right about everything. Something you can
things
just find that.
go against what you believe, but they make a lot of sense, right? Research is necessary. Now you put on TikTok, you got 100 people, an echo
For Fox
chamber
News.
saying exactly what you're thinking, and you really don't have a need to do any type of research. And that's the that's the age we're in.
Sure, so I don't necessarily
Wow,
disagree
okay.
with some of that. I mean, I would say that every age brings with it like access to information in ways that we didn't have before, right? You know, the printing press and radio and then TV. I think with
That hurts coming from a MAGA guy. It is rage bait, guys. This guy's got to be a troll. Like, I can't believe it.
You had people that had like video footage of soldiers coming back wounded and stuff.
better find
and,
out this
college
guy's
kids
trolling.
protesting that. For Iraq, that might have been the first time we had like embedded units where we were getting like reports like on the ground and video footage and everything. And now we're seeing 4K drone high def footage of people blowing each other up in Ukraine, Russia, Gaza, Israel. So I do agree the information is increasing. The one thing I guess I don't like or that I'm confused
Like
about
Charlie
when it comes to
Kirk's
college stuff.
assassination.
When I look at like
True
kids who are
case.
18 to 22, aren't you supposed to be like kind of stupid? Isn't that like the time of your life to be crazy?
I
Because
mean-
if I talk to some like 20-year-old kid and I was like, tell me about your political outlook, and he's like, well, I'm a strong supporter of institutions and fiscal responsibility. I'm like, God damn, this is the most boring fucking household ever, right? Like, aren't I always like crazy? Isn't that normal?
Well, Kamala Harris said the same thing about college kids being stupid, and look what
Trainwrecks and Asmon are talking about bringing back Scuffed podcasts. We might actually get Destiny versus Asmongold. 100% if that happens,
way.
Destiny will not be invited back. Because the last time Scuffed podcast happened, it was fucking Aiden Ross and Destiny. Aiden calling Destiny a 40-year-old cuck or some shit, and then they did a couple more episodes, and he didn't invite back Destiny because Aiden has more clout. So 100% guarantee if that happens, Asmongold will not let Destiny.
Do you really think that would still like matter to him?
100%. If Asmon said he won't do it, if Destiny's there, then he would not let Destiny.
Okay.
100%.
I believe you. I don't know enough.
she didn't
So.
get elected, right?
I mean, he did
College
for
kids
Aiden
are not
already,
stupid.
so.
They're in school for a reason. You know who's stupid? People sitting out on drugs, doing crime. They're stupid. College kids are in an age of where they're learning and they're trying to grow into people who can like facilitate the continued prosperity of this country. The problem is we're not giving them a chance to learn through experience what older people like their parents already
Why
know.
does this cap say
What do you think is-
2024?
So I
What does
do
that
agree
mean?
that college kids, for demographic reasons, and like if you're going to college, you're probably a little bit more intelligent. You go there to get more intelligent.
I
I
can't
agree
even-
with
I
that.
don't even know.
Have you ever played like board games or whatever?
1924.
Have I ever played board
Yeah,
games?
there's sometimes people are making like role playing games. They've got like intelligence and you got like wisdom.
Right,
Or something
right.
might call like street smarts or book smarts or whatever. However people are life experience, common sense versus knowing things. Like college kids can be smart, but oh my god, they can also be fucking stupid, right? Like you'll see like a guy who's 22, graduating college, maybe 21 early, like drunk driving or making the dumbest decision ever for the first time, crashes his car, gets his girlfriend pregnant, whatever stuff. Because like man, their kids are dumb, they make dumb mistakes, they do that, it'll happen. There's no way. Like part of the learning experience is making those mistakes and being crazy and being cringe, isn't it?
Yeah. So I mean, Mark Zuckerberg's not stupid. He was that age at one point, and he created.
Oh, Mark Zuckerberg, the average 21-year-old. Yeah, of course.
I have an answer for you. Do you want to know?
Yeah,
I
what is
think
it?
so. I can tell you
Is this when?
all the
Is
different
this
things
when
that came
America
up
was
during
great?
ChatGPT
before?
if you want.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
sure. Which one do you think it
I've got to
is?
guess. I've got to guess. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
1924 was when, during the Great Depression, they put tariffs or some shit.
No.
Okay, what is it?
So it was the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Okay. What did you type into
Wheaties.
ChatGPT again?
Literally just 1924.
Oh, gotcha. You didn't put why would a MAGA person have a
No, I just said
app that says-
1924.
Oh, can you try that one next, actually? Instead of reading all the
Sure.
random shit you're about to tell me about.
No, I'm having fun. This is fun.
Okay, sure. What we got?
Did I tell you about Wheaties yet? Wheaties
Nope.
cereal was created. Okay.
Gotcha.
What about the Immigration Act of 1924,
What's that?
which is severely restricted immigration, creating
Huh.
quotas. And I remember learning about this like a week ago, so like
Hmm.
I believe it. Creating quotas based on the 1890 census and completely banning Asian immigration.
Oh, interesting.
And
Oh,
also,
this sounds familiar.
Indian
now.
Citizen Act as well.
That-
the
that might have
Indian
been,
Citizen Act. So who knows?
Yeah. Was that that wasn't the Chinese Exclusion Act, was it?
No.
Exclusion Act? That was a different thing, but it might have been like related. No, it was 1882. No, it's not my bad. But yeah, completely banning all travel information. Interesting. Yeah, that could be it.
$1 billion company. The more access you have to information,
welcome.
the less ignorant you are of what's going on. I could see the college kid like Ferris Bueller's Day Off or something like back in those days. Yeah, you kind of were expected to be a little bit
Back in those days.
dumb and go.
I'll ask
But
Chet-
now
okay.
people have information. They have answers to things at the touch of a button. I don't think they're as ignorant or as stupid as we would like them to be.
But I mean, like,
I
part
think
of
that I think the Democrats banked on that, and it like blew up in their face. And I think that that's one of the hypocritical aspects of the far left, is that they expect everyone to be so dumb that they don't actually think.
Yeah, not like the right. Where they expect people to be really, really smart, right?
You know, about the issues that they're expected to go vote on, and they just take somebody like Maxine Waters' word for it, somebody like Kamala Harris. Like, I don't think Kamala Harris is smarter than the average 21-year-old college student, honestly. They can string a sentence together. She can't.
Kamala Harris, if she can't string a sentence together, I have no idea how much you're paying for Trump translations, because there's no way you can understand anything that guy's saying. But like, okay, but let me just back up one more time to this, and then we can move on to the next thing. Do you have any kids?
Yeah.
You ever have somebody who doesn't have kids try to tell you how to be a parent?
Here's the real question.
Yeah.
Do they?
No. Well, most of them probably don't.
So-
but I'm just saying that, like, no matter how smart somebody is, every parent's had that experience where somebody who doesn't have kids is there telling them, what to do. And it's not about being smart or stupid or whatever. It's just they don't have the experience.
This is why your premise is totally bad faith.
He doesn't even let him make the point. What is he?
Your audience is a bunch of people who don't deal with the everyday struggles that you and I deal with. So you can talk. Hold on. You can talk to
He's
them.
just
Listen,
missing the point.
do you know how much I care about an illegal criminal alien immigrant?
This guy's gonna
When
be
my
fucking
daughter
annoying.
says, "Hey,
Just
Dad,
wait,
I need
what?
$4,000 for volleyball club."
What's this? Hold on.
Hold on. You can talk to them. Listen, do you know how much I care about an illegal criminal alien
Oh, he's doing
immigrant?
Some hand movements there. Interesting.
When my daughter says, "Hey, Dad, I need $4,000 for club volleyball," I'm like, I don't care about that. This is my issue that I have to deal with today. And when they have kids and they have to deal with paying for daycare, feeding those kids, providing a place for those kids to live, they're going to care a lot less about some guy in El Salvador getting due process when he's a criminal and he should be deported immediately.
It depends on what your lived experience is,
No,
though, right?
no.
Like when I was growing up, okay, there were family members of mine that were criminal illegal immigrants because half of my family comes from Cuba. But now the difference is my mom loves the illegal immigrants from Cuba. She doesn't like the ones from South America or from Mexico.
Cubans traditionally hate illegals.
Well, once they're here, they do.
Of
But
course, that's the way it's supposed to be.
I'm just saying, you can't say you want to say Cubans
No, that's not that. No.
hate illegals. They all wanted alien
Also, fuck Cubans.
Gonzalez to stay when he floated over.
He was legal.
No, he wasn't. They
Soon
caught him.
as he
They were
touched the
illegally
soil.
immigrating. Wait. They were immigrating illegally.
Okay. But did he touch the soil?
So do asylum seekers.
No. You're being disingenuous. Theirs was a law where Cuba.
Yeah, theirs was a law specifically. Hey, you can come illegally, and then we will grant you amnesty. Yes. Would he want that for any other group right now, currently? Would he ever want that?
Been immigrants.
Yes, we had a
they
right
touch
to drive,
the
I
soil, they're
understand.
legal. So let little, what's his name? Elian Gonzalez? Hey, let him stay. I want him to stay because that was the law of the land. So that's the difference.
But we're not talking
you know
about
about
just what
Elian
the,
Gonzalez?
we're not talking about just what the law is. I'm just saying that people can have
We're
different.
not talking about the laws.
We're not talking about just.
Okay, I just want to put it into perspective for you that like Elian Gonzalez, so I'll give like the super TLDR, but Cuba, he was like 6. He was 6 years old, fleeing from Cuba with his dad.
Mm-hmm.
So his dad was obviously bringing him across to the United States. His dad, I believe, passed away on the way to Florida to the United States. Elian Gonzalez was living with like relatives that had also fled from Cuba, but Elian Gonzalez's mom, I think, still lived in Cuba, and she wanted him back. And there was a lot of back and forth between Cuba and the United States. What ended up happening is the United States basically said, yes, we'll give him back. And like, you should just look it up online, like the images of like this child, like 6-year-old child, like crying with this like presumed to be like uncle, like holding him in the closet while these like agents, like military agents, are coming in to like take him. It was like literally like the world. This was like the 9/11 before 9/11. I think it was before 9/11. Like I remember sitting like in my living room. I was 6 at the time. I remember like, so I was like his age, and I remember watching my mom just like cry her eyes out, like so upset. Like conservatives and everybody, I'm pretty sure, but I know conservatives especially were like up in arms about it.
Yeah.
Like holy shit.
Literally just because they
yeah,
hate
it was
Cuba.
so bad.
I'm sure they would feel the same if it was a Venezuelan child. I'm sure.
I mean, maybe yeah, but I mean, it was just like it was such a huge deal. And then 9/11 happened, so like
Gotcha.
You know, obviously that ended up taking over
Uh-huh.
the headlines, but yeah,
Got it. Okay.
it was
Thanks
like
for
it was a huge thing.
explaining.
I can't believe he brought it up. I always think about because I know that Destiny brought it up has brought it up a few times since
Mm-hmm.
I've been like watching him or whatever. And I always get so excited because he's honest to God, like the only time I've ever heard anybody talk about Elian Gonzalez since I was like little,
'cause he's
and that
Cuban,
like
yeah.
scarred me. That shit like
Yeah.
lives with me. Like I think about it like a lot. Like whatever happened to that kid? I mean, I've never Googled it. Maybe I should have at this point, but like, Jesus Christ,
died
that's
on the way.
crazy.
No, I'm kidding. I have no idea.
No, no.
That's what the law
Yeah.
is.
Oh, just with the laws.
No.
Well, that's what I live my
Well-
life based on.
Well, we can change the laws, right?
You can, so go vote. Stop complaining.
We can do both. I have a First
I
Amendment
mean,
and a right to vote.
and I
But I'm just
support
saying,
that.
I'm just saying, it's interesting to give so much credence to Cuban immigrants, but not
Love
to
'em.
people from Mexico or South America.
Don't love them as much.
Why?
Because the Cubans believe what I believe, and they
So do a
understand
lot of
what I
Mexican
understand.
immigrants and everything too.
And I love those Mexican
Oh
legal
my
citizens.
God, does
Sure.
he
But
not
as far
know about Hispanic vote like changing a lot for Republicans? Does he not know that?
as the illegal immigrants, ship them back.
Wait, really?
Okay, that's a
Very,
perspective.
this is a
that's-
very
that's-
simple thing.
It shifted a lot towards. I think Hispanic men went for Trump overall in 2024 election. I think,
Wait, so
or at least
have they
in
not had
Miami
the
went.
Hispanic vote?
What's that?
Just like, have Republicans not always just had the Hispanic vote?
No, not the levels they did
Oh.
this time.
Okay.
I mean,
Interesting.
even Miami went Republican this election.
I thought that they've always voted like that.
Miami's, I mean, big city. Like, was,
Well, Miami
was, like,
maybe
blue,
not, yeah.
right,
Understand.
Well, it's not as simple. It's a complicated conversation.
It's really
right?
not.
If it was so simple, then Trump wouldn't have failed miserably in it for his first 4 years, and we wouldn't go these 4 years without him also failing miserably. in it.
Trump
By the end of
won-
these 4 years, Trump will not have any immigration legislation, number one, and he won't deport more than 1 million or 2 million people, number two. I guarantee you by the end of these 4
Okay,
years.
that's totally fine. So why are you guys using that as a political talking point? If
Well,
Trump
not
has-
you wanted to
it's
bring
still
the
bad.
immigration, so
What's
that's what
your-
we're talking about.
actually-
because the deportations that he's doing are still bad.
afraid of is that
It's like
what's going to
it's a
happen is the
argument
same thing that happened
from
with
a
Kamala Harris
retard.
during the campaign. Trump came up with a good idea that gained a lot of traction when it came to getting votes, and
And then he did nothing. Yeah.
Harris jumped on it. No tax on tips. You're afraid that the Democrats will adopt Trump's policies because they are the policies that resonate with voters. So you have to take the college kids, the people with no real responsibility yet. I'm not trying to devalue guys' experience. I'm
Are most of the people in that room college students? Is that like
just
what
telling you. Have you ever looked at a freaking mortgage that was like $5,000? Have you ever? Most people have not at this stage
Yeah,
in
but
their
people
life.
aren't voting all
And
the time
that's
on
when you get them
wisdom. I
young.
saw Republicans celebrating the fact that they were going to have a tax deduction on the interest rate that you pay on a car loan.
I saw you
None of
guys
these people have
celebrate-
any idea what this even means, but
I
they
s-
were celebrating it. So the idea that people have some
People like man was celebrating like fucking like estate tax. Like dog, none of you are fucking getting a fucking inheritance that is getting taxed. Like it's
nuanced understanding of tax brackets.
Republicans celebrate a tax on car loan. I saw you guys celebrate some dude getting shot in the neck and make a joke and laugh about it.
who's you guys
Which one is
also. I mean,
worse?
nothing.
I would say the one that's worse is the president tweeting videos of Venezuelans getting
The
blown
one
up in the
that-
ocean. Wait, do you acknowledge that if celebrating the
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk thing is bad, the Venezuelan thing is real bad?
The Venezuelan issue. Why is that bad for me as an American?
Wait, do you not care?
Because you can't.
What?
It's just straight war crimes and celebrating. Like. shooting down
I'm
a-
sorry?
When other people are killed?
Do you know that people in other
By
countries
your
don't give a damn
country?
about what happens to you in America?
I don't
Have you
care.
been
This
around
is
the world,
our
Destiny?
government. Yes, I have. This is our government blowing up other people. Why am I not allowed to care about that?
But you care about the government and what they do when it's something you don't like. But when the leadership of the government is duly elected, you go and you tear out the validity of it as if
That's
Like,
different things.
like,
Something you don't like versus someone that people voted for.
And,
He literally
like,
just changed that like mid-sentence.
does he think Republicans don't? What does he think Republicans did the last time that a Democrat was duly elected? Like, does he just forget about what happened the last time that happened? Right before that guy got in? Like,
you don't respect the government, so why care about what they're doing?
If Biden was also
Overthrow it with
no,
the
if
insurrection
Biden,
like
if
January
Biden, yeah, I know
6th.
you guys tried that and failed once.
I
If
know.
Biden
Yep.
was doing this, if
We
Biden
failed.
was doing it, I would criticize Biden as well. I know it's inconceivable to MAGA sometimes. You could hold your own accountable because you guys are incapable of doing it. But when Biden does bad things, I'll criticize Biden for doing bad
Can
things.
you answer one question for me?
Sure.
Who's sitting in the White House?
Right now, probably
What?
Stephen
Oh my
Miller.
God.
Go on. So clearly we didn't fail. We were pissed off. We went down
Wait, what
the
is this?
Failed
The
what?
conversation is
Nobody's
not who
saying
won the
that.
election. You
Why
guys are
not?
the ones that don't believe election
Your
results.
whole
I do believe the election
your,
results.
Your whole existence is about who won the election. This whole event is about
No,
who won the
we're
election.
having a conversation about policy and leadership
That's
right
you,
now, right?
We
bro.
are because I said the
Yeah,
hypocrisy,
they're-
and you're showing the hypocrisy.
What is
What's
the
price of-
hypocrisy?
look, you have a kid, I have a kid. What's the price of eggs right now?
I don't know. I'm rich.
That's something that Yes.
Wait, hold
So
on.
give me some
Hold
money.
on.
If
You know
you're-
what I do know
this
is
He goes, he goes, "Who's the president right now? Who's the president right now?" And then his very next question is, "Who cares about who the president is right now?"
Yeah, exactly. Like it's nonsensical because these
The guy
these guys
that's
are retarded.
asking
They're
who the
MAGA. They're
president
retarded.
is.
You're automatically retarded if you're MAGA.
That the price of groceries as a whole has gone up over the last year, and no conservatives talking about it. Explain that one for
Hey,
me.
you know, I've been tracking that.
Okay.
We're living in
Oh, he's been tracking it, really?
inflationary times. If
Oh,
they can
now
take
they're
it
just
under
inflationary
Biden-
times.
Listen,
It's interesting that from 2020 to 2024, it was
Wow.
Biden's inflation. From 2024 to now, it just is a thing that happens.
it's directly connected to Biden's horrible management of the
Oh, it's
Oh
still
my
Biden's economy.
God.
Thank
government,
you.
and Trump's gonna fix it. Let me say
What was
this.
the big
But
thing?
the
What do you think was
inflation
what do you think was the
under
number one thing that contributed to
Sorry,
inflation through
the
Biden's presidency?
inflation under Biden wasn't Trump's economy. We have a
Oh, couldn't be.
president.
Couldn't be. Couldn't be
have
because of that other big
President
thing that was
A,
happening right
B,
at the time.
A. We literally have the Trump is the before Biden and the after Biden.
Yeah.
So like we like
I
even
believe
know. I
that.
don't even
Well,
know.
one thing was killing a bunch of chickens due to some
Okay.
mysterious.
That's
Well, that was
strike
Biden.
Due to some, and then he explains why. Yeah, they had to kill a bunch of chickens that had fucking disease so that they wouldn't infect all the rest of the chickens, and then we'd have to kill all of them. So yes.
reason-
Try
that was
something else.
Biden-
Try
no,
something else.
that
What
was
did anything else happen?
Is that not?
Did
Is that
anything
not,
else
hey,
happen?
before we go
Yeah.
forward, is that not the reason that Biden said the price of eggs went up because they had to kill a bunch of chickens? due to
At
some
one point, that might have been,
avian-
but that's not what we're talking about. For the majority of his presidency, especially in the beginning,
So-
and then 2022 onwards, where were these big inflation hikes coming from? Were there two huge events that happened?
What I believe was.
Do we not know?
No.
He has no idea. He knows, and he's not gonna say it. He absolutely knows one of them. If he doesn't know the other one, it's because he's actually that retarded. So
Tell you, this is what my research that I did because I'll be honest
his
with you. I
research,
wasn't
yeah,
deep
his
diving
big
into
research.
because I was
He does a lot of research, so this is gonna
working
be
to feed my
good.
family.
Okay.
Okay. But I believe the price of energy increased exponentially,
Okay.
and that creates it has a cascade effect. It raises the price of everything. Everything has to be shipped. If you raise the price of energy, then everything that has to be shipped, the price will go up.
Okay. I'm about to do a magic trick. Ready?
We know, you're
about to do a
about to
magic trick. Ready?
make that disappear for
So
all these
I'm
people.
curious. Why was the last year of Trump's presidency so horrible for the economy?
COVID.
Oh.
It was.
I love the clapping because
So
actually
he does get it. So
Okay.
you do know the difference.
So the whole world economy is shut down. The government
When he brings up girl clock any minute now, he's gonna start talking about the trans. 100% guarantee.
is having to keep things running in every country. Why can we blame COVID for Donald Trump's last year on COVID, but we can't also recognize the worldwide inflation that happened? Did Biden cause inflation in all the other countries too?
Biden caused inflation in America by locking everything down, bringing the
Oh, like he did for every other country too, of course.
American economy basically to a standstill. We should have kept doing. But let me tell you this: during COVID, right? I still could fly from America to Africa. I did it 4 times during COVID. KLM was still flying in, the airports were still moving, everybody's going everywhere. I could still walk into Costco, Rouse, and Stater Brothers, but I couldn't go into a mom and pop store to buy something because they had to shut down due to COVID. I couldn't go to a small restaurant, while Gavin Newsom's restaurant, the French Laundry, stayed open. The small business is the engine of America. When you shut them down, you shut the economy down. Corporations don't employ more people than small businesses. So I like your question. I think it was asked in bad faith, but that's how Biden
I
shut
don't think
down
my
the
question's asked in bad faith. I'll also remark that it was interesting that you mentioned having to work through COVID to pay for your family and the cost of eggs important to you,
Oh, yeah.
but you know the name of an international airline and you flew to Africa 4 times during COVID. I don't know where.
Work hard.
Work hard, yeah, okay, but I'm just saying that everybody around the world was figuring out how to deal with.
All right, real quick. I'm gonna be back in like 10 minutes. I gotta go do something. Entertain chat while watching the debate. All right.
okay.
Yep.
I know I
Didn't
was
Trump
saying a lot
lock
of
down?
things.
Yeah, Trump did the lockdowns. Believe it or not, Trump was president in 2020 when the lockdowns happened. Yeah, Trump did that. Not Biden. In case anybody forgot. Yeah. Okay, I'll press play and then I'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
COVID. There were a lot of shutdowns. There was a lot of worldwide economic. There was a lot of inflation everywhere. It's just strange that when I'm asking like, well, why for Biden? What happened in the United States? Well, it was like the after effects of COVID was happening, right?
Biden came in immediately, signed a bunch of executive orders that halted our economy, and then
That things were already shutting down under Trump.
no, what was shutting down under Trump?
Everything.
No, don't say everything. Tell me what was
Schools, businesses. I lived in
Schools
California.
are not
Do you live in
business.
California?
Yes, I do. Schools are not
When
business.
COVID started, everything was shut down. I drove up and down the 5. I could go 10 miles in 10 minutes for the first time in my life in this
Destiny.
state. Who remembers this? Everything was shut
Destiny.
down. Hold on. I
You're
remember the
doing the
lines
Destiny
outside the
thing.
grocery store. I lived in Culver City. I remember the lines outside the grocery stores where every day the line would get groceries. That was all of that under
Do you
Trump.
know why they had to line up?
Because Biden did it from the future? Was it the
all-
T-1000?
Because the small no. That's because people were going in
Under Trump.
No, but you know what was happening? People were fighting over
If
groceries.
Trump didn't shut down the economy, then why did COVID hurt
Trump
his
didn't
economy at
shut
all?
down the economy. Okay, look. Like I said,
True.
the whole. You asked me a question. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, how did I hurt
You
your
answered my question.
I really did.
Can we acknowledge that
I explained the thing about
all
the
the
small
shutdowns and all that
businesses.
stuff happened? That was under Donald Trump.
No, that was not. I don't know.
He was the president in
What
2020.
did Trump
Is she
shut
really
down?
saying
Please
that it
tell me.
wasn't?
All the
What
states
part
that
of-
shut down.
How did
The
Operation
states
Warp
are
Speed
solving.
happen?
So
Because we needed to
Then
get
why does
that
Biden get blamed for
vaccine.
anything?
Can I finish?
Get rid
Can
of
I
the
finish?
lockdown.
Can I finish?
You can finish.
Okay. The blue
Remember he
states
hated Gretchen
shut down.
Whitmer,
Draconian
Newsom,
lockdowns.
or
The red states, most
Yeah,
of them did
right.
not. So that's
Yes.
the sovereignty of the state. But when Biden came into office, Biden was putting the pressure on the states to shut down. He was putting the pressure on the businesses, other states to lock down. So when the president says something, that gives validity
he's
to the
saying
illegal
is that,
things
like,
that the
he
states are
wanted
doing.
them to
If Gavin Newsom is
continue
doing illegal
locking down or
shutdown, if the
something.
president says, yeah, you should shut down, now
Like, they
it's
were
easier for
complaining
them
about
because
it
people
under Trump,
look
they
at
were complaining
Then
look
why
at it
didn't
like the
Donald Trump
president
just tell all the states to open up?
He did.
No,
he was
didn't.
telling.
No.
He wasn't encouraging
No,
them.
he wasn't. The United States declared a
Destiny-
global. This was one of Trump's biggest. I know we forget
All
because we
right.
like to wipe the past. Donald Trump's biggest accomplishment was him shutting down flights from China and recommending people, take precautionary measures. Everybody blamed Cuomo in New
Oh,
York for murdering all the
yeah.
old people by sending grandma to an old person home or whatever.
But didn't the
It was like
Democrats
March
argue
13th or
that
something,
Trump
wasn't
didn't
it?
shut down flights in time?
And people
That's
said
how
that he
COVID got
didn't
into
shut
America?
because you could
down.
argue that
No,
you
which
could
one
have
do
made
you
it.
want? Do you want to shut
No,
down or
I'm
not?
not. You're talking about
Right.
what the Democrats said.
No,
I'm talking
you're
about
bringing
factually what
arguments-
happened.
I'm bringing
whether or
up-
not he-
listen,
and it's
I was
always
talking-
like
I'm just talking about what happened.
he
I
did
was
what he
in
could with the
Frankfurt
information
Airport
that he
when
had at
Donald
the
Trump
time.
shut down all flights coming from
And then
Europe into the
Fauci
United States. And I
Hello?
watched as airlines flew people into Canada and they went around
Masks?
Trump's rule.
Okay, so
his
Donald Trump was
order.
shutting down flights. Wouldn't you say that counts as pressure to shut down the economy?
Because the Democrats were telling, they were on one side. Okay, so on one hand,
This guy is
you
a
want
press
the
thinker. I
flight
was
shut
thinking
down.
that.
We're not talking about what I want. I'm talking about what
Bullshit.
happened.
No, I'm talking about the
More
hive mind.
impressive.
You're talking about anything but what would give Trump
I'm
accountability
talking
for anything.
about- you guys all think the same, so I'm just addressing you as general.
You
So,
said we all think the same. I literally predicted
should
like
Trump
two
have
answers
shut
so
it-
far.
let me ask you a
What do
question.
you mean? Yeah.
Should Trump have shut it down or should Trump have left it open?
I don't know what Trump necessarily should have done.
that's
no,
why I
no,
said
no.
it's
Let me
bad-
can
it's bad
I
faith, it's
can I
bad
finish
faith.
my?
But
I
he
let
did-
you-
he should have
I don't
done
know
it,
what
did
the
he
answer
not?
should have been, but I know what the process should have looked
What
like,
would you
and
have
that was the process should have been him conferring with the National Institute of Health, the CDC, and him conferring with the state governments to put together some kind of comprehensive guidelines for the whole country instead of hanging out Fauci to dry, watching the CDC and the NIH issue some kind of guidelines, and then whenever anything didn't go perfectly as planned, him lobbing grenades from the side like a loser, blaming everybody else for all of his problems.
We're not going to disrespect the president. We all watched the video. We all watched the video of Anthony Fauci saying, "Oh, COVID-19 is not a big deal. You get a little flu. You might have a little cough sneeze." Whatever.
was Trump.
That was
And
no.
Donald Trump-
There
That
is a
was
video.
Trump.
I watched
Fauci
it with my own
said
eyes.
that
Fauci
N95
dismissed COVID as
masks
a
were
very minor
ineffective.
thing.
That was the
Later on,
issue.
and Trump went with Fauci's advice.
never dismissed
Then
that as the
when
minor thing.
They start saying, then all of a sudden everyone's
Said
like,
that the
"Oh, he should have
N95
shut this down and
masks
shut that
were
down."
ineffective.
I saw the trick. I saw how they went from saying it wasn't a big thing to worry about,
was
and then all of a
bad.
sudden it was the worst thing ever. But what I'm telling you is the arguments are in bad faith. Everything in this movement is built on inclusivity, equity, and justice. All this crap, right? But my thing is this: if we want inclusive, like, would you guys agree you want inclusivity and equity and all that? You guys don't want that.
Not anymore.
Do you guys want? I'm asking this question.
Yeah, he
I'm
did
asking this
say
question
don't
sincerely.
believe
This
that.
isn't good. Do they believe in it? Do you guys believe that inclusivity, equity?
The problem is
No,
that this
I'm asking-
conversation has pivoted to a DEI question after your president killed
This
like
is
a
what
million
they
plus
believe in.
Americans, killed a million plus Americans by telling them to get
Here-
vaccinated
here-
because nobody had any idea what was going on in this country, what was going on with our health, what was going on with anything because of all the lies and misinformation and crazy stuff that was being put out.
So you don't know what Trump should have done, but you criticize what he did. And what I do, because this is how my parents raised me, I put myself in that person's shoes.
I told you what the process should have looked like. I don't know what the correct answer
I'm
was.
asking you, what would you
You
have?
I just
really-
told you.
No, you didn't.
You bring
I
your
argued
cabinet,
that
your
you
leaders
have
together, you
empathy
make a
for
conference,
other
get all the
American
governors on board with it, and then you have a
citizens.
unified plan from top to bottom for how you want to approach the country
Just
shutdown.
How do
People
you
in
do that when
general?
you have a two-party system where one side is vehemently opposed to working with you on anything? And I'm not
Vehemently-
saying,
hold on, wait, excuse me. First of all, Donald Trump billed himself as the negotiator.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, you want to talk about a party that was opposed to everything. Seems like Biden had no problem bringing Republicans in to work on his legislation. When McConnell was the leader of the Senate, he said that he was going to make Obama a one-term president and shut down every piece of legislation that came across his desk.
Right,
So
right.
who's working with who here?
I think that there's room for bipartisanship. I do not believe that the Democrats were working in good faith with Trump because they were not happy that an outsider actually achieved the office of president like Trump did. They literally
Oh my
blocked
God,
Trump
give it a
on so many
rest.
different things. Listen, they basically were doing the same thing to Trump that you said was being done to Biden.
I don't even want to know what you're implying.
Okay,
What
yeah.
was I
So,
saying?
But
Listen,
Biden
when
I'm saying it-
was
when I'm
like a
saying Trump's not
career
an outsider, so he's a
politician.
Wharton
He's not
graduate,
a
billionaire guy,
politician.
real estate
He
investor.
wasn't a politician.
So I mean, I don't know. Reagan initially wasn't a politician. What do you mean? Arnold
That's-
Schwarzenegger was an actor. He made,
yeah,
like,
yeah. Some of the best. The
I
best
think
were all
people.
outsiders.
When I see a guy who's being an asshole, I think people probably don't like him because he's an asshole.
What does being an asshole have to do with anything?
With whether or not people like
Are
you?
you not going to go to work because your boss is an asshole?
There's a lot of people that quit their job because they hate their boss. Yeah. What do you mean?
Those people are idiots. But what I'm telling you is this is more like the lane that I argue in. Reality. You're arguing feelings, subjective crap that doesn't mean anything. Objectivity.
But you
if
just
I want
said
to
that
argue
you can put
something,
yourself in
objective.
someone else's
This is about
shoes.
inclusivity, equity,
Oh,
all that
friend.
stuff.
Okay, if you wanna argue-
Why did you guys have to
Oh.
pay?
Wait,
if it's
oh,
all about
wait,
inclusivity
pause
and
it.
equity, we could have
No,
did this in the park with an
stay.
iPhone.
If you want to talk about
You
This
should
is
donate
fun.
your money
If
to
you
their
wanna talk-
scholarships.
I thought-
Colleges,
If
like
you wanna talk-
scholarships.
if you wanna
I think
talk-
you
I
should
can't
donate
believe
your
it.
money
If you wanna
to
talk-
their
Right now, I'm
children.
donating my money, my taxes, so we can pay for a Venezuelan bailout.
Will
That's
you-
what we're doing right now. Our
listen,
Argentinian bailout.
listen.
I don't even know who we're bailing out.
How's this
right now.
going?
You would like what?
So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm subsidizing
Good.
all of the method
Can I make
measles
one
affected red
statement?
states.
Can I
That's
make
where my
one
tax money is going. Okay, I don't have any extra money.
Can I
for
please
that.
make one
Okay.
statement?
What?
May I please
Oh.
make one statement?
Go ahead.
And I'll get on stage.
No, wait, hold on, wait.
I
I have
said
a
what I
question.
said.
Why, if you want to talk about facts over feelings,
Yeah,
why
I
is it that when we asked about Trump's leadership pre-COVID, we have a million excuses for
I don't have
it?
any excuses.
So he failed.
I'm not
Okay,
gonna say failed.
yeah,
I
that
think
was
he
our
dealt
problem
with
in
it.
Houston.
No,
There were too
listen.
many people
How
that were
can
like,
someone
not
who
really
admitted
MAGA.
that they don't know what they would have done?
Yeah.
Because they
The
don't
one
know
in
what he should have
Michigan.
It wasn't
done?
the president.
They
That's
were
the
like
point.
two
It is
MAGA
something
people
that
out of the whole
this
thing.
is something that in our
Yeah.
lifetime has
Like-
never
It was so
occurred.
annoying.
Yeah, these are the
I was
Democrat
so
arguments for why
frustrated.
people were shutting down and people didn't
Yeah,
know
when
what
I
the
got up on
passport, what the
stage,
situation
like whenever
was.
I
Like,
signed up,
anybody
I was
can
like,
argue.
Did Trump
oh,
make any mistakes during COVID?
if there's not enough
Did
MAGA
Trump make a single
people,
mistake
I'll
during
do a
COVID?
MAGA argument. But like, the people that were immediately
Did
before
January
me,
6th
like
happen
the
in
2 or 3 that were before me, were MAGA.
Maybe, yeah.
He
So
should
like,
have
oh
never
cool,
been
I'll just like go up and do my thing and talk
That was his only mistake.
do my little plug.
That was his only mistake. Now
And then
let
I
me-
got off,
now
and
can
the
I
next
ask
like
my
7
question?
people were like, I'm not actually
Okay, so here's
MAGA.
the
And I was
thing.
like, well, fuck
All I'm
me.
saying is, will you, since
Aw,
we're all about
shoot.
Yeah, I was like, I should have
equality
just done
and
the
everybody agrees
MAGA
that
argument just to give them the
people argue for
content.
illegal criminal
At
alien
least
migrants to
you
come
had,
live off
like-
the American dime, right? You want to give my taxpayer dollars to them. Will
Some
you
MAGA
give
people
the
in the
proceeds from this
beginning,
event to these
but-
kids
Yeah,
or whatever they
like
want? just
it
to make
started
life a
out where
little
it was like,
bit more
okay,
towards the mind since we're
like
doing so
this
well.
might
Never
because it
advocated
was
for
a
that.
week
I'm just
off,
asking.
I
Well,
expected
there's no
more.
advocation for this.
So you
If
don't
everyone
want
else just
equity
went up to
and
like
economic
pick 'em
equity.
off or
Do you
whatever,
support
at
Chicago
least-
police
Yeah.
fighting back against ICE?
No.
When they, okay, so
I mean,
you
like,
don't believe in the
I
Second
went
Amendment
there
where
and
states' rights to have a militia?
we had a discussion back and forth like about
No,
something.
that's not a militia.
That's
though.
literally what
That's
the
not a
militia is.
militia.
The whole reason
But it
the
was
Second
also-
Amendment exists was for the states to
Are
protect from a tyrannical
Are
government.
you really going to try to conflate a paramilitary
no
group,
one
which is
else
which is
did.
The Chicago
the
police-
police
I would
department?
rather have that.
We had-
Is paramilitary
we
the
had-
guys coming from the
I've been
Black Hawk
watching
choppers
you
with the
and-
masks who are?
Yeah.
This guy's got
Bye.
tanks. There are police departments with
We had
tanks.
one
The-
insane guy get
Oh,
up
there's
there
not?
Paramilitaries
and
have tanks. What are you
sing
talking
for a
about? What does that do
little
with
There are
bit,
police departments with
and
tanks.
then
So yeah, they come from the
hand
military.
out
That
some
makes them paramilitary.
insane
What I'm telling you
literature
is
that
this.
he printed
Listen,
up,
that is
and
not
then he
militia.
just like
The police, the law
stalked
enforcement job
me
is to uphold
weirdly
and
for
defend
part
our
of the night.
Constitution. That's what their job
To
is.
enforce their
When they're
state laws.
fighting against
To
the
enforce
federal
their
government,
state laws.
no, when they're
No,
fighting
Otherwise,
state
it
sovereignty
would
doesn't
be
matter
better.
now to conservatives.
you're conflating two
I'm not
different
conflating
things.
anything.
Yeah,
You're
what were
kind
you
of just going
and
off
Zeb
of an
talking
emotional
about?
thing.
I'm
That's
not going
okay.
off an emotion. I'm going off of a legal thing. You're going off of emotions. You think cops are there to make you feel good.
the
State police are there for state laws. Local police are for local laws. The federal government is
The
for federal
federal
laws.
government trumps, no pun
wings
intended,
with one of the
any local law
MAGA
enforcement.
If they trump any local
Is
law
that
enforcement,
wrong?
well, you tell me, why did Trump allow half the country to close then over COVID?
Huh?
Why did
You're
Trump allow
using
half?
the goalposts.
I have,
I'm
like,
not moving the
more than
goalposts. The president has that much control over everything. Then why did Trump allow half the country to close under COVID?
Someone may want to do that with you.
I did not.
Are we talking about the police
I did
department
not expect
doing
people to, like,
committing treason against the
care
federal
at all.
Committing
government?
to, they have no
That's
obligation.
exactly what
They don't have
they're
obligation to enforce
They
their
took
law.
an oath
It's me.
to defend the Constitution
There's-
and the citizens under their care.
The
But,
police force is there to enforce the
pretty
laws
cool.
that they have jurisdiction
Right.
over.
But
Not
the
federal laws.
the police
I was
forces
just
are
gonna pop in
abandoning
and
their
say hi and
responsibility like in
stuff,
Portland.
and show
Come on,
up.
man. They
Or
didn't,
is
you
he
call the
done
police in Portland, they
gone?
don't show up for
I
3
don't know,
hours.
just be right back, but I
Someone
guess
got
it's
knocked
gone for, like,
unconscious
a
the
hot
other day in
second.
Portland. The ICE agents had to come get that guy off the street and bring him in for medical
Yeah, there was a
care.
lady that got shot and killed by the feds in the Capitol building
Broke
on
things out.
January 6th when Trump refused to send anybody
She
there.
shouldn't have been trying to break into Congress.
But Trump also probably should have told them to go there, right?
He did tell him to go peacefully.
No, he said they would be marching because they also don't fight like hell or they're going to lose their country. And that's what they went and
Hey,
did.
I saw you lose
It's
this
actually
argument.
pretty
I didn't lose the
impressive.
argument. I won it completely. It's completely 100%. I know every part of that
Trump
argument.
said
Trust me.
peacefully and
Like,
patriotically.
Trump said fight like
Is
hell
he
or you'll lose your
making
country.
shit up, or
If he
is
said
he
peacefully,
actually
how do so many people misunderstand him?
So anytime you, so
Is he a bad communicator
Does he
too?
actually, like,
just-
have
listen,
points?
I heard Hillary Clinton say,
I
mean, not real-
fighter.
they're-
Kamala
they're
Harris said, I'm a
MAGA
fighter.
points.
Neither one of these women
It's
have
that-
ever.
How many people do you see
I've
fighting
never
in the
thrown a
street
punch.
with Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris
At least
banners?
he's got all his
Dude, I saw
branding
crazy
on,
the poop on the
right?
freeway earlier. Biden Harris
that's so
and
awkward.
Harris Walls on the freaking bumper sticker with all these other cat stickers.
These are
And
card
so I think
writing.
it's impressive when you can like.
How did they get?
This is like the
license?
conservative machine
How
right
did they
here.
get a
This is your
license?
problem.
Yeah.
Is the bumper
Yes,
stickers.
yes,
That's what's
yes.
driving you crazy.
So
I'm
much
just a
harder.
listen, Destiny. I'm a common
No,
man.
you're
and my
definitely
concerns-
right.
That's 4 trips to Africa over COVID. What kind of
What can I
common
say?
man?
Very common. I'm a common man. I
will,
my
like,
concerns are those of a common man.
aggressively
Arguing
say,
all
like,
these
I am
different
not gonna comment on this,
issues.
like,
It means
I have
nothing
people
to
reach
me.
Not
out.
gonna
How
be
do-
DEI?
How do I
I've had
feed
multiple
my
people
family?
from
And
the
are you going to
community,
give the proceeds from
like,
this event
reach
to
out
these
and be like,
beautiful
I have
people who
questions
showed
about
up?
this
I don't
stuff.
think they got to show they would because those first
Answer
people got
anything.
After you
terrible.
defend states' rights to
Yeah.
defend themselves with
Let's have
tyrannical
a
federal
conversation.
government.
How about this,
Opinions
guys?
to, like,
How about
no,
I'll give
but,
you
like,
everything
these
in my
people have
pocket,
absolutely
divided
no
immediately.
issues,
Destiny,
just like immediately
donate
like, oh
the
yeah, I know
proceeds of
everything
you
about
guys
that. Let me
equally.
just tell
All
you.
right, final.
That's a good idea.
Brandon gets the
No.
final word there. Brandon gets the final word.
fucking
What do you got?
My final word is this, guys.
So
just wait a
outside
little
of
while.
outside
Don't
this,
be so-
what kind of
don't be so.
stream do you
Listen,
do?
don't be
'Cause
so.
I've interacted
Don't be
with
so
you
hyped
in,
up
like,
over what's
Discord and
happening
stuff,
even
but
now.
this is the
In
first time
in
being on
3
the
years,
stream
Donald Trump's
together.
going to be gone, and you're going to have to make a very important decision about the future of this country.
No.
I would start preparing to make the
I
right
like to play
decision
video games,
about
sometimes
that
I'll do
instead of
politics, just
complaining
watch.
about something you can't change. Trump will be president for the next 3 years, whether you like it or
just
not.
do whatever.
In 4 years, a
I
lot
have
changes. A lot of you will
ADHD,
have
so
families, maybe kids, kids,
Someone
whatever
who
that you want or
clean.
you don't want. When you start having those type of
I made a
responsibilities,
tinfoil
your
hat
entire
one time.
perspective is going to change. Mine did
Yeah,
as I
do
got
you do
older.
the thing
I
where
would
you,
not hang
like-
my hat on this crap because
Nice.
you're going to inherit this
Do you
country
do the
and
thing
your
where you,
children
like-
will inherit it from you. Don't create a situation
I
that
don't
they
know.
can't
This
come
might
back
be
from.
me, but
And I think that's what we're at
my
risk at with these
ADHD
type
the way it
of,
manifests
this type of
sometimes is I'll like build.
All right, thank you,
up
Brandon. Put your hands together for Brandon. He had a really good run.
and wait
All
until I
right.
feel really stressed
Wow.
out about something, and then like cash.
Just by
it
show of
in.
hands quickly, how many people have
Right?
kids in the
Oh,
audience?
yeah.
And it's like,
Okay,
and,
yeah.
and then
Yeah, we have some
it's like
parents in
I'm
the
still
audience,
stressed
just
about that other
FYI.
thing, but like I'm
I
getting
have a
so many like positive feelings.
Okay.
Like, I just
Wow,
cleaned
that was
stuff
a
in
good
the
run.
room, so,
We're gonna go straight
I'm
into our
stressed
next
out.
Oh, yeah, I
debater.
do that kind of stuff
Let's
all the
put our hands
time.
together
Or, like,
for
I'll rearrange
Eugene.
my
Janice, everyone,
back
here
there.
comes Eugene.
Yeah.
Stratus,
What's up, buddy?
bottle of water?
Yes, exactly. You're like organizing. Hello, I'm actually
Oh
productive.
yeah, I do that all the time. I moved
okay,
on
so
stream.
Immediately.
So,
I am
like,
conservative,
I've been
I am
doing that
left,
for, like,
I
months
stay
now.
Democrat the whole time here.
Yeah, you're like,
I
actually,
here to have a good faith
you can tell that I'm
operation
productive because of how
debate thing,
organized I
guys. One of the
am,
complaints I've been
so
getting so
I'm
far
not
has been
procrastinating
is,
on all the other
especially with
things I
Prop
need to
50,
do.
We got to get this, we got to win.
But
that's it. The
meanwhile,
only
your
thing-
life
my biggest
is,
concern
like,
is
Oh, yeah.
falling
they say that and they say it in a way as if we don't.
He's
have
like
to
look
vote for
over
it.
at the other corner in the
I
room.
kind of
and
want to
like,
ask
oh
people,
yeah,
what's your
all
plan
of
for
the
after
shit
Trump?
and
What could be
responsibility
the
that I'm
things we
ignoring
actually
right
move
now.
forward with?
Okay.
Because right now there's
Never
I
mind.
actually
Some
find
people
you
would
did
say
a
that
really
after
good
Trump
job,
is like
but
that is a
usually
plan that we
under
just
my
want to
Yeah,
desk,
like,
have like an
absolutely.
there's
actual,
like everything
a-
that I
if we're
don't know
trying to
what to
motivate
do
people to
with.
survive
So
COVID,
like when
what
I
would be a
have
thing
to
that could be
go
actually
under my
pushed
desk
it?
for
And I have some
something on
ideas. We can go
stream,
through some of them, but
it's always like
Expedition
super
Everest is fun.
awkward because I'm pulling out like
No, I mean, like, part of
my
what you're
Guitar
saying,
Hero
part of an
guitars
issue,
and like
there's like so much, you're right, a
clothes.
dissertation on several aspects
Oh,
of this.
yeah.
There's this whole media
But
environment
actually
that conservatives
just
have
cleaned
top-down
it.
control of,
Everything's
and there's this
clean
whole
now,
like
really
movement
happy.
that they've had so much control
There
of.
you go.
And one of the
And
nice
you're
things I
like,
feel with conservatism is there's
guys,
always an enemy,
it's
there's
under
always marching
control.
orders, there's always something to
Like,
fight against, there's always some like greater project.
I
or
can
more
quit
movement,
having
you know, you're a part of,
ADHD anytime,
whether you're
but
protecting
it's actually
the
okay.
weird dogs from the evil Haitians,
Well, I had
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whether you're
hardcore
protecting your borders
clean,
from the 5 to 10
recently
5 million
because
immigrant
they were
coming in.
doing
It wasn't
the
everywhere, of course.
apartment
I think that
inspections
one of the
Oh,
for like
yeah.
the
side
fall.
effects of
So
Democrats
oh my
always
god,
being
my whole
on the
place is like
defensive when it comes
spotless.
to
It's
Republican
awesome.
messaging is
Yeah.
you really get to
You like look at that and
your
you're like,
own
oh man,
thing,
this is
'cause you're always
so
living,
great.
like, in the
And then
shadow
I
like,
of
cleaned my
criticism of the
carpets
other
and
party, saying, well, I'm
floors
not that, I'm not
like
trouble, I'm not
Yeah.
this.
for
Whatever.
hours.
Yeah, it's just how hard time like coming
Yeah.
and what you're doing.
And
I
you're
think
like,
that I really
I'm
like
gonna
that
just
Houston responded
fuck
to the
this
taxes
up
with
so,
the,
like,
the
all this
mutually
in, like, a
assured
week.
Oh yeah,
during
it's
the
gonna
or whatever.
be
I thought
yeah,
I was
it's gonna be
so
disgusting.
that was amazing. I
Yeah.
didn't expect anybody to do that.
I'm
It
gonna
made me almost
maintain
consider
it.
moving back to California.
You should.
Oh
That's great.
yeah,
Almost.
what a good lie.
But the
Isn't that a fun lie?
the thing is, the Democrats
oh,
have done
no,
a
this
better job
is
at like so many
You know
pieces
what,
of
follow
smart
me.
that other things
Follow
will come as
me
a
and
result
you'll
of doing
find
some
out.
things well.
Yeah.
So more specifically, I think that if Democrats
clean
had
my
stronger
floors, like,
media figures,
bi-weekly
they
or
weren't always getting
something.
stabbed in the back
Like,
by
struggle.
all the other pundits and all the other people on the
You in
left
the
who come on and
IRL
have stronger positions,
cleaning
then I think that you would just
section of
see
Twitch streaming.
like there should still be an
I should
intentionality
be.
behind creating movements
Yeah.
and policies and ideas to do things, but
That's
you would at
good.
least have that natural.
Okay, I'm giving Zip
figures. Gavin Newsom is one.
5 more
Marcus
minutes.
guy's
I'm
way to the left,
tired. I'm
down
just
in New York
gonna
City is probably
continue.
another one.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
okay,
go
AOC
because
to some
today's
extent,
been
you know, is one
insane.
just kind of in the background. But yeah,
I
so
think a lot
that's
of
important.
the stuff I watch
Alright,
online,
what's this
watch
new
you,
guy
watch a bunch of
talking
other people.
about?
There's
I
a
had
point
to
where
mute Steven.
I almost just asked the question, like, are they cooperating? Are they doing everything possible to at least show that they're trying to make efforts, burning calories to do things,
Who's
share
they?
messaging?
People or politicians, or what are you talking about?
Even like, how many people are just backing each other on certain things? You know,
Are you talking like a political group? Or are you talking
yeah,
about,
or
like,
sharing, or hey, when you're done watching me, go do this. Or the other one is, if anybody watches John Oliver, my biggest complaint on his show is he gives us a bunch of shit that is absolutely horrid, doomer shit, and then doesn't tell us what to do about any of it.
Sure.
Like just, I don't know, eat it, get ulcers, fuck off, see you next week. Like, it's unhelpful.
I mean, I agree. There's
no,
I think that,
this guy's
part of this I talked about this a lot on stream is the idea that the
Oh, yeah,
sides
you
are
know
playing
we're
different games
streaming,
sometimes.
right?
So on the conservative side,
Yeah,
they are
no,
playing
you're good.
a
Okay,
politics
making
game.
sure.
It is the game of
I
Thrones. They
forgot
want
that
to
I
win
said
the
that,
seats,
but I
and
feel like
everything
we
they do at the end of the
mentioned
day
it
is
at
geared
some
towards some
point.
political end.
No,
And
I
a lot of
know,
that's
I
not
know
really
that.
the same game that I think a lot of the
I showed up
media
for
people are
Zip's
playing, and
last
as a result of that, they
stream
don't
for
play
that
it the same way.
stuff.
Like if you've watched my stream for any
For
number
the
of years, like
Western
you've heard me
stuff.
remark how crazy it is that
But,
you know,
like-
Oh, I saw that, actually.
Benny Johnson, God, what
Yeah,
a fucking
I-
loser.
yeah.
Okay? And like
the
even
guy
like
that
for his
Disney's
class
talking
people,
to right now,
Jesus,
he's
you've never
misrepresenting
raise your hand if you've ever met
a
an
lot
actual
of
Benny
this stuff.
Johnson
Like,
fan in the real
he's
world.
like, oh,
Anyway,
these
okay, we
people
got one
are
guy.
complaining about what's
Okay,
going on.
guy manages to
And
give
like,
what?
no, actually, like,
They're-
John
yeah, they're in
Oliver,
okay,
like,
wait,
a
you speak
lot of
Russian, okay.
leftist,
Okay, so
like, commentators
you
actually
know,
have
you
a
have
lot
him
of
doing shows. I believe it was out of the White
like
House. They
calls
invited
to
a bunch of-
action.
yeah. And then on the left,
Have
you got
a
like
lot
so
of,
for a
like,
while. I don't know what the
resources
streamer
that if you
numbers are
actually
for other
looked into
people.
it,
You know, me
you'd
and
be
Son
able
and
to,
Josh are
like,
like the three largest ostensibly
really
left-wing
good
streamers. We can't
things
do
about
anything.
it.
Because those two hate
But
you
people
know,
just
everybody
don't.
for
Absolutely.
different
He's
reasons.
a cooperative.
Yeah, there's
He's
no
a MAGA
cooperation
guy. He's
anywhere.
gonna lie
And you're
about
seeing
shit.
this like crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
trying so hard.
The other
I
guy was
imagine
good
if
at
you
like
have a,
he was like really quick on his
There's some
feet.
people that are hard to love. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying my hardest to love Hakeem Jeffries, and my God, watching him say
See, that's
anything
like,
positive all about
to
Eric
be
Adams
fair,
fucking killed me.
it's
Like,
actually
please God, stop.
the
You guys say you don't
right
want to,
to
you know, endorse
compliment
Bogdani for whatever
that,
reason. You know,
because
okay, whatever, maybe I get
Steve
it.
will
But like to
fuck
sit here and
off.
simp for this loser,
Where you're,
yeah,
like,
the
going
Democrats
into
have a really hard time
talk
from like
about
bringing
something.
people
He's
together.
like,
From
actually,
the
this,
political
and he'll,
figures
like, bring up
through
something, and you're
the,
like,
to the influencers and YouTubers.
to
and
be
everything
fair,
else.
yes, you're
One
right,
of the
Steven.
things to
Holy
take the
shit,
news
was I
diet
not
off
going
of
in
for a
that
while. I
direction
chose
at all.
extremely poorly. Don't.
He's done that
I
like
have to
3
imagine
times.
that, yeah,
Researching cults.
because like
And that was a bad move on my
You're gonna have
part.
to turn off the news right now. to
Yeah,
research it.
well, like that
I've
turned into,
never
I'm like, oh my
had,
gosh, there's so
that
many
kind kind of
similarities in
conversation with
between,
them. I
and
don't
you know, you
think.
kind of come up with your own theories and stuff.
But,
But like,
I
would
feel like
say
that just
my
like
upbringing
my everyday
was,
life too.
very old school Italian,
Yeah.
we'll say, like lots of hand
No,
waving and
it's-
screaming. At each
Even
other,
when
just like,
talking to
this is
people
how
who are
we
like
should
horrible
Later,
at it, do you know
I
what
realized,
I mean?
oh, that's hardcore
Yeah,
abuse
yeah.
in
So,
so
like,
many ways.
he's really
but
good at it.
It has prepared me for having conversations
No,
with
no,
other
and
people.
he,
Last time
like-
it was here or anything like
I
that.
would
Just
not.
not backing
I
down.
could
You don't have
not.
to escalate. Doesn't have to get violent.
The
but
nice
also,
thing with Steve
you
Ellis
can't
in
just
this
power down.
is
Just
that he is good at like being. He'll get through a conversation with you. He'll rarely like just leave you with dead air. If Zip's back.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, we were just talking so much shit about you.
I can tell.
True.
Yeah. Hey, I just came along to say hey.
Hey, Kafka.
Since he's streaming, I was working on some of the position statement stuff for the food shops, and Hobbit followers stream.
Awesome.
Looking forward to that. I'm still on for Thursday.
Great.
Is everything looking good for you?
Yeah, that should be fun.
Okay. So the one thing that I was thinking about it that might, like one thing we might think about doing is Steven's probably going to be streaming that night.
I guess, yeah.
Because he's going to be back, so he'll probably be like overdoing it. Hopefully he'll just be doing some bullshit video stuff, but I don't know how much. I know we're not necessarily pushing hard for viewers this time, but we are kind of thinking a little more about it.
Yeah. I mean, the Food Shop said that she'd just like she probably won't be streaming at that time, so she'll give us all her viewers.
Okay.
At that time, and then
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Hell yeah.
But you were saying like a different idea.
Yeah, I was thinking like, what if we like, I don't know. Looking at the calendar, I feel like it's me. It would be bad for us to move it up on the participants for Monday, Tuesday. I guess.
I mean, we
But,
could
like,
ask
I don't know.
always. I don't think that's a horrible idea, but.
Yeah. Well, wait. What dates are his next?
Oh, I see what
event?
you're saying. I see what you're saying. Like, do it before. Yeah, because I think his event. That's a good question. We can just check the website for Paying Burn. I think.
Because if his last event is on the 7th,
I believe it is.
he might not even really stream that much on the 8th or 9th. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
I would guess like if his last event's the 7th, I would guess that the 8th. Like, yeah, for sure. I mean, we could do it.
Yeah.
In theory, we could do it on the 7th before the event, right? Because like if we're doing it if we're starting it at 7, right? And in theory, if we're doing the band appeals, that would be before that. So it would be like 6:30 to 8:30ish, more or less. So it would be before that. Right.
Yeah, let's not do anything. Let's think about it overnight, and we can talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's something I was thinking about because I'm also like, man, I don't know how much I want to complicate this, but if it was something where we could like maybe like easily make a switch, I'd be down. But like,
Yeah.
if we don't actually, also wait a minute, I forgot I have a real job, and I need to make sure that the rest of the week is actually okay for me to do that with.
Oh.
God, don't real jobs suck?
Yeah, it's the
Right?
worst.
Okay, never
the
mind.
worst.
There's no way I can do it on Tuesday. Never mind. I
Oh,
lied to you.
no, we
Aha.
Right.
I have to
But
go
that's fine,
make
like,
real money.
In theory, depending on the time that we do it, right? I mean, this thing's just gonna be like playing video game or something. So like that's fine, and I mean we can still leech off that,
Yeah.
and then
Let's stick to Thursday, but I think this is like the first time I really started thinking about maximizing viewers based on time. Let's keep it this one, and then our third
yeah,
episode,
we can get it
be
more strategic. Yeah.
way more greedy minded.
Yeah, I think I just did. I
Mhm.
throw that one out there, or did we all in general? But I mean, in theory, we could still do Thursday and then just make it a little later if we wanted to. But
Yeah, if it's a little later, that's really like
that's perfect.
that whole night I'm pretty open. Yeah, it's really on Hobbit because he was saying that 7 was what works best for him.
Yeah.
I saw that Not So Erudite was streaming, but she's doing some kind of party stream. I was gonna try to go on and chat with her, but I feel like she's not taking people
I haven't
right
heard anything
now.
about it. She ended up doing debates or anything.
Yeah,
Hobbit
she's
was
right
up to or
now.
something, but yeah.
She was playing with Soy Pill and some people, but
Let's see.
yeah, well, I'll get her a different night.
All right.
All right. Well, hey, I'll let you get back to
Thanks for coming
the streaming. Yeah, Baby Peach,
Bye.
it was great to meet
Thanks
you.
for hanging out
Y'all have a good
while I
Yeah,
night.
it
was
was fun.
not on my own stream, so yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks. Hope you entertained chat well. While
Where
gone.
were you?
I want to go do something.
You were gone for forever.
like 20 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
I was listening to thing while I was gone.
Oh,
and
like
it
we
occurred to me
weren't.
once I was like getting back, and I could have been listening to my own stream, and I could have heard what you were saying, and I would have known that
True.
Kafka's here. But I didn't think about that. But yeah,
Yeah,
that
we
that
didn't
mega guy was a
listen, like, at
fucking
all.
dumbass. Actually insane. Those arguments like, are you gonna give everything, all the proceeds to illegal immigrants? Like, bro.
I thought he did a great job, actually. I thought he was really impressive.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, because he was just like so quick on his feet, just moving from the next to the next to the next.
That's
like,
not quick
he's
on his
just so
feet. That's gish galloping. Retardation.
No, but he was just good at it. Does that make sense?
I mean, that's like saying a pig is good at like rolling in mud. Like, yeah, he's gonna be good at it. That's
Yeah.
still being, or like, yeah,
But that
like me
doesn't
being
make
at
you
being a
good at it
magatard. Yeah,
automatically.
he was good at being a magatard. That is.
Not everybody is. He was really good at it.
Guess so, maybe. Well, this guy seems more chill.
Let you steamroll me over that. And I feel like that's an actual thing to take pride of in America, that most people didn't have to deal with that, but now it's almost a requirement because they're just unprepared for this kind of battle.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it, unfortunately, comes down to people don't talk about this as much. We say like, oh, misinformation, we kind of like move on from it. But like,
Right.
the internet has truly changed everything. And like in some ways, like I feel better sitting across from like an actual neo-Nazi who
Yeah,
has like
yeah.
a strong belief system that's opposite mine, and we can have the fundamental differences, morally. For the last guy that sat here and argued with me, my feeling, I could be wrong, but my feeling is that he probably wants what's the best for this country, what's the best for his family, best for his, his children, everything else. And I think that it's,
for like his own family, and yeah, but not for People's.
tragic that there is such a wall of like different realities that we can't communicate with each other, and especially when there is so much incentive online to feed people certain realities, because you make money in the algorithm, or other people are making money, pushing propaganda or whatever, or because the Republicans are playing the politics game a little bit too well. So,
do you think that could actually be a platform to run on of like we're going to fix internet or fix the algorithms?
Absolutely not.
Or no?
No.
Just full on no?
No, because I think one of the issues is it's hard to tell people this, but people like it. I think people want it. How did you watch me do my COVID lab leak research?
Yes,
That's
that
some
was-
boring stuff, right?
that was
That's
boring.
agonizing. But watching me go outside and scream at people online is really fun, and people like that more. Now, my audience is special, and I would never criticize them for anything.
True.
But like you can see like where the interest is in terms of what people consume. I wouldn't mind it so much.
Also
I
research
wish
streams.
that people understood more what they were watching and that it was more accurately understood what was being shown. So,
I
like, if you wanna watch,
did
like,
all the COVID
COVID
stuff like on my own time because of my mom, and so I had a lot of fun.
exactly.
Like she would send me articles of like, I don't know, something crazy like about the vaccine having magnets, and like I have a chemistry background, and so a lot of it could like transfer.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And so like I had a lot of fun like digging super deep into all of it. So when I found out he was doing like research for it, I was like I know how fucking painful that shit is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So I was like, I refused to turn it on because I was like, this
Yeah,
is
it was
fuck out
annoying.
of me.
This is the worst.
videos of Ben Shapiro or Charlie Kirk or Destiny or whatever, like screaming at college kids and owning them. I think you should be able to do that, and I think it's fine to do it. I think it's fun to do it, but know that you're watching a professional like smurfing through a bunch of college kids and annihilating.
Yeah.
You're not. This is not like a serious intellectual good faith challenge between two equivalent
But
parties.
what about, say, like social media algorithms? You can identify where the account is from and come like, oh, this is clearly, I don't think they have America's best interest because it's from China, or something like that.
That
Or-
personally, I think that I've said that for a while. That should be like a law that I think is passed. That if there's like a major enough social media account or media figure, their country of origin should be identified.
Yeah.
Because I think if you consumed media from 10 different large accounts
Base.
and that law went into effect, and the next day you found out that like 8 of them were from Russia, 1 was from Qatar, and 1 was from China, I think it would make you look at those accounts like a little bit differently.
Yeah, I would hope so. And would you want to retweet them or kind of investigate them more? Or maybe I don't want to do this. Can I start unfollowing them? Something like that.
Yeah.
Like
Because I think one thing, I say this a lot when it comes to the whole, who disavows violence first.
Or like
particularly
show
social
me
justice.
only
One thing I mentioned when
accounts
it came to
from the
the
United States or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
the world would
awesome.
be a much better place.
with the Russian.
That's such a good idea.
And,
The
was it the
hacks,
DCCC hacks or whatever? Is selective transparency is worse than no transparency.
Yeah, 'cause
It's
it gives
better to know
authority to it.
nothing than to gather a few facts, because when you gather a few facts here, you start to make assumptions about that.
Yep.
And you might be way more wrong than if you
Just
didn't know
filling
anything
gaps.
at all. Yeah. So I feel like if we had, a media environment that was a little bit more regulated in some ways, but like people just don't. I don't know anybody that would actually want that. Nobody's like really pushing for that.
Yeah.
But having
Well,
some
I
of the
think it's
selective
also-
stuff is like for like just real quick, like
Yeah,
APAC
yeah.
is the thing that everybody knows, right? Everybody talks about APAC, but
Yeah.
it's because they got publicly registered. You can see everybody they donate to and everything else, but you don't know who the foreign people are supporting, or you don't know who's behind a lot of the big Twitter accounts. So yeah.
And I guess I would also add in there, like, some of the things that, like, housing could affect everybody, MAGA and whatnot, but, like, something quick would be, like, an automatic, like, better spam laws for texting or cell phones,
I think
something
Bush
like that.
passed some of those, didn't he?
And they all got
those?
repealed, yeah.
Did they? Oh.
Well, that and a lot of our technology is
got more
old
sophisticated.
because we have to have backdated stuff.
Yeah, sure.
But, like, upgrading some of that or something that could be noticeable, you can actually
that's
tell them,
true.
hey, on this day, no more spam calls unless it's, like, actually registered or something. Just trying to run in something that would actually improve somebody's day. That because I can't come up and say like you're gonna fix housing. I don't know what that means. I don't know if I'm gonna afford it. I don't know if that includes me. Like most people when they say what generation they're in, they don't actually know what age range. Or
Yeah, but I think one issue is because we become so detached from each other. Like if you had somebody who wanted like a $10 an hour minimum wage and somebody who
Right.
wanted a $20 minimum wage, having these people fight with each other, it might seem like they're both radical to each other. But if you separate them, the guy at $10 an hour is going to be in a group where they're going to be people arguing for no minimum wage, and the guy at $20 an hour is going to be arguing for a living wage for anybody who looks at a job.
Yeah.
So like you get these people that are so far apart from each other because they're not communicating.
Also dictating where they live and stuff too. Their whole entire situation.
But then it's hard because like we can sit here and talk about like, oh, what would transparency look like for a better social media environments? Well, right now half the country is willing to accept Donald Trump having cryptocurrencies
Yes.
under his family name that are literally this is the
and no one
definition of like
cares.
untraceable money.
Fuck.
And he's having dinners where people who are the top dollar donor. It sounds like a fucking Twitch stream, right? The biggest subber of the month is allowed to come and have a conversation with him.
But like if you ask them like how does this entire cryptocurrency scam work? Like most of them don't know. They just know it's okay because Donald Trump's doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So that's
it's
how do
the
we
kind
push
of
for those things?
undertone there.
Yeah.
Let me see.
All right, final point there, Eugene.
I just appreciate the conversation really quick. I hope people take this as like an actual good faith conversation of how to improve things. Some of the stuff
Wow.
will work, some of it won't.
Yeah,
Other people
we
have
can do that
ideas.
way, 'cause
Anybody has any ideas or
we
anything,
can't really
I'll be in the
disagree on
back
it.
and trying to start up something
Yeah.
called Monetize
Yeah.
Hawking, which is a ridiculous way of
I mean, this
saying
goes
we're a
nice,
podcast
at
network.
least.
But the general consensus is like how
the
to
first
break
guy.
through to the other
What's up?
side, but also do it in an authentic
You
way where
want
they
Trump
trust it
debates.
enough to go like, well, I
Yeah.
don't believe what he says, but he hasn't shown me wrong yet. It's like I would say a lot of the stuff on our side is the hyperbolicness, as opposed to this is the exact thing that was said. And like you don't necessarily do that, but you hear other people on Twitter, this is what happened, this is what I saw, and it just kind of goes back and forth, and it disrupts the trust that could have happened to people that are snapped out of the cult. And the other part is if you are in the cult, like go find other people that left. So you have an actual place to go. There's definitely people that are like, oh, I don't like this. I wanted the Epstein stuff. But also, if I start telling people this, I'm going to lose my job, my family, my kids. No one's going to talk to me. I'm going to get run out of town. So I'm going to shut the fuck up and just nod. So
Yeah. I mean, I think having a more cohesive media environment and more cohesive reality, I think would get in that direction. But that's a huge monumental task.
yeah, exactly. I appreciate it.
All right, put your hands together for Eugene. Thank you so
nice
much.
guy.
Awesome stuff, man. Okay, quick roll call for debaters that may or may not have arrived late here. Baron.
Wait, so Peach, did you find the charger or did you not find the charger for your...
I found the charger,
Why aren't you using the
but it's
controller?
just still charging because it's like super dead. I guess
Can't
I
use
probably
it while
could
it's-
now, but
you-
no. Okay, thank you. I could have sworn that that was a thing, but I tried and it wasn't working.
That,
So I assumed that I
works.
was just like losing my mind.
And also, you're using a third-party controller, so in theory that might be why. But you should be able to use it while it's charging.
No, I
Yeah.
know that I have before. Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
Baron's here. Okay, great. We got Baron. David? David,
Baron
you bought a
Trump?
debate ticket? David.
Maybe.
No, David.
Oh, should they get him?
The person who wanted to be called UBI. Are you here?
Oh,
You're here?
boy.
Okay, fantastic. We got UBI.
Maybe socialism
Simon
today.
Park. Are you here? No Simon Park? All right. And we already had Brandon Lee. Did we already have Brandon Lee? Brandon Lee back
Yeah.
there? Oh, okay.
Brandon
Yeah,
was
we'll,
the
we'll
other guy,
get, we'll get
wasn't
to you.
he?
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. And
Oh,
Eric
okay.
Melkor.
I guess there's two Brandons.
Eric? Oh, that's you? Okay.
That's also Brandon.
All right. Well, that's you. Let's go with Eric Melkor next. Come on up,
Brandon
Eric.
Dark.
Come on down.
Dark
He
Brandon.
needs a long applause. He's got a long way to walk here. Keep it going for Eric. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Eric.
Hey, what's up?
Ooh.
All right, so I'm going to take this conversation.
I
in a
want
whole
another donut
different
so bad, but I
direction,
shouldn't.
From what you've been talking so far.
you have.
How seriously do you view the threat of...
I think I have 3 left.
Well, first of all, why you guys so many? Secondly, I mean, I'm gonna kill you, right?
automation,
True.
and what's the time span for that?
I have that many
would say
because I
not
wanted
seriously at all,
donuts.
just 'cause I'm not well enough versed on it to
So?
know.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that
I want to go get one.
there's
Well,
like
that's what I'm saying. You got them because you want to have them, so want to have them.
yeah, a retort, like the claim is that AI is going to threaten a lot of jobs, automation is going to threaten jobs that can't be replaced. The retort is that this is the lump of labor fallacy, we always find more work to do. And then the counter retort is that AI or general intelligence represents a type of like intellectual work or creative work or automated work that is actually going to be new compared to anything that's happened before. And then the counter is like, yeah, so that's where I'm at. So I don't know like what, I don't know enough facts to go into, yeah.
Right, so the response to automation is that there will be new work.
Yeah.
Right. I think that ultimately the net loss of jobs will be greater than the jobs that are created. I think we have what we
Remember
call
shaking?
corporate capitalism, right? We've depended on corporations for jobs, right? That's literally every single one of us like depends on a corporation, unless you're a small business owner. Which
Camera
right?
shaking.
But I think that I would take the automation threat a bit more seriously because I would mention three major industries that might be affected, and these are 3 industries that hire a lot of people worldwide.
Isn't that
It would
better?
be
Just have the
trucking,
donut.
call center
Boom, easy.
workers,
Don't
and
worry about it
Delicious.
now.
computer programmers.
Okay, trucking, what was the second one?
Call center workers.
Call center, oh, okay.
Call center workers and computer programmers. What are your thoughts on those being automated?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard these before. I think I've even mentioned, yeah, the trucker thing is supposedly really scary in the United States. There's a huge amount of, I don't think it's the number 1 industry, but it might be, but it employs a ton of people.
Right.
And the threat of automated cars is supposedly really scary, but thankfully Elon is pushing that back every year, so hopefully we never
Right.
get
We,
to-
we have Waymos already here in LA, right? And
Sure.
in San Francisco,
They're
right?
not trucking though, but no, I know what you mean, yeah.
Right. So again, the trucking employs millions of Americans, mostly Republicans, mostly living in red states, right?
Good.
Not college education.
Welcome.
High school diploma kind of thing. I think this is a bigger threat than people seem to realize. I think that when it comes to the trucking,
I'll say it. I don't care if a Republican loses their jobs. Fucking automation. To be honest, fuck 'em.
industry,
Me neither,
not only
at
do the
this
truckers
point.
lose the job, but
Yep,
also
don't even care.
the dining, the diners, the restaurants, the truck
Okay.
stops. I also think that
If voting Republican will
the
help
vision
you.
that Democrats
some
are
way.
putting forth to address that is non-existent, right?
Imagine-
Meaning that no candidate thus far has even
Voting
remotely
in.
addressed this fact, right? That automation
The self-driving car guy
Yeah, literally.
as a truck driver.
To be in the fucking White House and then you vote that guy in. Like, cool.
is a threat.
I feel like the situation is like right now so dire presently in terms of stuff being talked about and stuff that people care about. I think it's hard to even be forward facing. We on the conservative side, like they say that every single problem was literally existential, and then on the Democratic side, it's starting to feel like every single problem, to some extent, or at least a lot of them are existential. So when you're in that like fight or flight mindset, it's hard to kind of like plan for the future, I guess.
Right. So it's like the scarcity mindset, right? It's
A little bit, yeah.
Right. So
I think there's like a broader way to talk about it, but nobody ever really addressed the conversation. But it has to do with like how do you leave or how do you address workers that are left behind when your GDP is growing? It's like a broad way of saying it.
Well,
Yes.
that's the whole point of automation is that we will be as productive as ever, even more so because robots can do better jobs than humans, right?
But I feel like the thing, that assumption that we would live in this kind of like post-scarcity world, for some reason, I'm sure most economists probably account for this. I'm just saying, generally speaking, it feels like people don't account for the fact that consumer demand seems to be infinite. Like the appetite for a consumer for more stuff is like always growing. So insofar
That's
as
true.
if there are 100 people that are sitting around that can have everything provided by robots, somebody's going to want something that one of those 99 other people can provide, and then that's for some reason that's always rolled forward that way. Now the claim is that AI or something is going to represent a unique displacement of workers that won't be able to be compensated with just increased demand or lump of labor stuff. But I mean that has yet to happen, and I mean I guess we'll see if it does. Then damn.
I just view view a failure in both Democrats and Republicans in terms of like offering a hopeful message for the future. And as my name implied, the UBI thing, there's only one candidate so far that has even remotely touched on this, and it's Andrew Yang, right? I'm pretty sure most of you guys know. People view him as
What happened to Andrew Yang?
kind of weird, kind of
disappeared into
I don't
nothing
even know
else.
how people characterize him at this point, right?
Wow.
But he was the only one to offer like a pretty solid plan.
It was on the
right?
H3
So one of the things that
podcast.
he had was a universal basic income,
Oh.
which was $1,000 a month that every U.S. citizen over the age of 18 would qualify.
Yeah, true. Maybe gone. Both sides are bad. True. Nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it like Andrew Yang is. So true.
I would argue that this policy is much better than what Kamala had to offer during her presidential run.
Oh
Kamala,
my
but
god.
As well
okay.
as he had a vision to fix the tax system in America, which you've touched on this before because I do watch your videos. He
Trump
proposed
had a
value-added tax
concept of a
system.
plan.
And
Oh,
I think
true.
there's many different versions of a value-added tax system, but
Yeah,
I
many
believe the best
concepts.
version is the UK's version, in which it's
True.
a 20% tax on all luxury items, non-essential.
Even though he was literally president
there's
for
a
4
3
years.
or 6% tax on semi-essentials.
Yep.
Think diapers, children's clothing, things of that nature. And then there's essentials are not taxed at all, meaning groceries like milk, eggs, rice, beans, fruits, and vegetables, right? I would also mention that the UK has a sugar tax, right? Because do you really want more people to succumb to diabetes and other diseases that would put a pressure on their healthcare system, right? So
I don't necessarily think that
Alright, bro.
I can't say this would be a bad tax structure for a kind of
Put
like
the Democrat vote in the
quasi-post-scarcity
bag, bro.
future.
Come on.
But the only issue is right now we're designing kind of like the perfect tax or societal fiscal structure for a reality that we're not quite at yet. So I think it's hard to. I think it's hard to. Yeah.
I think the value-added tax system offers a lot of strengths even now if it were to apply.
I'm not going to
to
disagree on that. It'll never happen because Americans. Well, actually, I guess that's not true. It would only happen if Trump did it, because apparently that's the only way conservatives will accept new taxes.
Yep.
But I think most economists, I think everybody is generally in favor of a type of value-added tax because it gives the federal government the ability to have
Right.
federal sales tax. But I would never. I don't think I would oppose it. I would support that, but I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. In the
Well,
US.
I think all of these conversations that I've heard so far,
God, your
that
cat's
you
going
have,
on this cat
and I really
tower.
applaud you for what you do, right? To put yourself out there, talking to the right. I just think it's just so divisive. It doesn't really offer a unifying message. There's a vision of a universal basic income that has to do with kind of reeling it all back in and offering an actual vision to actually fixing this country's problems. So when it comes to UBI, right? It's if you pair it with a value-added tax, right? If you give $1,000 a month to a single mom or a family or someone that's just struggling to survive, they're gonna get the $1,000 a month. It's going to subsidize their wage. If they use that money to buy the groceries that they have to buy these things, right? They have to buy their everyday staples, right? Well, those things won't be taxed at all. So you're basically giving these people the most help you can give them, right? Once they run out of $1,000 a month, then they still have to be productive members of society, and they still have to find a job to cover for whatever else they have as expenses. So in terms of progressiveness, I think this is the most progressive tax you can have. Also, a value-added tax, and I've heard you talk about a wealth tax and how inefficient it is. I think a value-added tax is way better at taxing rich people, right? Because it targets their consumption, right? So when it comes to VAT, a uniform VAT of 10%,
It's true, but I mean, I'll never
a 10%
disagree.
VAT on, let's say your TV breaks. You got to buy a new HDTV, $500. All right. How much is the 10% VAT on that? Well, it's $50. All right, so you're going to spend $550 now, right? But as you go into the higher level of society, what's a 10% tax on a $20,000 Rolex watch or a $100,000 sports car or a $1 million yacht, right? So you're going to target rich people's consumption choices so that you have a better system than. And again,
I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I feel like we're designing optimal tax strategies for a country. There's absolutely we can't even agree on progressive income taxes in terms of like higher taxes for wealthy people. We just had these whole Trump tax cuts that are absolutely
nobody will
obliterating our
ever-
budget that have now been
it'll
solidified
never
after
work
one big
'cause
beautiful bill.
the
So the idea of trying to talk about
Republicans
like a progressive value-added tax structure. Again, I think like there's just like these are interesting conversations, but it's like a land value tax that all the Georgian people like to talk about too. Like it just feels like we're so far away from even having. We don't even agree on what the problems are when it comes to taxes in the U.S.
I mean, one of the reasons why I put myself out here like this too is because I've had the opportunity to talk to a lot of people about this, Republicans included. I drive I'm an Uber driver here in SoCal, so that means I end up in Orange County. Right? I've talked to Republicans about this, and
Hello.
I
Hey,
am
me.
able to have
Oh,
the most productive.
My
health
favorite
conversations
Uber
about
driver, is that what you're
it.
talking
Uber
about?
driver,
Just this talk.
yeah.
And a value-added
Yeah.
tax is
Thanks.
actually pretty
I
popular.
love Vine.
amongst them, right? It's pretty straightforward, right?
don't
You're
think I
taxing
ever
luxury,
have
you're taxing people's
Uber
consumption. Yang also proposed that if you're going to raise this 10% value,
I've never had
that's
a
gonna
Uber
lower
driver.
the federal income taxes by a similar percentage. You're not gonna put in an extra
Like tax
on
revenue
people,
but
right?
also giving some kind of alleviation, right?
Right, you're alleviating it from the income tax system and then just having this luxury tax system, right? So what better way than to tax your
That's
people?
scary,
First of all,
'cause
why are
you
you
touch
taxing
their
people
tail.
based off of their labor? Like, don't you want more of that, right? Like it's the income tax system is one of the most unfair tax systems in the world. I used to work at a UPS warehouse where people are working back-breaking labor, like during COVID, like working 12-hour days, 6 days a week, and then they go home and then they get their paycheck and it's like 30% tax. Like that's super unfair. I believe that's one of the reasons why Trump won. Trump won this time around because he won over the middle class, right? He won over the middle class
don't know
because
that
the
analysis.
argument that you'll hear a lot is, oh, it's not fair that I'm getting
Yeah, well,
taxed
'cause
more and I'm
people
working my
hate
ass
trans
off,
people and
and then my money is going
woke
to someone that doesn't
DEI
work as hard as I do, right? So to
Well,
me, and I kind of agree with that, again, because I worked at this very hard back-breaking job, and I saw this, right?
I mean, like, I understand what you're saying. As somebody that is rich and somebody that was poor, something I say a lot is I hate the middle class. I've always hated the middle class.
Right.
The idea that somebody in the middle class doesn't want to pay more in taxes because they don't want their money going to like a working class person. I feel like one thing that I wish would happen in the United States is I feel like we like radically need to change the way that we approach talking about taxes. Like conservatives talk about them like they have to be avoided at all costs. And when I hear people on the left talk about them, they talk about them like a punishment, right? But like you know, something I said like I get to sit in front of a computer or in front of an audience, and you know I get to fly around airplanes, I get to do all this stuff. They would only work that way if there were a whole group of people that were also willing to do other types of work that I personally don't want to have to do. And the idea that like for me to exist at like the incredibly heightened experience I get to have in this country means that I have to pay some chunk of my income so that other people can live, you know, outside of destitute poverty. Like that shouldn't even be like a regret. That should be like a celebrated thing. And even if people don't like intuitive, or even if people don't intellectually understand it, intuitively they do. Because you know, if somebody was making some amount of money online, you could just tell them, hey, there's like a whole bunch of crazy countries that you could move to and live in the wilderness, and you'd be so fucking rich. And they're like, well, I don't want to fucking live there, right? Well, of course you don't. But part of the reason why you don't want to live there is because you don't have like a whole society that is like moving everybody forward from top to bottom. Yeah.
So
All right, you get the last word there, Mr. UBI.
Okay, so I'm going to try to cover this as fast as I can because this is there's so much ground to cover when it comes to universal basic income.
Okay.
I think the vision that a UBI can do for us is to also offer a way to adapt to a changing economy. I mentioned that trucker, if he loses his job, he's not going to live in an expensive city like LA or San Francisco or New York, right? $1,000 a month there isn't really going to do much for that trucker, right? We're paying $2,000 a month in rent here in LA, right? But if that, most likely that trucker's going to live in a small town, he loses his job tomorrow. He receives $1,000 a month, right? That money can help that individual and his small town to basically invest in their economy so that you can see a resurgence of small businesses and self-employment endeavors, right?
I don't
so
know if
again, the vision of a UBI,
care about what this
like,
guy's
what it can do
saying.
for
It's
us.
never gonna happen.
It's very complex. There's a lot of grounds to cover. There's so much in terms
Somebody
of
has to
how
break it to him that it's just not gonna
you could even
happen.
call it a left-leaning libertarian idea in which instead of the wastefulness that government can do, I mean, we've already seen it in terms of the homeless industrial complex that's happening here in California.
Even if it'd be better,
tens of billions of dollars have
doesn't
been spent on trying to tackle homelessness.
Unlucky.
Has anyone seen an improvement? No, because it's you know there's so much wastefulness and inefficiencies of government, right? Whereas a UBI it's a left-leaning libertarian idea because you're reducing government bloat and waste, right? And instead you're putting that money straight into people's pockets. You're going to save money in the long run on many different levels. Again, there's so much ground to cover. I can talk about healthcare. I can talk about the prison system. I can talk about like
Please don't.
how this offers a better vision for America, going down in terms of jobs and automation and all that. But I do, it really kind of, seeing these kind of conversations happening where neither, like you guys are just arguing, like it's just two sides arguing on some of
Is
the
this
dumbest
super
things.
dark in that
And no
room?
one is really actually thinking
Yeah,
critically
yeah, it is.
to move forward, to move this country forward. It
Don't-
kind of makes sense
it's
because
being
it's like,
proposed.
what the fuck are we doing?
What was the
right?
alternative?
And like I
See, I
said,
understand, but I mean, like, also, you kind of have to meet people where they are. Like, the UBI argument can be the best argument in the world, but if I
some
show
of
like
the
a group of
stages
conservatives
really
a picture of a bunch of brown and black people getting it, they're going to be immediately opposed, and they're going to call all lazy. Like, okay, well, I guess we're
that's the beauty about the
yeah.
universality of it, right? But Yang also had a really good. He actually had traction with Republicans during that 2020 election cycle.
Oh,
right?
brother,
he was
so,
able
but he
to
didn't win.
offer
He didn't
things
win
that
because
Democrats
none of the
right?
people
So
wanted
Yeah,
it. So
he didn't
like,
win.
okay, cool,
This is-
bro. Cool story.
We're all just kind of like just going in circles with some of the
It's like a
dumbest things
Bernie
I've
bro.
heard, and it's a brain
Literally.
rot kind
It's
of
the same
politics,
shit.
right? And I get it. It's amazing. It's really cool to have you on the left side to like defend a lot of these positions, but I still think it's not enough. It's still not enough, and Democrats have failed us just as much as Republicans. I mean, I'm not even gonna fucking mention Republicans.
Oh my god, you see, and that's where it always ends up. Democrats have failed us just as much as Republicans. No, they haven't. You fucking moron. No, this is not the case.
Democrats are failing us, and I'm trying to learn from those
That's not
failures,
true.
and I'm trying to like offer a different alternative vision. So-
All right,
so-
thank you, Mr. UBI. Rock and roll. You had a good run. All right, we're going into our next debater right away. Oh, just a quick reminder, Stephen will be signing posters. You can get a free poster after and a picture with Stephen once we are done with our debaters tonight, so don't go away once we conclude. Callie Chan, you're up next. Put your hands together for Callie Chan. She's coming straight from the back of the house, so
Callie Chan.
keep that round of applause going.
Callie
Stretch those
Chan.
arms,
Yeah.
clap them together.
Is it
Callie
Asian
Chan,
Callie Chan?
here she comes.
No way.
Rock and roll. Woohoo!
Wowza. Is Asian Kelly Jane.
I just want to preface that I am definitely not a political
That's
whiz
amazing.
here.
That's fine.
and-
Speak right in the mic, and then you're good. You can do
All
whatever you want to be. Okay.
And not only that, I unfortunately work in defense,
Ooh.
so I'm very confused with
Yeah,
what's going on right now.
Jesus.
But, don't wanna be doxxed.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right, so if facts matter, how do we wake people up who've been emotionally checked out of politics? I
That's
notice that
a
of people,
way to
especially
say
in
that.
California, they act like they're above politics. They want to play kumbaya, saying both sides, whatever, like both
That's
sides are wrong.
amazing.
You know, or they don't have the emotional energy to give a shit anymore, and they don't want to be that draining moral superior.
Nobody knows how to talk into a fucking mic, and I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose my mind. Why
You
can't
should
people
tell
just?
him to tell people that. Why won't he tell people that though?
'Cause they don't cares. Even if they explain it, they're never gonna be able to do it.
That's such a
virtue
dumb
signaling
thing to
downer.
say.
And do you think political apathy is a form of privilege?
Wait, what is?
You.
What?
Well, there's no point in even telling him. How do you
They
know?
they
No
told
one
them
told
talking to the
That's
mic,
such a
and they
dumb
don't talk into the mic. It doesn't matter.
No, he said talk close or whatever because then you were all like, no, don't talk close. Talk, point the
Yeah,
mic.
but when he
directly
just said to
into
her,
your
he said
mouth.
talk into the mic, and they don't. They talk in the mic.
Oh, I missed it.
Honestly,
Might be.
every single person, I like in real life and everything, You tell somebody talking to the mic, they don't know.
Okay, yeah, I get it. I still think that it was a good impression of you, but you got me there.
I need a better answer for this.
okay.
I feel like one of the issues that we have, you asked is political apathy, a privilege, or burnout. I mean, it can be either or. I mean, it really depends on what issue we're talking about, and it depends on, what. It depends on what we're talking about, right? So like all of us, well, most of us are politically privileged to not really care. I'm being a bit facetious about what goes on like between Ukraine, Russia, or Israel, Palestine, because these are foreign conflicts, so they don't affect us here. Some people in the U.S. have the privilege not to care about, like women's rights or stuff related to SNAP or WIC or welfare programs or stuff related to taxes. Like it really depends. Like to some extent, like a lot of us are privileged in some ways. We don't really have to care. Other people are are really bought into it because it literally affects them or their communities. I think that on the left, I feel like one of the issues, it kind of came up earlier when the guy was up here, is it doesn't feel like we have like a coherent political project to fight for. Whereas on the right, they always have like there's like a new enemy or a new deep state or a new thing from the future or the past or whatever. They always have like a thing that they're always like ends with, a new trans bus driver or whatever. There's always like an enemy that they can be upset about, and that type of anger seems to sustain people for a long time. It seems to keep people going in a direction for a long time. I'm not saying we necessarily need to do that, but I do think that the left as a whole, please God, excuse me, the Democratic establishment as a whole needs to kind of have a more coherent like war game plan to put forth to the people so that they feel like they're invested or involved in something. I think people like to see to some extent like the fruits of their labor. And when you don't have anything that you're ever fighting for, it's hard to keep track of it. Like I said, like I was excited when Gavin Newsom talked about redistricting. That's like a real thing that there's going to be a real vote on. And it's going to have a real impact on the districting in California. I think it's awesome. It's something you can see, well, at least on a map. I think it might have been Steve Bannon that said this or somebody else. I kind of believe this. I think that maybe we need to like build stuff that's like big and noticeable again, like bridges or not trains because you take fucking forever apparently for you guys. But
we
anything
tried that. Nobody gave a fuck.
As gaudy and disgusting as it is, like conservatives look at all the Trump gold and everything in the Oval Office.
Really?
It's awesome. Or like the
built a fuck ton of bridges and roads and shit. Yeah, it surprised me whenever I went to fucking like not the trains, but yeah. But like
I thought you meant trains. Yeah, sorry.
I think even trains maybe they did like like lay down track or some shit. But surprised me when I went to go visit a blue state that you can just see like on a bunch of the projects. Like there's a big sign that says paid for by the infrastructure bill. Yeah. And, And what made me was saying on Trump took credit. Yeah. Right now they like taking down those signs and putting paid for by like Trump, and then it has like from the infrastructure bill, and it's like that's a Biden bill. Like
really?
Yeah, they would just say that shit. Yeah.
Ooh, I would do illegal things to those signs.
Has like out and back with the rose garden used to be like stuff that you can like visually
in a video
see,
game, right?
I think it's nice for people. But I think to go back, you're asking like, it's a very like it's a very involved question. Like what gives people the drive to be involved in politics and to move something forward? And I think
never
it's
even had a
like you're part of,
speeding
like, a
ticket
project that has some kind of forward momentum that's making some kind of difference, that's actually doing something. But like how you do that, there's like so many different factors at play. Like I can talk about this forever. Like Obama was like an inspiring person. People liked him. They liked the way he spoke. You felt cool when he got elected. It was like, oh, cool, this is awesome. This is a fun thing. Obama. I think I would say like Gavin Newsom making fun of Trump on Twitter. That's the highlight of my life is seeing new tweets from him or his press office or whatever. Like it's just fun. It's something to be like culturally involved in. And then having media that you can watch that's like fun or exciting. Like growing up as a conservative, like listening to Michael Savage roasting the the commies was really fun. And
True.
All the entertainment and excitement. I could listen to Alex Jones. I got all these lunatics. I'm not saying we need to be that bad, but yeah, there has to be like I'm reiterating myself the third time. There has to be like a comprehensive project that everybody's working on that always has some kind of forward momentum.
Yeah, they were like a lot more entertaining to listen to and would build like a community. Like they were the first like content creators. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Like the talk radio, conservative talk radio. Yeah, like in the 90s and early 2000s.
I'm sure there were like content creators before then, but I know what you mean as a comparison.
Actually start caring. Like Roe versus Wade or all the different rights getting rolled back, but like people are on to the next thing. People are on to the next like talking point. People are on to the next show. The more distractions there are, the less we care. So like I think just an overwhelm of different things to care about. People are starting to get burnt out.
I think that one of the issues is when we find a topic to care about, we don't have like a clear path to success, and I think that leads to people getting discouraged really quickly. Again, I'm not saying we should go in this direction, but if you look at like the trend of literally everything today, it's like gamification to give you these like little steady rewards as you build towards something. Well, if somebody tells you, okay, well Roe v. Wade is gone, well what are we going to do? Well, we're going to try to win an election so that the next president hopefully gets to install one more Supreme Court justice, so that maybe there's like a groundbreaking case that's brought through the courts, and maybe with like a 5-4 conservative court, we might be able to get a favorable ruling that maybe will bring about like Jesus, like what the fuck? Who cares? We don't even have a Supreme Court by then, right? Like it's just fucking it's like so far out. Meanwhile, like Trump is promising to bomb countries tomorrow, right? Like that sounds like a way more exciting project. Like I want to be the guy that's watching Greenland explode rather than the guy who's like looking forward to the another Supreme Court justice 27 years from now. Now, like I think. Like I'll credit Biden with being politically effective because he did get stuff done, but it didn't feel like it. You didn't have that feeling. And I joked about this initially as I would like to consider myself somewhat politically mature. That I would joke with Dan and say, oh well, it's nice that it's kind of boring now under Biden because we have like a real country with a real guy who's really doing things. But I think a lot of people like kind of the excitement and they like to see like the cool stuff. And the Republicans are just so far ahead of us on that.
I mean, yeah, that's why they voted
for. They love the headlines.
With TV
all it
rather
is.
Than actual politics.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
All right, on to the next questions. How do you de-radicalize someone who's deep in the MAGA pipeline without sounding condescending at this point?
I don't think there is no you can't like de-radicalize people. I think in like any kind of short guide. it's kind of funny. I think I've drawn this comparison before, but like a really good example, or two good examples, I think, are these are issues that have been dealt with forever. Is you have people who are addicted to drugs, or who might be like kind of crazy, like experiencing psychotic mental illness, or people who are lost in like abusive relationships. These are issues that have happened for a long time. Psychologists, therapists, everybody's like studied, and you know, as far as I'm aware, there's not really much you can do for these people except kind of be there for them. Like if you know somebody who's addicted to drugs, you know somebody who's stuck in an abusive relationship. If you try to coach them out of it at all, they immediately paint you as an enemy. They get deeper into the other thing. They stop communicating with you, and now you've lost all contact. But it's hard to be friendly with them because you don't want to be like encouraging of like bad habits, but it feels weird not to say something. The problem is once somebody's an adult, they truly are left to make their own choices. I would say that if you have a friend in your life and you feel like they're, you know, down a certain rabbit hole, you talk to them as much as you can, but it's going to be kind of obvious if you're trying to like, you know, argue them out of a particular point. Like they're going to pick up on it. It's not like you can go here as like a therapist and try to talk a friend down from something. So also keep in mind too, like don't feel bad. Like you're up against an impossible machine. You know, like I think I made this joke on stream a lot.
Yeah.
And like I've had multiple friends that I've lost who it starts with the innocent, like, so I saw this guy on Candace Owens and he was making a lot of sense. And I'm like, fuck, like in 6 months this person's
You
going
can't
it's happened
beat
like 3
it.
times.
There's nothing you
And
can
nothing
do.
that I say or do, no amount of
Yeah.
argument or no
Awesome.
amount of like logical refutation matters, because by the time I spent 1 week going over
Ah,
some fucking guy
Zippos.
who
What's
was
up,
in Egypt,
Fudge?
they've got like 6 other shows that they're
Zippo.
ready to give me. I was like, okay, well, like something is clicking in your brain here that I can't communicate with and I can't do anything about. So yeah, it's what I said for the first thing. It's like this whole interconnected, moving, you know, puzzle that there's a lot of different pieces that have to be working to make things work better. Yeah.
All right, you get the last word there, Callie.
Okay, let's see.
I can't believe it's literally Asian Kelly Jane.
May I ask, is there anything Trump related that you disagree with Stephen
Oh.
on?
Okay, does obsessing over Trump keep him culturally immortal?
He already is. It doesn't matter if you obsess over
This is
him or
a
not.
really hard one. There's a really hard line to walk between like obsessing over Trump versus normalizing Trump. One thing that I found, especially with my own political enemies, whose has I occupy 24/7 rent free, is the easiest way they can kind of like brush off criticism of them is to call other people obsessed. So you know, if I talk negatively about a particular thing and they don't want to deal with the criticism, they say, oh, that guy's obsessed with me, and then you're done with it. MAGA like formalized this with the whole Trump derangement syndrome. Like, oh, don't you think it's kind of crazy when Trump does this? And it's like, I think it's kind of crazy how fucking TDS you are. It's like, okay, well, fuck me, I guess. So like, I think the important thing is to keep the criticisms like measured. Like when Trump does a really bad thing, I think you have to call it out. There should be people calling it out, but like not every single stupid thing, obviously. So making sure the criticism is accurate, making sure it's measured, the magnitude of your response is appropriate. Yeah, maybe not calling out necessarily every single little thing, but like we're in an era now where like every other day there's like shit happening that is just unbelievably insane to me, and to not have anybody calling it out, yeah, is not good. And when you've been like so recessed on it for so long, to start to step up and call it out, people are going to see that tonal shift. And they're like, oh my God, you became deranged. What happened? It's like, well, no, I just fucking started opening my mouth on this. Yeah. So there has to be some balance there. Yeah.
All right, everyone, give it up for Callie. She had a really good run here. Rock and roll.
Thank you, Kelly Jane.
All right. Well, I think this next debater is going to bring the heat. Put your hands together for Barron. Barron, let's go.
It's him. It's Barron Trump.
Yep.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Let's see if this guy's able to talk into a mic properly.
We'll see.
Oh, he doesn't care. Okay, cool. Awesome. Can't do it.
Democratic Party has been done a terrible job.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Probably ever since Obama has left office.
Speaking of that, yeah.
And
You
I would
pulled down a
also
little
say,
bit.
He's not still not gonna do it.
And I would also
Nope, there it is. Haha. He
Oh
told
my
us talk into it,
God.
didn't do it.
probably
Thank you.
immigration in the United States. I think that's been a big issue for many people, for many voters for a very long time now. And I think the Democrats
Pangburn,
dropped the
please
ball
say
and ignored
something.
that, while Trump,
He did. He didn't do it.
at least he's speaking.
But
to
like, I
what
don't
people
care.
have been
Like,
voting.
continue to like make him.
Yeah.
I think
Why does
that
he have
when
the
we talk
option?
about poor democratic messaging, I
Yeah.
think one of the big problems is Republicans started
what
to
the
play
fuck
the
he
game of
asked you.
politics a little bit
Like,
differently.
people can't
in ways
hear
that I would
him.
argue
That's
are
the big
immoral.
deal.
And Democrats haven't kept
Nah,
up
who
on
cares?
either regulating
It's
the
your
environment
show.
or playing equally back. I think it's really difficult to contend with. I trigger people when I say this, but to contend with certain problems that are, in my opinion, somewhat fictitious or sometimes largely fictitious, and figure what the appropriate response to that
Wow,
is
bless
can
you.
be very challenging. I
Thank you.
do not believe, for instance, that the majority of conservatives in the United States have had all of these horrible experiences with like trans rapists in bathrooms, but for some reason, trans people still dominate so much of our conversation. When
They
it
see all
comes to
the
immigration
illegal
in
immigrants
particular,
getting
I think it's
emergency
challenging
healthcare when they
because
go to the EU.
the actual answers
Yeah, that's
is-
crazy.
they're really complicated. Like for instance, what does our immigration system even need to look like? That's something that nobody even talks about, and I seriously doubt we could even come
No
together
one
and agree on
cares.
what that means. What does it mean to say we have
Well,
certain
no
immigration
immigrants.
problems, right? When there's a Democrat in office, apparently there's like a new fucking caravan like every 2 days at our border that's about to destroy the country. But then as soon as Trump is in office, I'm not hearing anybody complain about what was supposedly
Well,
like
'cause
the
there's
number one issue
no
in the US.
zero
And
limit
every
immigrants,
time Trump
right?
talks
Coming
about
in?
it, there was still like
Zero.
barely 25 million illegals that got in. Like I don't know if they all
Thank
just
you,
got
Mika.
bored and stopped destroying the country, or they ran out of dogs to eat, or yeah. So it's hard. Like if somebody throws up a problem like that, and you don't even know how to deal with it because it doesn't even seem to be like as real as they're making it out to be. And then they run on that, and they don't really do much to deal with it. But then everybody feels like they get credit for solving it. Like, yeah, that's a difficult thing. I do agree that Democrats definitely need to message better on it. But yeah, man, it's a hard one. Like, where do you even start on that? Yeah.
Well, right. So I would say it's a failure of leadership if we all recognize that we are playing the same game, yet the two sides are using different rules to play that game, right?
Just nice and close to the mic. Thank you.
sorry.
You can go
Let's
right
go.
So
Come
we
on.
don't have
Hey.
people on the left don't have the luxury to be disingenuous
It's a little
with their
better, right?
positions as Republicans do.
I'm not
We all know
saying
that.
it.
Yet they're not putting that forth and deciding on how to best utilize that. So I would say not only are Republicans better at taking their messaging and making it more digestible, breaking it down to 2 or 3 sentences that are really easy to connect with people, they're also better at
No sentence
follow-through,
could be more than
or I would say
5
not necessarily,
words.
they're better at follow through. The Democrats are worse at follow through because
Yeah.
we hold our leaders accountable, while them
What are you
they're
talking
able
about?
to again misinform their voter base, and people will just eat it up. And when we talk about where we can agree on what immigration should look like, I would say. As far as I'm concerned, I would say immigration is great, and we should allow as many immigrants as possible, as long as it still provides a net positive benefit to the
And
United
that's-
States.
oh,
And I think most
okay.
people would agree with that.
I don't, unfortunately. I think I would largely agree with that, depending on some things around the edges.
know.
But so, like, for instance, one thing I noticed when I listen to conservatives talk about immigration is, like, one of the biggest kind of things that you can listen for when you can tell somebody has particular views on immigration is people are very quick to talk about immigrants, illegal immigrants, and asylum seekers all interchangeably. They use all these
It's all the same
MAGA
shit.
does this all the time. And sometimes through these conversations, we want to have, like, a discussion on, what kind of class of immigrants should we let in? Does temporary protected status, should the executive be able to do this? What do you do with DACA? But sometimes it's better to just go back. I think the Mockler, Adam Mockler, just eviscerated
Yep, he did.
Knowles on this. When I think he asked him a question about, like, asylum seekers.
What's
If you
that on?
ask Republicans, do you think people
Yeah,
should be able
yesterday, I
to
think,
seek
last night.
asylum in the United States? I think a lot of them would have a difficult time even saying yes to that. So when we
Yep.
realize, like, how far back
They don't
we
even
are
know
in
what
the
it
conversation,
is.
like, okay, hold on, you don't even think that people should be able to do this. Then it's like, do you think that people should be able to immigrate to the United States if they're willing to work? And it's like, what if it was like 500,000 Mexicans? It's like, oh, well, I don't know. And so it's like, one thing so then you have to take another step back. It's like, okay, what do you actually care about when it comes to immigration? Like, do you want there to be any immigration?
the
Because
answer's no.
you can catch people, like, so easily. Like, I had one guy saying, like, well, I just don't like the demographic change from, people of color because they vote a different way. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, do you think that European immigrants are voting fucking conservative in the United States?
Right,
and they're like,
right,
well, no, I
right.
guess not. And it's like, okay, so this is clearly not an issue, right? So part of the trouble, I think, of even having the
It's
conversation,
racist.
I think to some extent does speak
Yep.
to a Democratic failure in having a strong position. Again, it wasn't until Biden kind of got pushed really hard by conservatives to really come to the border to make, like, kind of, an idea about it. And then it was Lankford's Republican-authored immigration bill that was eventually kind of pushed before Congress to be voted on. And then it was the Republicans that ended up shooting it down. And so, like, the Republicans, like, have the chain the entire time. They're, like, leading us around in terms of, like, how we talk about it. So,
reports care about.
sorry, that sounds really hopeless. I agree that there's kind of been a failure in Democratic messaging, but I think that, man, a lot of my answers are unsatisfying. The Republicans have just fucked up so much shit that it's hard to even understand how to exist in the environment. Like, let's say that, like, if we're both running for student president, and, in the last election cycle, one guy was like, I'm going to make it so they can't assign more than 3 hours of homework a night. And you're saying, okay, well, I'm going to make it so we don't start school until 8:30 instead of 8:15. And then in the next election cycle, one guy is like, I'm going to give all of you $10,000. Like, geez, I don't know what to say to this guy. And then he wins the election and he doesn't do it, but people still vote for him anyway. It's like, well, fuck me, I guess, right? So I don't know
and
how
then what?
Democrats are supposed to exist in an environment where, I mean, I bring this up a lot.
Guys, I'll give everybody a pizza party. Okay, if you vote me for student council president, okay? Vote for me.
I mean, me gone.
Oh yeah, see ya, Migon. Thanks for hanging out. My zipper.
Time, no one knows, cares, whatever about it. The Dominion stuff with Fox News is insane. That should have ended that entire news network, and every person involved, I think, should have been criminally indicted. At the very least, should have
Yep.
all suffered huge civil liability, and that network should be gone. But, like, it's continued on as the largest news network ever. So, like, from a conservative viewpoint, they should continue to lie and do what they were doing because they're constantly rewarded for it.
So how much do you blame Democrats for that then? Let's talk about the asylum seekers first. The issue with asylum seekers is, of course, how Democrats really dropped the ball as far as letting asylum seekers come here legally, seeking asylum, and then staying here, extending their stay, without ever getting any type of, catch and release, not seeking judges. I understand there's a backlog in judges and stuff like that.
Without getting any
Well, that
catch
wasn't
and
that wasn't a
release?
Democrat failure. That was the Republicans blocked the bill that was going to help out at that. So yeah.
have no system in which you're
Well, and
tracking
it's been
anybody
going on for
anymore.
literally how long? Like, how many presidents? Like, you can't
Yeah, this is just a,
blame it
like-
on Democrats.
Yeah,
This
it's-
is just a failure of our system.
Yeah, that's a failure in leadership in that aspect. And I also think when it comes to the Langford bill that you talked about, I don't think you're a serious person if you bring, not you personally,
I could be
I'm talking
unserious.
about the politicians. They're not serious about it when they bring this to the forefront during the election year. You already lost the House. You're now playing from behind. You're not serious about this. If you didn't bring this to anyone's attention the first
Well, they didn't write the bill till then, so.
2 years when you had all three houses. Like,
Yeah, but I think the issue is, like the first issue I think has to do with one of, like, how are we approaching failures in leadership?
I mean, there were other things to prioritize when we had all three houses, right? So, not the same thing.
Here. So like catch and release is a difficult one because people assume that the law is like you catch an MS-13 member and then you release him into a friendly white Christian neighborhood so that he can wreak havoc and, you know, cause terror or whatever. When the reality is first of all, there were a large number of people that just didn't immigrate illegally or legally during COVID because it was, people were sick. It was fucked. Like everybody knew people that were sick, right? And it was scary and people were dying and especially in the first wave and kind of in Delta, like it was a really bad flu. It really sucked. After that alleviated, there was a huge wave of people that wanted to come in a variety of ways. And then this asylum loophole kind of got discovered. And then everybody realized what would happen is ordinarily if you would come to the United States, you want to claim asylum, your case is adjudicated basically instantly. And if you're good, you can stay as an asylum under some temporary protected status, or you get kicked out. So you're not going to abuse that because if you come in and they kick you out, it's like, oh, well, fuck me. But once there was a backlog created and they have to issue you a slip, right? So catch and release, they issue you, come back for your court date. Once that started to grow and all these other people were trying to come in after COVID, it was like, oh shit, this is an exploitable system. And I think that started to take off heavily a year or two after the COVID stuff. Now, Trump got to use like Title 42 and everything to shut down the border completely. I think Biden and them, I think, tried to bring it back for a while, but I don't think the courts let them. And then it's just a problem that like continued to grow, but there were like other things happening too. Like was there room for a conversation about immigration when the Russia-Ukraine war was breaking out, when Israel, Gaza was fucking genociding, nuking each other? And it's like, okay, fuck. And then now you're like at the end of the election cycle, it's like, oh, also the illegal immigrants. Like, okay, well, fuck. Well, here's a bill. And the Republicans like, well, actually, we don't want it. It's like, okay, well, is this even a real problem then? Like, what the fuck? Yeah. So all that to say, I'm sorry, I started this off with like what's actually happening. I think that it would be fair if conservatives would say, and I think it would be even fair to punish Democrats electorally if it's like, this is a failure in leadership, like, you know, you're the United States of America, you can handle multiple problems at once, you should have done something about this earlier. But when the talking point on the right is he intentionally, Biden himself, walked down with his fucking Dairy Queen vanilla ice cream cone and opened the gates to let all the illegal immigrants in, and they wanted to do this and they wanted to destroy America. Geez, how do you even start the conversation there? I think it's like, it's just a crazy difficult place to start. Yeah.
Well, I think also, like, then what's the suggestion as far as getting the messaging better? Because I think if you ask the average American, what is the left stance on immigration, they would say open borders. What's the right? They're against illegal
No, they
immigration.
wouldn't say open
Like, I
borders.
feel
What are
like
you
those are
talking
both-
about?
Wait, what he said?
He said that if you
I
ask,
think he was saying if you ask Republicans what Democrats think.
American, what is the left stance on? Oh, what's the suggestion as far as getting the messaging better?
The
Because I
average
think if you ask
Americans?
The average American, what is the left stance on
I see.
immigration?
Oh,
They would
maybe.
say
Well,
open
'cause the
borders.
average
What's the right?
American is
They're against illegal
Yeah.
immigration. Like, I feel like those are both factually incorrect. But there's no space for nuance when it comes to your average voter. So how would you change? How would you make the messaging better
But what
reflect
the-
what the politicians are?
what you say the average Trump voter would believe is accurate, though. You know what I mean?
No, of course not. But that's the point. I think that goes into like what he's.
Oh, okay.
Actually advocating for.
He's not saying that. He's saying the opposite. He's saying Democrats aren't open borders, but people think that because.
Military industrial complex needs to come back. Deep state needs to come back, and Soros needs to come back and buy X. Okay, we need to ban. I mean, what we have to do is something has to change about the media environment where conservatives can say anything and like lead Democrats around on a leash on everything.
Okay.
That I don't like that.
Yeah,
I said so
true.
much tonight. Like that's just a
What would that look like?
multifaceted. It's a huge problem that has to change because like I'm sorry, I know it sounds mean, but like if you're in Pennsylvania, you know, Michigan, like there's no way that like illegal immigration is the number one fucking problem that you're facing. But like a lot of these people feel that way, and it's like, well, why do they feel that way, right? And you know, they'll insist. Well, I see. Like I've had people
That's
tell me, like,
so
that's not true. I
real.
drive by and I see illegal immigrants all the time. How the fuck do you know they're illegal? Like,
Right,
but that sentence
right,
you just
because
said is
they're-
pointless,
because
right?
they're brown, yeah.
But then it's like, how is it then? If there's
And
just
9
such a
times
huge
out of 10, they
problem?
aren't
It's a
actually seeing like
Yeah, they're just
like anybody.
They're just
like
seeing voices
the
in their
Midwest
fucking
is
head.
like, yeah, like they've never actually been
They have no idea what
like
illegal immigrant
anywhere
quote, unquote,
else
looks like.
in the whole entire country. Like,
Yeah.
Trump gets elected, it's not a problem anymore. What's happening?
we're all
Did
the
ICE
same,
make that many
basically.
raids? Are they, deported 25 million illegals or 5 million illegals or 1
Just a
million
bunch of
illegals? Like,
farmers.
where are they all going? If I thought this was the biggest problem ever, now it seems like nobody talks about it. So then it's like, if it wasn't even that big of a problem, then how do you even address it in the first case when Republicans are telling you that it's like the biggest problem ever? Like, what are you even supposed to, like, I mean, I'm joking, but I was like, maybe Biden should just say, yesterday we deported 5 million illegals, and like, that's the counter to it. And it's like, well, what are Republicans going to say? Like, it's not like they even had a tracking of the real number of people coming in.
Yeah,
So like,
exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's the
one way to do it.
messaging apparatus has to change in the Democratic Party. There needs to be stronger leadership, more positive positions, not like good, but positive, like this is what we believe and this is our stance and this is what we're going to do to fix things. And then there has to be a better media environment where it can't just be that one side can lie with impunity on every fucking thing over and over and over and over again and nobody cares about it.
Have you seen any recent stats as far as illegal crossings in the United States over the past 10 months?
My wonderful president keeps telling me it's basically 0, 0, 0, 0.
Well, yeah, okay, so we know it's not 0, but I mean,
Fucking
when we're
one
comparing it
Trump.
to
I bet that was the fucking guy from earlier. Like, it's fucking.
2023.
Yeah, no, it sounds
Probably
like him too,
read it
actually,
drastically less,
oddly enough.
It's probably less, yeah, I would imagine, yeah.
Okay. And have you
But
crossed the
for
border recently?
for a million different reasons that don't mean that they're just because they're deporting them.
Perhaps, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, I've done it. Like I do it quite often. I would say this year been much easier than it ever has before. I'm not necessarily saying that's due to any like Trump's specific work. I'm sure it's meaningful. I think probably more so. The last 10 months, the United States has just been a much less attractive place for anybody to come for any reason. So
one thing I kind of wonder too, and there's no way
me.
for me to like actually prove this, but like sometimes I wonder, because I don't know, it's like, and nobody's polling these people, how much does like the conservative rhetoric play into, like if you look at the numbers, we always have more attempted illegal crossings under a Democrat president than we do under a Republican president, even though like the policies are relatively unchanged. And sometimes I wonder, like, are there people in South America that hear Trump say the Democrats have open borders, and then when Biden gets elected, they're like, oh, maybe we can just go up there then. Like, do you think, I wonder, does that encourage more people to come up or not? I have no idea. But, yeah,
I've never thought about that
frustrating
before.
to me that like supposedly these are some of the biggest problems we have, but then as soon as they get their
Would that be the
elected,
case
now
or
these
no?
problems seem to not matter anymore. That's just very frustrating because it's like, well, what the fuck? What was Biden ever supposed to do? Like, if Trump can do nothing essentially, except I guess he has an EO like limiting numbers of crossings, although nobody's going to this country right now apparently. Like, yeah, I don't know, just it's a frustrating environment to be in.
All right, last thoughts there, Baron.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess my overall point would always be that I feel like people on the left, they just don't do a good job of picking and choosing exactly what they want their messaging to be, and the lack of follow through is just terrible, specifically on people for the left, because you have a base that will hold you accountable for your lack of follow through. And we see so many factions within the left that we necessarily don't see in the right. I mean, we see a lot of infighting over there, but they all seem to coalesce against around one candidate. While, I mean, we can just take New York City's mayoral election, for example, or the previous 2016 Democratic primary, where we have plenty of options that I think most people will be great with, but you have the Bernie Bro situation, right? Where if it's not going to be Bernie Sanders, we're not going to vote at all. You know, we have situations like that. I don't really see anything comparable to.
It's gonna happen again. I'm sure Bernie's gonna run again in the fucking 2028 primary, and it's gonna be the same shit over again.
Then the people that are running.
Do you really think he's going to?
And I don't see why not, unless he like doesn't specifically because he wants to endorse like AOC or some shit. But then it'll be the exact.
I'll bet
same
you
shit for AOC.
$5. I'll bet you $5 that he does not.
That he doesn't. I'd take that bet.
Okay. Deal.
Need to understand that, and they need to change their entire their platform, how they're choosing to run, to ensure that they're bringing that in and amalgamating that within their platform.
Yeah, maybe. I will say just as one final thing, because I hear this a lot. I heard the majority report saying this. Some people will say this thing, well, they'll make these criticisms of the Democrats, like the messaging is bad, they need to do a better job communicating this. But like, it's funny because I'll hear people, I just heard Emma and Sam complain about this on the majority report, like the Democratic messaging is so bad, like why can't they communicate this, this, and this? And it's like, motherfuckers, you're communicating this, this, and this.
You are the Democrat messaging, like, bro.
Communicated then, right? Like, you never hear conservatives say, like, Trump was really bad at that explanation. These guys are tripping over themselves to explain exactly what Trump meant, no matter how much of an inconsistent jarble of random words it was. Like, they're here to fucking Mike Johnson.
No, when he said that, he meant the
He pulled out the FBI informant shit out of fucking thin air when it came to the Epstein stuff. So like, it's just interesting because like for Republicans, like they don't have, the politicians themselves don't even have to think that much about the messaging. Right. It's not like they're the ones doing, like Ted Cruz and Rubio and Trump are amazing messengers. It's that the entire apparatus they're in are amazing messengers, because if anybody says it, then Tim Pool and Joe Rogan and Dr. Malone and all the cabinet members and all the Fox News hosts and everybody's going to be repeating the exact same thing.
I found a Lionel.
Nice. Good look.
Yeah, I will.
Like they get a lot of help. It's not just the politicians on the right; it's the whole apparatus there that's helping them do it.
Yeah, surely.
I haven't seen one in the wild in so long.
Back-end infrastructure as far as top-down messaging, that's just so much better when you have everybody that's important on their side parroting the same comment. While
I haven't seen one in the wild in a long time. What do you mean?
Positions on the same thing that's confusing the voter race.
Sure, cool.
All right, thank you, Baron. Put your hands together for Baron. Thanks, buddy. Awesome stuff. All right, we got a few debaters left. Remaining debaters, don't be afraid to bring your strong disagreements with Stephen up here. He's not going to bite you too hard.
We got
so
some more debaters.
we got David in the house. David, where are you at? David,
David.
it's your turn, David.
This will be a fun time, right?
Yeah, thank you so much. Make sure you talk nice and close into the mic. Thank you.
All right.
It
So
looks
my
like
name
the fucking Riddler in the Batman movie.
is David. Actually, huge fan.
His shirt says Shrek.
I see it.
Followed since StarCraft 2. I know.
Oh,
like,
another fan. Oh, brother.
It does say Shrek.
You're debating,
Does.
but I'm actually I am a fan,
What's it
but
from
I'm
the
more of
play?
like a radical centrist to be honest. I think
Oh,
some
boy.
of the yeah right.
Oh
I know,
my
terrible.
God, bro.
Hopefully I'm not as bad as P.F. Jung or something, but
Oh, brother.
So I wanna
Okay.
talk about
That's
offshoring
interesting.
because that's one of the things I think that Trump really taps into really well, and is like an actual serious issue. Like all these economists, like David Otter, Daryl Okamoglu, like they've done a lot of research on this, and they found that offshoring in general does hurt the American worker. Like even after displacement, it seems like low-skilled workers always get bit no
No one
matter
says
what,
it didn't.
and high-skilled workers there might be some benefit, but very small benefit. So aside from Trump's policies, his reaction to it, I'd argue, which is really awful. But I like that the conservative party is at least starting to talk about this. Like the mainstream conservative party, their response has been awful in my opinion. But some of the minor think tanks are starting to talk about this. I think some of their arguments are very interesting. Like more so how to prevent this in the future. Because David Daughter, he talked about the China supply shock and how we basically lost 8 million jobs in 10 years. He doesn't think we could have prevented it completely, but we could have slowed it down with tariffs. And instead of everyone losing their jobs in 10 years, maybe in 20, 30 years, and that gives them time to still have their jobs, and then the next generation, and then retire, and then the next generation can like work the new jobs that are hopefully created afterwards. So what do you think of offshoring in general? Is there any evidence you think that there's a reason to be against offshoring?
Just because offshoring hurts American workers doesn't mean that means you need to help the workers that are being hurt by it. Because there are other benefits that can come besides.
So I think when we talk about like exporting supply chains, we talk about offshoring certain types of jobs.
I was gonna say what I just
like
said, but
it's
yeah,
a difficult
it's obviously-
conversation, but we need to have like an honest conversation
I'm
about
doing
like, what
so
is
good
the
right now, I have
overall
no
goal,
idea.
I guess, of like
Wow.
economic policy in the United States.
Oh,
And
so-
I think sometimes we just all kind of
Oh,
like
yeah?
assume the answer to that, but other
No,
times
almost.
like we're having
Oh my god, you're not good at the game. I'd already have killed him.
I'm
100%
great at the
guaranteed.
game.
disagreements
an-
that
no,
are showing like
I
a
don't
fundamental
believe you.
disagreement on that, and I think some of
Okay.
those have started to kind of like come up over the recent, especially like the tariff stuff, right? So some people might say like, oh, we should have the strongest economy, and it's like, what about at the expense of an American worker? And it's like other people say, oh, well, we should do everything we can to help American workers, and it's like, oh, at the expense of our XYZ industries, and it's like, oh, we should do everything to help some industry. It's like, oh, at the expense of some of our like for H-1Bs, right? So
Oh.
we heard our native-born computer workers.
They want the good without the bad.
One
They
thing
want
that's like
the-
very
they don't want the
frustrating
bad
to me,
without
and I think there's like a
the
huge
good.
failure of the fucking Republicans, I'm gonna say. The
That's
one
solid.
issue. Have you heard the Obama quote of? have
He
you heard
said
that
it.
thing?
Guns and religion.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, like where it comes from.
Yeah, like he was talking, like it wasn't even meant to go out as just to private donors, and then like the conservatives attacked him, like oh,
Kind of, but the quote comes at the end of like a really good understanding.
right,
of what's
right.
happening.
He understood the struggles for sure.
Yeah, he's basically
like,
saying that like after years of NAFTA, administrations come and go, the Clintons, the Bushes, whatever. What's happening is there's a group of people in this country who feel left behind, who are being abandoned by a newer economy, and and I think, and Obama goes on to say like it's not surprising then
said it
that these
again.
people are racist, bigoted or whatever, or that they cling to their gods and guns or whatever. He makes this quote obviously, and the people take this and they go crazy with it. But like it's funny because J.D. Vance in an early interview says that it's a very true quote, and even he understands it really well, but now he pretends not to. But
Yeah.
we have to have like a conversation about what it
You
means
guys will
to
just flip on a dime on anything. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yep.
to advance our economy without like ejecting portions of society, and that's a very complicated conversation to have for a few big reasons. So the first big reason is So I'm not necessarily attacking the UBI suggestion that was made earlier, especially because he's not here to defend the idea. But when people talk about compensation for money, I used to say this like, oh, we'll just pay them off, fuck it. You know, the economy benefits, you know, in general, tax the winners and distribute to the losers. But the reality is most people don't want that. Most people don't want to just sit in a society and get welfare because their jobs have been eliminated. Like people take pride in their work. They take pride in the communities they're a part of. They like to see the things that they do. Yeah.
Right.
So I think offshoring is good for the economy as a whole. It's good for the
Right.
consumer as a whole, and it benefits some groups of workers. But there is that good is like spread throughout all of society. But the bad, the pain is like hyper focused on certain worker communities and certain geographic regions. So there has to be some way that that we can acknowledge that like the economy
That's what I
needs to
said.
advance. Like we have to continue to increase the productivity of our
For
workers and our
sure.
labor and everything else. We can't hold back the whole
Thanks.
economy or worse, go backwards to deal with some people because they participated in an older economy that now other countries are starting to catch up to. But we also can't just say like, oh, you know, like fuck that group of people. I hope they keep voting for us and we'll throw some money at them, you know, and keep them happy. But that's
Right.
that conversation. I feel like that's an interesting conversation that the left and the right could have a fight on, but the right is just totally disengaged from all politics. We don't have it. But yeah, go ahead.
Right, I agree 100% with that. And the reason I think that most of the conversation is on manufacturing is because it just so happens that, well, maybe not just so happens, but the swing states that basically decide a presidential election, like that's a very important issue for them, was this China supply shock taking away so many of their jobs. Like, but it's not just manufacturing; it's also services. Like so many, like millions and millions of jobs, like have been like offshored. Like mostly call center stuff and simple clerical work. You could also argue a lot of it was also automation. But what worries me personally is like what seems to stop companies from offshoring and automating is the initial capital costs. So like David Otter talks about this all the time is like technology doesn't get here as fast as you would think, like because companies are mostly slow to adapt to new technology or to offshore. But what worries me is COVID seems to have sped this up a lot. Like a lot of companies that would have never thought of spending money on catering to remote workers were forced to during COVID. So
True.
what worries me is like a lot of these companies are like, why are we paying these Americans to do like the same work that can be done in India or the Philippines or even Europeans? Like I think your co-host Dan Saltman says he loves like hiring like European coders because they're so cheap. Like, and it seems like neither side is really working on something like this, and we could be in for another China supply shop kind of thing where millions of these jobs are gone and it takes a long time for them to be replaced. Another thing David Otter said was the new jobs, there's never any retraining. Like there's very little support for retraining. Like
I think the issue, I think after NAFTA, I think what we discovered is retraining is like largely like a fictitious thing. Like you can't take somebody who's been doing something for 20, 30 years and just magically retrain them to like a similarly productive line of work, right? Which is challenging to do within of itself.
Right, but there are other policies like Obama, like they were experimenting with wage insurance, where like if you lost your job in manufacturing, you're getting paid like $30 an hour. Your new job that only pays $20 an hour will pay the difference for X amount of time. Like,
yeah, I understand that, but I feel like people don't. It just feels different. I don't think anybody, like if you had a guy who was trucking or working in a manufacturing plant getting paid 30 an hour and now he gets 15 an hour working at a restaurant, but the government is subsidizing the rest of his wage, I just don't think it feels the same. Like you don't have the same amount of like pride or engagement with your work.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely.
I do agree that I hate saying I agree because this is like a conversation we're not even close to being able to have in this country because we have like fundamental disagreements on what the economy should even look like. But I do wish that that there would be kind of a richer debate on like who does the economy serve at the end of the day and what should our policy even be oriented towards? Like, are we infinitely in the pursuit of cheaper goods? Are we infinitely in the pursuit of higher productivity labor? Do we want to pump the brakes on some types of
Boring.
consumer
Who
enrichment
cares?
to keep
Talk
some
more about
manufacturers
trans
alive?
girl
Are there
clock.
some strategic investments we can make?
That's
Because
what
when the
really
Democrats
matters to the
don't talk
American
about it
people.
as much, whether because they don't have the opportunity because Republicans are screaming all the time about other things, like the Republicans are addressing it, but they're addressing it in fantastical ways as well, right? Like Trump is promising them the sky, but even if he did manage to reshore
Way more about the
quote-unquote
illegal
manufacturing,
immigrants,
whatever that
bro.
even means,
Who
it's not going to be
cares?
the old jobs.
Boring.
It's going to be automated stuff, right?
All right.
Like, yeah.
Right.
Final thoughts there, David.
So my personal theory of why we can't have real conversations is honestly foreign interference. Kind of what we saw in 2016, like the Steele like a dossier, and we never really know how much interference there really was, but it appears it's getting worse and worse. So my personal pet theory is the foreign interference, leading to everyone living in different realities, the incentives from social media to push the stuff that makes people really angry. But also it seems like Steve Bannon and the conservative media apparatus were just so far ahead of the Democrats in terms of utilizing social media. What's your personal reasoning why why everyone is not able to have a conversation about politics anymore?
I mean, I think that's a part of it. I think one of the issues is that like Republicans are always in election mode. in the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, you have your primaries, and after you have a primary, and whoever wins, everybody should support that person after they've won. That should be what you do. The party comes together. I feel like elections, in a
It's
way, are
supposed to
also
happen.
kind of like primaries. You know, once you have two people running for president, whoever wins at that point, the country kind of should come together and. Now we're the country. It's time to govern. I think that Republicans, especially kind of in Trump 1, especially now,
They're
have
doing
completely
it
and utterly
nice.
given up on governance. So you've got the Democrats who I would say under Biden engaged
Based.
in a lot of governance,
Thanks.
but they weren't rewarded for it, right? So I don't even know
That
if
was
there's an
my second
incentive to go
alone.
down that road again. So when you've got one side that's trying to govern and the other side that's in permanent
Hey, even
on-season election mode, right? Trump is supposed
time
to
to
be
shine.
a lame duck president right now, but he's doing like more executive. He's done like three times many executive orders than Biden did his whole administration right now, right? So it's like, how do you have this world where Republicans are always in election mode and they're not trying to solve or fix anything? They're just trying to like look good for fucking YouTube clips, and then the Democrats are like they're playing a different game. And I don't necessarily think the solution is to play the same game. We have to find a way to like cut the other shit out at least a little bit and bring us all back to some kind of reality. Yeah.
Right. Do you think like something like FDR did, like where I don't know, people see this as authoritarian, but when
Are
like
there any good memes for this event? Been watching UFC. Just some cringe like agreeers and then a cringe MAGA guy. Pretty much. That's it. Yeah. This one's
like
not as
Peter
interesting as some of
Bull,
the
like
others, in my
Father
opinion, but-
Coughlin, like were
It's
openly
alright.
supporting the
Agreed.
Nazis on the radio. Like he like worked with the existing like media to make sure they don't sell him time on the air. Like do you think like Biden should have like kind of tried to do something like I think he kind of tried to, but then like they brought up a Supreme Court case, I think Murphy versus Missouri or something stupid.
I don't know. The issue is just that the environment is so much more comprehensive now, and there's so many more players involved. It's not just like one guy who can do something, and like you said, the foreign aspect is a big one too. So.
All right,
Yeah.
David. Thank you so much for joining us today, David. Good run. We're going to Simon Park next. Simon
How's
Park.
UFC, Fudge?
Come on up, Simon Park. Bring the heat.
Simon Park.
Energy.
Ooh.
All right, so I gotta be honest. I just.
Wait, get
Oh,
the-
you
yeah.
fucked up the
Sure.
mic too.
He's trying, I think.
All right, cool. All right, I gotta be honest. I bought the debate ticket because I don't want to sold out.
Okay.
But
You know what?
No offense.
You bought wait. You said you bought the debate ticket off someone else?
Huh?
You bought the debate ticket off someone else?
No, I went to check
No, he bought it so
the
he could-
event. And
Oh, you bought the
It was
wrong
sold
ticket.
out.
No,
so
no,
he
no.
bought-
The audience ticket was sold out. I just bought the gateway one.
Oh,
It
okay.
was not sold
All
out.
right, all right, gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
That's so
But,
fucking funny.
Yo,
Holy
what?
shit.
Good
I know,
shit.
but I do like I used to be
That's
conservative
smart.
before at like 2016.
Talk right in the mic, yeah, go ahead.
And you know what? He's gonna
Talk
try
right
his
into the mic,
best.
yeah.
He
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
You said
chicken
you were
out.
conservative before 2016, yeah?
Yeah, because up to that point, I
He
think,
didn't chicken
like,
out or like pretend he wasn't there. He's
Yeah, I mean, he
actually
still
gonna-
still came on. So
Because I
I mean,
think
basically
Yeah.
does.
Trump for me was more like at the 2016 and before then, I feel like world was more like really politically correct. Like when everything was really obsessed with it, right? So it was like would you say like at 2016 the media was like oppressively liberal around that time before that time?
No.
I mean, like, people say peak woke was like 2013, 2014 or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely that feeling.
Yeah,
Sure.
And so like around 2016, I would say, oh fuck it, I'll just vote Trump because like I mean the other side is pretty like
I'm a voter.
crazy liberal,
Sure.
right? So like for example like,
Get it.
like
You
quotas and
don't want to vote Hillary.
work quotas where companies hire
Any such case.
like,
Affirmative action stuff, or-
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
like-
Okay. I feel like conservatives have exaggerated some of these things, but yeah.
But then it was really bad. Like back then, like Obama would have this like program where like whenever women would like every accusation.
Oh my
of
god,
rape
his
by
shirt.
women would
His shirt is Jeff the Land Shark from Marvel. Oh my god.
be considered.
Love that little
I
guy.
don't know who that is.
Would be like
It's
taken
Jeff.
seriously.
Sure,
He's
like
a
the
land
Me Too
shark.
thing. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't think that
His
Obama did that. Like, he's
Oh
just the
no,
president.
he did. It
Little
was,
pet
it was
shark
like
guy.
every rape accusation has to be taken seriously, even though
His name's
like,
Jeff.
I mean,
those-
that's not the worst thing in the world, right?
Yeah, but it isn't. But like, I mean, like maybe, but like, I mean, it actually resulted in people like getting like expelled from colleges because some woman accused them, and the college was just like, oh, no, we're going to expel you, and then
Yeah,
and
that's
later
happened
you found that there was
many times,
nothing,
yeah.
and stuff like that, and
Yeah, like I mean, there were definitely issues with like the peak woke stuff or the Me Too stuff sometimes,
Yeah,
for
or
sure.
the cancel
But like
culture,
these
all
were
that
in
stuff.
responses to like real problems as well, you know, right? I wouldn't say that like all of it was horrible because like every social movement tends to go a little bit too far sometimes.
yeah, and
yeah.
then but it was really bad back then. Where, like,
Yeah, there's
all
always
these
going to be an example of people who like accused of something and got expelled or something prematurely, and then like that's bad, right? But like also a lot of cases of people getting raped and then the rapist doesn't get fucking punished for anything. It's like, yeah.
to like go, what if someone?
I mean, when we say what, like,
you
so
know,
for
I
instance, when we
was
say
in
like it
college
was
back then,
really
right?
bad,
So-
like there was definitely some bad stuff that happened with it. But
Mhm.
like I feel like people were sold this idea that like if you were a man and you walked into a park, that like women would flag you down as a pedophile and try to kick you out or kill you. Like I feel like, or that if you went to college as a man, like there was a realistic chance of you having a national media story written about you trying to end your entire college career. For the most part, this is pretty exceptional stuff, right?
I mean, when I was in college, I'll be scared. I'll be scared if I like walk by some woman that was like, "Hey, you raped me" or some shit. I'll be like scared to. I was
No,
walking
you-
by
that
a
was
gay
not
guy.
a fear of yours.
No. He was scared of that. And not because it was a real like fear that he should have, yeah.
No, I mean, if they were to accuse you of rape and it was like, okay, well, shit, I'm now.
Yeah, but like I mean, like how
sorry for
does this
shit.
really happen that often?
I mean, you
When
hear
I say
stories
that often,
about
I mean
it.
like
I
it's
heard
like
stories
all the
about it
time, bro.
back
All the
in,
time,
like, 20
yeah.
Do what?
20 I heard stories about it back in like 20.
Hey, you heard
2014,
stories, bro. You heard
whatever.
stories.
Sure.
Stories.
I guess like the thing that's
Yeah.
interesting to me though is that like again I can agree on the national level. Like there were definitely times where it went too far, right? And I'm sure that can trickle down to fear for other people as well.
Yeah.
Sure. But like when it comes to like all the people that like died of COVID, or the fact that like measles, I think we have another measles outbreak now in
Yeah.
North Carolina, or no, in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And it's like, but these are like swept under the bus or these are ignored. And like these can be things that impact tons of people, or the canceling of USAID and all these other things. I guess it's one thing that's interesting to me is I'm not going to say that we didn't have like a peak woke curve or whatever, but it's interesting to me that conservatives are able to take a few cases and paint them out as like this whole thing was completely fucked. But then on their side, there could be legitimately like thousands, tens of thousands, millions of people that are affected by a thing and they pretend like it's non-existent. Like I feel like there's no balance there.
We have a
I know,
little,
I know.
Simon, we have a little bit more time before we have to move on. But is there anything you like about Donald Trump?
He's really
yes,
trying to
what I
find
liked
it.
About it. What I like about it was
Yeah.
like before like he would like I said I used to support him like when I was just because like it was like a way to like say fuck political correctness, right? Like,
Sure.
And then like and it was
Oh
like
my
outlet
god,
for
go
that.
loco,
and then,
bro,
like,
go
and
Rekas.
then I'm recently
Yeah.
I'm not, but I mean like but like yeah that's like
Okay.
like I said I just bought a ticket because I just thought out,
Okay,
right?
well,
Yeah. And then
hey, listen, you got
yeah.
in, so
Yeah.
Worked, I guess.
Yeah.
Awesome, everyone. Simon Park! Give it up for him. Now, according to my calculation, we have one more debater left. Eric Melker, you're our last debater, I believe. Eric? Eric? No Eric? Did anyone else buy a debate ticket that did not get to speak?
Oh.
Okay, then we have one more. El Rito. Let's go,
Rito?
buddy. All right,
Oh my
El Rito,
God.
bring the heat. I know you can.
From-
El Rito
from
is
Zelda?
a
Rito?
Pangburn Discord member.
Yeah.
Bring the
Is a
heat.
bird about to come on stage?
I know you got it.
That's not a bird.
And then
What
we're going to
the
be doing the
fuck?
poster signing right after. Right on the mic, buddy. Thanks.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
and
you
I've been
too.
listening to everything you've been saying so far. So I just wanted to ask you, right? I have a question. Like in your
Gonna be about the political violence thing? What's it gonna be about? Oh boy.
opinion, what's the best thing Trump has done as president?
Oh brother.
And
Okay.
say,
There's literally
like
not-
losing
like,
the previous
what?
election, right? Like,
am I allowed to say Operation Warp Speed?
yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah.
The best thing?
Am I allowed to say that? That would obviously be my answer, right?
Yeah, yeah. But if you can like justify it, right? Like, what do you think is the best thing? What is the best thing that
Vaccine.
Trump has done in your opinion?
The Operation Warp Speed is
Okay.
what I would say. Yeah.
Okay. Just like that. Okay. Why?
I thought it represented a good union
Well,
of
vaccines.
public incentive
That's
for
simple.
private interest in a way that combined a whole bunch of publicly funded research with like a globalized capitalist infrastructure that had like the coordination with a lot of different private companies to come together and like make a vaccine really fast, partially due to a guarantee from the government to buy. So it like
Sure,
represented
Trump
like a whole bunch
supporters
of things
love
that
Operation Warp
as a
Speed, right?
left-leaning institutional cuck. I like globalism, capitalism, government incentives to do things, private corporations, healthcare research funding. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have here. So that's. I'm just kidding. And I was gonna say the Abraham Accords, right? For example, that's like maybe another thing. I don't know if you agree or disagree.
I would say they were really bad. That would be my
They're
opinion.
really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going very well, but it
They
seems
what?
they're not going very well. But it seems that there's some potential there, right?
No.
Maybe not objectively. Okay.
Not right now. I don't think that Trump has a comprehensive plan for the Middle East. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My issue with the Abraham Accords is I felt it was just another way to sidestep the Palestinian issue, and I feel like
Pretty much.
Israel likes to keep doing that over and over again, and it's clearly not working. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's. Okay. Perfect. Then, with COVID, like kind of the U.S. showed that it needed like more local production, right? And maybe Trump, the things that are doing, Trump is doing right now, they might not be like with the tariff stuff, but it's like maybe trying to bring it back to the U.S. to have more.
No, this is my issue is that like if Trump one of the worst things you can do when you try to tackle a problem is tackle a problem poorly, because then nobody even wants to look at the problem in the future.
Right.
Like if we say that onshoring certain like manufacturing sectors or onshoring production of certain things is important, then we should like
Any
take a
president we've
serious
had
gander
recently
at the problem
did
and then
anything
take a
for
serious effort
manufacturing
in
and
doing something about that problem. And Trump is a
manufacturers and
deeply
anything. I
unserious
wonder
person
if
who
that's
is
something
making an
that's
unserious effort to actually tackle this problem. Like the global terrorists are a nightmare. I don't even know if they're legal. I don't know if the Supreme Court could even uphold them.
Yeah.
And he's not doing
They're not.
anything on the
They
backs of
won't.
any of it. I keep hearing about this like great
Maybe they
negotiator. What the fuck has he negotiated? He's negotiated
Yeah.
nothing. Even his first 4 years as president, he didn't really negotiate anything. If you want to say that he negotiated something, the only thing you can point at is the U.S. Mexico-Canada trade agreement, in which case I would say, well, he blew that up in his next term, so I don't really get credit for that. So, if you really wanted to bring back manufacturing, like you could argue that subsidies, like in the form of the CHIPS Act, that thing that Trump took advantage of to get a share in Intel on, you can argue that stuff like that,
Yeah.
like protectionist
Really doing
or like,
communism.
localized
Who cares?
subsidies for certain industries might be a good thing to do, or guiding your economic policy in some other way. But just like slapping a tariff on the whole world and going LOL, like let's manufacture more, I just think it's a joke.
Yeah. Definitely, Trump is bringing to the table what he knows, right? I mean, whatever he was doing, make him, successful, quote unquote. I mean, he's doing it in the presidency,
Well, the
right?
most
Like,
success he's experienced is as an actor, so I think that is what he's brought to the table.
yeah, pretty much. So he's not. Trump is like not the grass-fed, if you will, to become president, right? He seems like
Grass-fed?
But anyway, so just with
Yeah,
the
like he
Venezuela thing.
wasn't. Yeah, that's a
Cow?
really weird way to
You
say it.
said that it was a bad thing to.
He wasn't like bred for it.
to
or whatever.
blow up. The U.S. killed people.
Well, I think he means
on the boat,
like
right?
grassroots support.
But what do you think that's
grassroots
a
advice.
bad thing?
I
Because
thought
they're
he meant
supposed
like
to be,
he hasn't been doing this for life. Gotcha.
smugglers, right? They're
Yeah, that
supposed
is
to
a
be
weird
drug
way.
dealers,
That
and there's
confused
like
me.
different stories
Yeah.
about it. But I'm just wondering, what was your perspective on that? Like,
I mean, are they?
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, some people say they were. Some people they say
And some people
they were
are
just harmless.
right, some people are wrong. Yeah.
Fishermen.
So how are we going to find that out?
Exactly. So that.
Why are you saying exactly? That's my point. That's why I don't think it's a good thing, right?
Because the thing is, you do have a big platform, right? I mean, this is going to go online. I just want to make the point that, sometimes if we don't know, right? We're getting like conflicting stories. It's just better. I mean, why are we going with one story? Is it because we prefer them better, or it's like?
Well, no, there's one story you go with, and it's that people were murdered in international waters with no due process. Doesn't really matter if they were guilty or not guilty. It doesn't matter what they were doing. The reality is the fact that
it doesn't
we don't
matter.
know
Yeah,
is the
like I
problem.
was talking about it on stream last night. Like, it doesn't even matter if they're fucking like they actually were cartel members, if they were just fishermen or whatever, because there are reports that they were just fishermen. It doesn't matter. Either way, it's a fucking war crime. Either way, it's illegal. So it doesn't matter.
Like if I were to inject you with something, you have no idea what it was, and you find out later, oh, it was like a healthy shot. This doesn't make it any better. The fact that I injected you without telling you what it was is a huge issue, regardless of what was actually in whatever injection. And it's the same thing with extrajudicial killings of people, and then posting videos about it on Twitter and bragging about it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You can't just do that.
All right, El Rito. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Okay, so I think just with the he seems to be Trump seems to be a person that he doesn't get like a no for an answer, right? Maybe that was something that was discussed in the room somewhere.
He
So
raped
can't
people. Yes, yes, we know this. Yes.
do that, Mr. President,
It's true.
because that's international waters. And he's like not listening. He doesn't care. It's like just go ahead and do it, right? So at the end of the day, if it was the case that they were like bad guys, and they're operating in international waters, there's nothing we can do about it. They just we just need to let them smuggle the drugs. If that was the case,
That's not
because,
the,
again, we don't know.
that's not the only two
like,
options.
I
Is let them do it or kill them. That's not the only two options.
because we have
you could arrest them maybe.
with Venezuela, with other groups who are abusing I will say, right? Their business is extorting groups like the U.S. or Europe or whatever, right? That's their business. That's what they do. They operate.
No,
No, we have the largest navy in the world. We've got a whole coast guard. We've got states that can cooperate in different ways. We've got international pressure that we can apply via sanctions.
You can
or
just do
UN
any other
stuff.
thing
I mean, like,
besides
there's a million
just
different
fucking
potential
killing
pathways that we
them.
can take when it comes to pressuring other countries to do things. One of the interesting things that I find when I listen to, I'm not saying you're conservative, but when conservatives talk about Trump, is they speak about America
not
like it's a
saying
very
you're
weak country,
conservative.
right? Like when you have a person who is constantly striking out or attacking everybody around him, the perception, rightfully so, in any environment is that's like a weak, scared, frightened person, right? That's like what a cornered animal does. The idea that the United States has nothing in its basket of tools, the largest, superpower, diplomatic power, economic power, all of this, and the only thing we can think to do is blow up skiffs in the ocean.
That's a
Like
good way
there
to
must
put it.
be. Like it's like this thing of like I tried nothing and I'm all out of ideas. Like there's not really, seriously, like. I don't know. That's pretty phenomenal to me.
All right, El Rito, thank you so much for coming up, man. Really appreciate it.
And
And everyone, please give a big round of applause for our man Destiny. Big round of applause. Keep it going. Rock and roll. Well, it's that time of the evening. We're going to do the poster signing. Steven's going to meet us all at the merch table over there. Please form a line starting, right at the merch table along the back wall. And we'll build a long snake. Everyone be careful. Don't run. Please don't knock over the cameras.
Oh, snake.
Careful. He's all
Is that it?
good. He
Is that
drank a
alright?
little too much Coca-Cola. Let's make a line, and we're going to zip right through this.
Hey, Zip! No
Oh my god, that's
way.
me. I'm Zip. What the heck?
Wow.
A shout
Everyone
out.
on YouTube, thank you so much
Let's
for joining
go.
us. Sorry about the lighting on
Sorry,
the live stream.
sorry. Yeah.
We did book this venue
Fucking loser.
last minute because we were
Yeah.
kicked out of 2 venues.
Stop.
And
I love
it could have used a
Canadians.
little
Fuck
supplemental
Canadians.
lighting. But when we do release the video
Hey,
on our
we're
YouTube
like
channel,
border
we will be
mates,
doing
okay?
some trickery
Yeah,
to
fuck 'em.
brighten
We're my
everything up.
Canadians.
So you got to see the
Rude.
Dark Knight version. Wait till you see the brighter version. Subscribe to Penguin YouTube channel. Non-spons.
Nah, I'm good.
Not spots.
Not spawns.
Well, you guys are standing in
guy.
line. I'm
That
going
is
to annoy
spons,
you
but
with my
okay.
voice. Thank you guys so much. I know that sometimes it's a little boring to listen to the political questions.
Okay. Let's see what else we got. What else? Got. Oh.
I don't know.
Runswap and Risk gaming collab.
So that he could like have a whole audience of cucks.
Sleeples gaming with Nuts Erudite and what else? Fun. Oh my god, Daft Punk Something About Us. Theremin. Love this version. I haven't heard it in a while.
Are you on YouTube?
What's that?
Are you on YouTube?
Am I on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Is it gonna get copyrighted?
Nah, it's fine.
Okay.
Right? Really?
I don't know.
Front food shops up
Like
there.
that is also.
Oh my gosh, she's still way behind on that shit. Fun. Adam Mockler talked to Hillary Clinton. Whoa.
Really?
Guess so. See what the Mockler said.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. Potential new anti-fan faction rising. You mean?
Oh, really?
What does that mean, Senti?
Explain.
Yeah. What do you mean by that? Joking about Soybill not so erudite. Oh, true. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
They're gearing up for the betrayal happening soon. I'll wear a silly hat if I have to become into Soybill.
I might not be the right one, but there's something about us I want to say, 'cause there's something between us anyway.
Okay, that's enough of that. cat aims for the carp inside of ice. Let's see.
Shit.
Oh, what's
I
up,
love
Sensi?
these YouTube videos where it's like a cat. It's
Doing
like
random
someone.
shit? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Oh my god, it's fucking frozen in the ice. Shalom. Shalom,
So
Sensi.
cute.
Good to see you.
That's so cute.
This is like a 5-minute video. When does it happen? I see. Here's where. Oh, are they breaking the ice? Oh my god, they're breaking the ice. Let the cat get it. Oh my god. Oh no, it went away. Get it infection.
Oh.
No, it's so sad. Disappointed.
It's so cute.
You know what happened? Oh shit, another cat shows up. Right there.
Wish my cats could hear it now.
Right? Oh, look, they're just playing on the ice. Wow. Whoa. Hold on. My god, so many cats. It's like they don't feel cold with their feet. Guess that would make sense. Holy shit, there's music! Whoa! Playing with the little rock. It's going crazy. Well, nice little chill break after that debate cringe. I'm
I
gonna
wanna
queue
start
up
off-
this Etymological video from earlier today. I guess yesterday. So it's this past midnight. He's showing an angry crowd of Trump supporters. I saw some clips from this. This is him being Michael Knowles. He shoots at some MAGA folks who were drinking, I guess.
I think before you do that, I'm gonna be watching, but from my bed because I had a very long day today.
Oh, I see.
So
Understandable.
I unfortunately have to go to bed.
Yeah, cool.
Which makes me sad. But I'll
Alright.
be listening, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for hanging
and
out.
I don't know. Are you streaming tomorrow?
Probably. Some amount of time.
Cool.
Yep.
I'm assuming I probably, but cool. I'll see you later. I hope
Alright,
you have a
bye-bye.
wonderful time.
Yep.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out.
Bye,
See ya.
chat. Bye, everybody. Bye.
I'm here with Secretary Clinton. Thank you for the time.
Yes.
Last night I was debating.
See, I'm awkward talking to Hillary Clinton about Trump and Elon. Holy.
I'm here with Secretary Clinton. Thank you for the time.
Yes.
Last night I was debating, and we were talking about young white men getting radicalized through algorithms.
Every time one of these tragic shootings happens, everybody's at each other's throats about which side did it, but we're missing a broader pattern in America. This was another young white dude who's in his 20s. We have seen this pattern accelerating over the past decade. The same day Charlie Kirk was shot, the same exact time, there was a neo-Nazi who shot up a school in Colorado. We can look at the acceleration of the radicalization of young men through a few frameworks. There's The COVID pandemic, which had people isolated, had a bubble around themselves, and a lot of young men failed to pull that bubble down and got sucked down these algorithms. I've seen it happen to my close friends. They get sucked down these algorithms. We have foreign actors trying to sow chaos in America, sow division. How much does Putin salivate when he sees us at each other's throats? Then we have domestic actors, people like Elon Musk, riling it up.
And all of this comes down to young men, young white males, committing all of these shootings. So I guess my question is, what is your take on this, and where do you think we can go from here?
I think your diagnosis is right. I think that even before COVID, there was some awareness that, particularly young men who were gaming a lot, were becoming isolated. They weren't interacting. But then it went on steroids during COVID. And people who loved to game, but they were also out in the real world, were also isolated. And people who, used to enjoy socializing with their friends were no longer able to do that. And I think we are still living with the effects of what COVID has done to our brains and how we see the world and how we see each other. So what are we going to do about that? Here at the Clinton Global Initiative, we are holding meetings about what can we do to try to reach out
I miss the neolibs. Yeah, me too, Santi. Me too.
to young men. It's predominantly young white men, but there are others from other races and
The young
ethnic
white
groups,
men.
et cetera, who we know are similarly isolating themselves. And we just had a great session talking to people who are working with young men around the country. We need to include you in that. And they're saying things like, look, we've got to figure out how to change a percentage, like 23% of young Gen Z men haven't seen anybody outside their own family in the last, week or month.
Yeah.
It's like a real problem.
That can't be a
because you
percent.
can't run a democracy,
Surely, right.
you
Surely
can't run
not,
an
right?
economy
Right.
unless people are interacting with each other.
And that dehumanizes other people, and that's why you see this increase in shooting. When it comes to these algorithms, it feels like there's this nihilism that's created, especially now that Elon Musk owns Twitter and he's tweeting hundreds of times a day. I see people becoming
That's true, America's
increasingly
fault. I don't know if
isolationist,
it's
saying
true.
we shouldn't send funds
Maybe
anywhere
it's an issue.
overseas. Can you explain to someone my age the importance of USAID and how it affects the work that you do?
Now, thanks for asking that. I agree with you completely that a lot of what's happening to young men and women, different manifestations, but we'll stay focused on young men, is not incidental or accidental. It's intentional. It is to isolate. It's to manipulate. And let's take the issue about foreign aid, something that I've spent a lot of time on, and here in the Clinton Foundation, part of what we do at the Clinton Global Initiative is bring people together who want to solve problems. And why do we in America care whether we get problems solved? Well, let's just take a couple examples. Number one, if you don't stop diseases from crossing borders, they're going to end up here.
Yep.
We saw that.
This shit actually matters. It's
COVID
important.
Most particularly. We
The
also
way we
saw it
aid
before
foreign
with
countries,
Ebola.
it actually
We've seen it
fucking
with
matters.
SARS in its other manifestations. So we need early warning signals. We need to have American eyes and ears and experts like doctors and nurses and people in labs, knowing what's going on in Asia, what's going on in Africa, what's going on in Latin America. We need to figure out how to help those people, because by helping those people, we help ourselves. Take climate change. It's real, despite what some people
What?
might
You
say.
tell me it's not a
And
zero-sum
the fact that
game?
it is real means that
What
what's
the heck?
happening in another country, another
can't be
part of
right.
the world, can have real world effects on us. If water is rising, we're going to be we are now moving villages in Alaska because they're being inundated. We're going to have noonday flooding in Miami. How do we help places around the world do more to mitigate against climate change? Because by doing that, we build a resilience that will also help us. And think about
Yep.
the economy. When we close the economy,
Crazy what happens when you have someone who actually knows how to talk about things in an intelligent way. But she's a woman, so can't have her as president. And same for Kamala. She has she laughs funny, and she's a woman also. So yeah, can't have her either, I guess. Fuck this chungus country, bruh.
when we have all of these tariffs that are going to end up biting us, that's bad economic policy, and we are setting ourselves up for hurting ourselves with increasing inflation, lower numbers of jobs, and all of the other problems we can foresee. So what happens out there in a world where you are on your phone swiping and reading what's going on out there? Maybe you're even talking or DMing or gaming with somebody out there. It all is interconnected, and we can pretend it's not.
Gaming, holy.
But, a lot of the people who are manipulating us in the tech companies, on the social media platforms, they don't just do business in the United States. They're all over the world. They're sending people to work there. They're trying to open markets, and for them
Pokemon go to the polls.
in
True.
any way,
If only
sending
people had done
messages
that.
we can be Fortress
If only.
America, we can be all by ourselves. It's so
If I hadn't
hypocritical,
actually
and they need to be called out on it.
USAID was $59 billion a year, and we save probably trillions in disease prevention or diseases that would come to our door. Thank you so much for the time.
I am
appreciate
so
it.
happy to talk to you.
It was amazing.
Yeah, let's stay in touch. Okay.
Wow.
New York
Let's
State
stay in
Assemblyman
touch.
and Democratic
Alright.
nominee for New York Mayor, Zoran Mamdani.
I don't know. I don't watch those. Okay. Let's react to Adam Mockler with Michael Knowles while I play some games. Let's say I want to try new Final Fantasy Tactics. I've never played it before. But they just released the remake. I want to see how it is. Huh? I guess I'll give it a try. I don't know. Let's watch this.
With the fundamental idea. Everybody in here agrees that if somebody is here illegally and they commit crimes, get them the f out of here, right?
Yes.
Get them the hell
Right?
out of here. I can start with the fundamental idea that if somebody is here illegally and they commit crimes, they should be sent to another country's prison. And I'm a libtard. By all standards, I'm a libtard, and I believe that.
Libtard.
But that is not what the Trump administration is prioritizing. They have reallocated funds meant for the deportation of criminals towards the deportation of farm workers, the deportation of people going to the courthouse. Trump made a true social post. Listen, Trump made a true social post where he said, all the great farmers of Iowa
Has
just
anyone
call-
played Final Fantasy Tactics? Does anybody know? Do people like use like the Japanese voices or anything? Is that a thing that people do? People prefer that for some reason. I don't know. The speaker names and cinematics. Sound effects, subtitles. Choose whether to display subtitles for the various sounds that occurred during cutscenes. During cutscenes, I don't think you would need them, though. I feel like I'm just gonna leave everything default. But okay, we'll put this back.
called me and said, I am deporting too many of the... Did that happen? Did he make that true social post?
Yeah, unfortunately, he stopped
did
deporting
make
them,
that
but
true
he should
social
have
post.
continued deporting
So
them.
your issue right here is that you always say liberals are taking these 80-20 positions. And you're not quite there, but you're getting closer to the 80-20 position than we are.
Yeah.
70% of Americans want a legal pathway for people who are here, contributing to the country. And what Donald Trump is doing, one more point, what Donald Trump is doing is criminalizing asylum en masse and prioritizing the deportation of farm workers and other
Asylum,
people.
Adam. Most of the illegals are asylum seekers, or are they economic migrants?
Wait.
Illegal asylum seekers. This is the shit that I've been talking about. If you guys are like, or were watching last night or a couple nights ago, or at like every fucking stream, I think I said this. People don't know what the fuck any of these words mean. Okay, when people say legal, they just mean nothing. This is a nebulous term. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, if you were talking about an asylum seeker, that's not an illegal person. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh yeah, jeez. DanQuest Megabase. Hey, what's up? Would Hillary have won if Pokemon Go spawned shiny Charizards as election centers all day on election day? Stinny. Shit, you might be on something, DanQuest. Maybe they should have done that. Maybe we should have paid the Pokemon company to get that done. Michael Knowles is such a little rat fuck. Yeah, he's a fucking loser.
Which
Wait,
are
wait,
they?
listen
Come
to what
on.
you
Most of the illegals are asylum seekers, or are they economic migrants?
Wait,
Which
listen,
are they?
listen to
Come
what you
on.
just said.
Yeah.
Most of the
Come on,
illegals
which
are
are they?
asylum seekers.
Uh-huh.
Asylum seeking is not illegal,
No,
Michael.
it's not.
Is
No,
asylum
that's
seeking
what I'm
illegal?
asking.
That's a pathway.
I'm sorry then.
The people that we would call illegal aliens, non-citizens in the United States, who aren't on a green card, who are not here on a visa, are most of them
What
asylum
percent of the- seekers,
or are they economic
What
migrants?
percent of the people deported?
You're not going to answer that question because you know the answer.
Wait, no. What percent of the people deported have had criminal violations? It's only 30 to 40%.
Yeah.
So 60% of the people deported have no criminal violations. Guys,
They're not rounding up.
Can I
just
test the
criminals.
audience?
So I can pick whether I want to play the original with like the dog shit graphics and everything, and like the old translation with the re-release instead. Would I want to do that? I guess if you like are nostalgic or whatever, but why would I not just play the new one? No options. Is that what I just did? Yeah, it is what I just did. Okay. Yeah, I'll just start the enhanced version. You played the updated You're a Fake Fan? Whoa! I don't know about that. But also, I've never played this, so yeah, I guess I'm a fake fan. Quit it. Hey, what's up, K-Captain? See ya. Alright, let's play this and then I'll start the game.
Audience, can I test you guys? If somebody comes over here and seeks asylum, and what they try to do is build a better life, build a family, and they're working on a farm, do you guys think there should be a path to
How
citizenship?
much does this cost, and is it Switch exclusive? No, I don't think it's Switch exclusive. I think it's on other things, but I think it costs 60 or 70. I think 70 for the Switch 2 version, and Technically, I think it's available for Switch 1. I don't know. Or it might not be, but yeah, I think it was 70. Yeah, I mean, it should be fun. I mean, people really like this game. It's like a classic or whatever the fuck. It's like I haven't played many tactics thing. I think I tried a couple, like the tactics games. I think I tried Triangle Strategy. I think I tried Fire Emblem a couple times, but never actually made it through any of these. But this should be fun, probably. So we'll see. Maybe I can get into it this time.
To become an American?
Never played any either. Maybe I'll snag it. Looks fun. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, you know, like people were like really, really fucking hyped for this shit, and I was like, I have a Switch 2. Why not do it? And then boom.
That is the antithesis of what America stands for. You guys are anti-American then.
Yeah, you are.
You are anti-American. Welcome to the craziest debate I've ever done.
Controls of cursor toggles. Able to change the controls? I'm sure you're able to change the controls, but I'm sure there's a tutorial, right? I'm not gonna.
You're going to want to watch until the end because my co-panelist Ceci and I expose a lot about the MAGA supporters' brain rot that you're going to want to know about. I debated right-wing commentator Michael Knowles in Nashville. This was recorded in a bar on the Broadway Strip, and as the MAGA crowd gets more drunk, and as I drink a little bit, it gets more and more heated. So stick around until the end. Make sure you drop a like to help boost the video, and follow the Adam Mockler feed. Thank you for all.
When do you think Liberation Day tariffs went into effect?
Well, it was a process, and they're still going into effect now. But they began in April of this year.
The announcement happened in April of this year, but Trump does this weird thing where he makes tariff announcements, but he doesn't actually enact them for like 2 weeks to 90 days. And I think we can all agree with this fundamental idea that Trump's tariffs have been confusing. Trump's tariffs have been pushed back over and over, but the reality is the Liberation Day tariffs, the most radical tariffs that he announced, didn't go into effect till August 7th because he put in a 90-day delay. August 7th was 14 days ago. So you guys are going to rest your whole claim on the fact that tariffs haven't caused inflation, but the tariffs just went into effect. But I also
Squire, Knight, or Tactician. I guess it's just easy, balance, and then hard mode. I'll choose no. I've never played this. Probably not hard mode.
also want to point out the fact that Trump's tariffs have no rhyme or reason. If you want
to
if you want to argue that we have trade imbalances in America, I wouldn't.
Did I put my birthday? Does this matter? Wait, what does it matter? My birthday. Hold on. If those are tacticians from birth, bro, I've never played this. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be fucking crazy hard. I'm gonna fucking really care to tell you on my birthday. Guys, if I just pick my sign, it doesn't matter, right? Wait, does this even make sense? Because doesn't it directly correspond to each month, the sign? Or, if this technically makes sense. Today's my birthday here. True. Maybe today is my birthday. Hold on. It's today, October 5th. There, boom. Birthday today. Wait, what does it matter? I'm looking this up now because I'm gonna. Birthday, Final Fantasy Tactics. What does that matter? Birthday you choose will have massive repercussions throughout your entire playthrough. Okay, this is like control, right? Are you serious right now? Why does it matter? Massive part. Your zodiac sign. At the end of the month you were born will alter your ability to battle well against other NPCs. How effective your attacks are against certain enemies. What? The fuck? Are you serious right now? Is it this do? Fuck. There's genders and signs for each character, and it can be male, female. Is that what the fuck? What is this game? Yeah, what is the birthday strat? Is that a fucking thing? The fuck? The strats here. Best zodiac sign against specific bosses. What the fuck? Which birthday or zodiac should you choose? Best choice is Capricorn. If you pick Capricorn, like this, huh? What is the, huh? Default birthday of 1/1 is the best one. Capricorn. Oh, I guess that. Huh? Why? What I actually hate this type of shit in games. Yeah, I mean, this is just crazy. It's like a meta, like for your fucking birthday. The fuck? I don't even know. fuck? I just picked the default then? For selected on Brightside default, grinding makes the game a lot easier. If you feel like it's hard and you're stuck in this easy fixes are necessary to know what you're doing. Separate save file before Rio Veins cast. What? I don't get it. It was your actual birthday and you were born in June. Enjoy shit experience, idiot. Yeah, like what the fuck? Like are you just fucked if you're born in the wrong place and then put your actual like day of birth? Like what the fuck? Huh? There's also I feel like this is also like clickbait. I don't think it actually matters that much, no? Like, this has to be it. I have to guess. I sort of know what any of these characters are, what any of these means, so, like, what? Best possible birthday lineup with all the fights. Is there one that's, like, neutral? Can I just pick, like, a neutral one? I don't want a bonus against anything or any... Is it just... What? You get a buff when it's close to your birthday? Like, the actual, like... I don't understand. Should I just pick something? Just do the default? Should I do today? I'll do today, okay. And we'll see what if it fucks me or not. See what happens. If you'll get fucked, maybe we'll be fine.
Disagree, but that is not what Trump was remedying. How is remedying trade imbalances putting tariffs indiscriminately on every single country? Do you know what country has the highest tariffs right now?
60 odd. Do you want to hear the game?
Is it like Mauritius or something
It's
crazy?
Brazil,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not even to rebalance trade because of Bolsonaro was being targeted. So what I'm making my point here is that Trump's tariffs have not been to intentionally or targeted help the economy. What they have been doing is a lever for him to, you know, help Bolsonaro.
Maybe I should just
to
not
use
be
corruption.
reacting to something. I don't know if you guys would care. You'd just watch me play the game. I don't know. Just pause until the story stops? Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Familiar to all who dwell within our land. But, as we well know, what the eye sees is oftentimes a mere fragment of the truth.
It's like too loud for you guys or what? You guys can tell me.
There was another
young
man. Ramza Beowulf. The youngest son of House Beowulf, famed for producing leaders of men.
Why not leaders
There
of
is
women?
no official record of the role he played on history's stage. However, according to the Jurai papers, which had long lain concealed in church archives, this forgotten young man was in fact the true hero.
Whoa.
The church maintains he was a heretic of the highest order.
He was a heretic?
Inciter of unrest, who blasphemed the gods.
What the heck?
And profaned
That's
the
not...
godly.
Unfunny Task is one of my all-time favorite games. I've emulated on PSP, played it every once in a while.
Which
Oh shit,
of these
nice.
two accounts is to be believed?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things. So. This MAGA country.
Join me now in my search to uncover the answer.
The truth.
The truth.
Whoa. I mean, this is pretty cinema. So. True social mention, exactly true. It was the same thing. I like these cutscenes. It looks really good because Switch 2 can do 40p. That's my monitor's 1440. I might be. FPS is it at 60. But yeah, it looks fucking good. So, sheesh. Mayhem. Final Fantasy Tactic. Wow. Zip Zip, I was going through Justicle's VOD and it looked like you reacted to part of your stream. Yeah, I heard that. I don't really care to react to what the fuck J-Stuck has to say to me, I'm gonna be real. Or say about me. That guy's just a fucking loser. And he has been, like, on my dick for, like, months. Like, since I was on Darius' stream. I don't know. Crazy. Game of Thrones feeling like it a lot. Oh, maybe. I haven't watched Game of Thrones, so. What about the Chocobos? I know about those guys. I played a couple of them. Juice Stalker, yeah, Juice Stalker. Sorry about one of the showest and unbecoming voices I ever heard, guys. Feel about me being an ex-JStock subscriber of 8 months? Many such cases of former JStock subscribers. Hey, now you're a subscriber to Better Streamer. So, there you go. Of course, that's auto-modded. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's literally an ex-Squipper, so. Yep. Yeah, this game looks fucking nice. I don't know if I needed to see all the credits at the start of the game, but. Yeah. Good. If you got a founder badge on his chat, that's crazy. You can get one of this one instead. In a year, you'll be able to tell people, I have a founder badge in Zipsy. I think. Unless you, I think you got your stuff, but I don't know how that shit works. Yeah, Fudge has a founder badge. I think he got it himself. I think that's how it works out. I don't know. Someone bless me. Yeah. Yeah. Nice people out there. Right in the love. And those Xeno give out 5 subs.
Oh,
That's right.
Father,
Couple days ago.
abandon not your wayward children of Ivalice, but deliver us from our sins, that we might know salvation.
Oh. Can I move?
Lady Ovelia, it is time.
Okay.
I'll not be much longer, Agrius.
Your escort has already arrived.
Escort?
Please, heed the good
Not that kind
lady's
of
words, Highness. You must hurry.
Still in here, are you? It's been the better part of an hour.
Gafgarian, you forget yourself, sir. You are in the presence of the princess.
Oh.
Mayhap bowed
Is
heads
the story
would
good in
less
this?
offend.
Should I care or no? I don't know.
But you would do well to waste less time on idle pleasantries.
I see even the noble Order of the Northern Sky cannot rid itself of vulgar knaves.
It's like I could like auto proceed or whatever, right? So
A
just do
guard
that.
captain in these rain-sodden hinterlands ought not to expect chivalry. We
Serves
only
good, lots of
employ
lore and
every
such.
order,
Okay.
Not of it. Our pay does not cover trite courtesies to the likes of you.
Should I just not watch the video then? I don't know.
Govern your tongue.
I like games with good stories.
Enough. Let us be on our way.
Yeah, I'll put the video on for like battles or whatever.
The Father watch over you, child.
And you, Elder.
Okay, what the? Oh. Looks weird.
Milady, the enemy is upon us.
You got Tanner's men?
We are paid for this.
No.
Time to earn our keep. What is it, Ramza? You above getting paid to do a job?
I'm a knight no longer.
Oh, that's the guy, Ramza.
Just another sellsword.
They were
Right
talking
then.
about
To battle.
battle. Milady. Yikes. Fuck movie sells.
Deliver
Good.
us,
Thanks, Belcat.
O Lord.
Based. Sheesh. It looks nice. God damn.
They bear the crest of the Black Lion.
The Black Lion.
Duke Goltanna must be mad.
Not the White Lion. Fuck. Ramza has main character syndrome. Like, isn't he the main character?
You there, wench. It is
Wench!
useless to
What
resist.
the fuck?
You will surrender the princess. If not, well, I would hate to see anything happen to that pretty face of yours.
Fuck. This guy's sexist? Oh, some men showed up, okay.
These
Fine.
swords of Goltanna, lack wits one and all.
Lagwoods.
In that case, we should be able to handle this without you, Gafgarian.
Mayhap you could, but there's no money to be made in that.
Get the bag.
Lad, Ramsar, with me.
Hey, assume these are like my troops, whatever.
Kill them all! Leave no man standing!
Sheesh. No man standing. Come down.
You would have us slaughter them. Are you mad? Kill them here, and you'll have played into Duke Goltana's hands. We need only put them to rout.
don't kill them! Oh, don't kill them!
I find dead men rout more
Just
easily.
moonwalking in place, yeah.
My turn.
How does this shit work? This shit's gonna be complicated, and I'm gonna not understand what the fuck is going on. First battle, you can only control Rams. Oh, okay. When his turn comes, he may move once and perform one ability. If he's led away, he will take no further action, and his turn will end. Okay. Yeah. Combat timeline. Left side of the screen is the combat timeline. Each unit will act according to their place in the timeline, indicated by a number. One is displayed for the unit whose turn it is to act. Hold ZL and press up or down to combat timeline. Okay. You get it? Hold it. 40? Why would it be? There are that many people? Oh, it's like the full turn order. Goes back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Right now it's Rams, huh? I can move and use an ability. What are my abilities? Attack? And okay. There's a lot of tutorials coming in, I'm sure. The abilities menu when command the unit to attack with the currently equipped weapon or perform an ability is learned. That command is a basic form of offense. There's a weapon. It's like a spear or something. Will have like 2 squares or something. Or will have 1. Have many uses such as attacking, healing, but on support. Some consume MP or items. Okay. Metal. Rams's job command. His job is Squire. Okay. There's the essential battle abilities of Squire's fundaments and additional technique. Okay, that doesn't actually tell me what it does though. No? Okay. This. Mithril sword. Go home, check out battle beams. What does metal do? I don't understand. Oh, Squire abilities. Oh, so there's a bunch of them. Okay, so if I click metal, it'll be a bunch of things. Okay, there's still another. Okay, another minute. Rush. Actually, ramming an adjacent unit. As we're knocking it back. Damage dealt varies greatly. Pops a stone as a chance of knocking it back. Self. Poison blindness, silence when unit. Okay. Yeah, sacrifice these features for each. Okay, so this square you can. Okay, interesting. How far can you move if you... Okay, reposition the active units. Look, move from the battle menu followed by the tile where there's... They have all this space to move. I could just go up and start fighting people, but... I feel like I shouldn't? Move there and then I'll just throw a stone. Is that within range? Oh, it's barely out of range. Okay, hold on. Reset move. I'll move here? And then can I? Oh fuck, hold on. Reset my move. Now if I throw my stone... Within range still? Still not within range, okay. Fuck me. Cool. But if I move here, how can I throw the stone? Okay, now I can throw the stone at this guy or this guy. Where's this guy? Dukes. I wouldn't move Ramza to be honest. Okay, but then what? Should I just wait then? Okay, I'm learning, okay? No backseaters. Okay, but you're probably right. I shouldn't move because I shouldn't go in the front line. But I just want to experiment, so... Guys are archers and this guy's a chemist? Okay, so this guy is probably going to be throwing like potions or something. Looks good. Throw a rock. Okay, throw a rock. With the facing direction, I'll just face that way. That's fine. Shadow Blade? The fuck? Fuck, Artemis playing it's over? Yeah, it's cooked.
Just,
oh my god, he just one-hit that guy.
Onward.
That guy's name? Graf something? Judgment Board.
I can't go on.
Evil last move. Yeah, just straight killing. I'll let you learn you're picking up quickly anyways. Am I picking it up quickly? I don't know about that one, but sure. Am I able to change the camera view? E to pause battle. Huh.
Not this
I
time.
didn't actually pause the battle, but... Oh, I can change the camera. Oh my god. Nice. Let's do the battle. Facing that direction. Actually. First battle's easy, you guys are overpowered. It's just, yeah, it's just. You can already tell these guys are OP and they're probably gonna die. They're gonna like leave and I can't actually. Harry, what is this? Expedition 33? Fuck.
You're done for.
Okay. Wow. It's just way I can like get rid of it. Isn't actually. Okay. Should I just attack that guy? I feel like one guy left. I'll just attack him. Why not? Just gang up on him. Wait, I can't. I have to be like in the actual like adjacent square or whatever the fuck. Okay, if I go here and attack him, or can I not able to do it because I'm on a different level or something? They're just gonna fight it. Yeah, if I just attack.
How could this be?
Shit, I do that much damage. Yeah,
Come then.
Oh, I missed. Wrecked it. Passing judgment. Come on. And kneecaps, that's not fair. Yeah. Whoa! What's going on with doing about her? The thing about this game is everything works with probability. Like when you got to attack, it shows you how high your percent is. For stuff like parry, proximity. Oh yeah. I mean that's like normal for me. I'm a player, so I can kind of work on that. Ooh yeah. Just I mean that's what I'm thinking. Is that what's going on in here?
No.
What the heck?
Lady Ophelia.
Damn, these folks really just left her alone in there.
This way.
They're trolling,
Hurry
bro.
up. And try making a little less noise.
I will not take orders from you.
You've quite a mouth on you, princess.
Whoa, what the heck? Just hit a woman? Jesus. Just actually punched her in the fucking stomach.
I think not. If you feel wronged, blame yourself or the father.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Look at this fucker is to blame. You literally just left her alone.
This cannot be.
Bit of a play.
Delita.
Slow.
He lives. But why does he serve under the banner
Delita?
of Duke
Who was
Cortana?
Delita again? I heard that name, but what? Who was that again?
I do not understand.
It said Delita before. I don't remember. Let her get raped, failure of a woman. Yeah, literally.
Records of the hero Delita Hyrule
Cool.
first appear one
Yeah,
year
the guy who punched the girl,
before
but
the
I already
outbreak
talked about
of the War of the Lions. The loss of the 50 Years' War saw Ivalice paying enormous reparations and ceding vast swathes of land to Ordalia, the victors.
Losers.
Knights and sellswords returned from the front to find their homes razed and loved ones slain.
Damn.
Compounding their woes, they were denied pay for their service and stripped of their livelihoods.
Just fucking.
This ill treatment led many to abandon their fealty to the crown and the nobility. Once loyal soldiers became rogues and traitors, donning the thief's cloak and plotting treason. It was a time of great unrest for Ivalice. Murder and theft were commonplace.
Great game.
Many were the young adventurer and mage who stepped forward to counter this threat. Of these, the city of Garland too saw its share.
It was
This is
there
pretty
that
good.
our tale began. A year earlier.
Hmm. Are we just literally doing a flashback? Storytelling. Crazy.
Did you hear? Another Wayne was struck last night on its way to Egros.
The Corpse Brigade again.
Corpse Brigade.
Tis long past the hour for drills.
Oh, it's Ramza.
What is happening, I wonder? Delita?
Now your flashback
What do
to
you
Wolfish
suppose
Chef
this is
just wasn't
about?
past like a pull-up damn pass.
I could hazard a guess.
Oh, it's Alita.
Oh? Do tell.
I think Duke Larg is coming to Garland.
Duke Larg? Why?
Not just the Duke. The Marquis Elmdor the Limbri, too.
That's the first I've heard of it. This has not the sound of a state visit.
Hmm.
All
Are
of
they
Ivalice
preparing
is
for
in
war,
turmoil.
perhaps?
The Order's supposed to be keeping things under control, but the fact is, they number too few.
And they mean to bolster their numbers with us.
All right, everybody, fall in.
Attention.
The Order of the Northern Sky has an assignment for its Knight's Apprentice. As I'm sure you're already aware, the number of brigands roaming Galleon is on the rise. Among them, the Corpse Brigade, a seditious lot with a grudge against the very crown they had served. Rogues such as they must be
Damn,
dealt
Corpse
with.
Brigade. Corpse.
The Order has been commanded to undertake an operation to eliminate the brigade.
Whoa.
An operation of a grand scale. We will not be acting alone. The Order will be joined by, among others, His Excellency Duke Larg's Royal Guard.
See.
This will leave Egros Castle undermanned. Your task will be to proceed there and support us from the rear by bolstering its defenses.
I'm assuming that's gonna be like the first chapter we're gonna be fighting a bunch of people. Hey Zip, how's the night and all been? Hey, Elmerfudd. Chillin'. Watching. I watched the Destiny debate. I was gonna watch some of an Adam Mockler thing with Michael Knowles, but I started playing and apparently the story seems a little kind of interesting, so I'll just game and see if people care to watch, I don't know.
Remember!
Don't ask me stuff. Type in chat, or if you want me to react to shit, or something.
You represent the Academy itself.
How you doing,
Noble
Elmerfudd?
or otherwise, your actions reflect upon us all. Fight with honor and trust in your steel.
Is that the girl from before?
Twould seem the time to take up arms is already upon you, young apprentices. I've just received word that a band of thieves, routed by our knights, flees here to Garland, where the bustling streets will only aid their escape. We will move to stop them and finish the task of our brothers. You, young apprentices, will accompany us. This is but a squall before the storm of battle. Prepare yourselves at once. Dismissed.
Party member Talita, okay.
Let's be on our way.
It was a story because units will join Ramses' parties, because units will participate, but they will act of their own accord and cannot be given any instructions. Okay. PC allies. Cool. World map to travel around Ivalice with a 6 location. Okay, but there will be things that places that I can go without posting the story, so side quest. Got it. Well, display a list of locations. You can choose type of stock sold. Okay. Sure. Here I can't really do anything. I can only go here, right? So, I got some food with one of my friends and my roommate earlier tonight. Nearly fought a raccoon, which is interesting. Nearly fought a raccoon? What does that mean? That sounds awesome. And the raccoon was like going for your food or some shit. Jeez. Nice. Now choose where to position your units for start of battle. When it begins, you must decide which units to place on where. For battles that part of Minister of Rams cannot be removed. Your party with the Christian unit, press X to view. That is screen from here. Job and equipment to their. After that was something for members. Your review of positions. Okay, so Rams is locked, but I can reposition him if I want. I can put him here, maybe buff him. Okay, so like the tile, and then I pick who I want. So I have these many people. Okay, so I've got Belmont, Robin, Venice, Sister Lily, Merwin, and all. Get their status to see. So I've got Squire, 2 squires, a chemist, 4 squires, and 2 chemists. Okay, how many of these do I get? Oh, 4 battle members remaining. I can pick. I feel like I should get 3 and 2, no? Maybe 4 and 1. On the restaurant, there's raccoons that hangs out and harass people for food, try to bite people if it doesn't. Ah, I see. Yeah. It was going at you and you almost had to throw hands. Nice. Glad you didn't have to, because that shit's spooky. Don't get rabies, bro. Careful.
Ready as ever.
Ready and willing.
Leave it to me.
Chemist? Chemist does. Potions. Oh, they're healers. Okay, so these are okay. I assume they were like throwing like damage potions or something. Oh yeah, you only need 1 then, right? Guessing. So yeah, I'll put another squire in there.
I am ready.
Put this guy. All in the back. Put that guy. Maybe. Battle. I guess I just restart if I lose, so.
What have we here? Little moppets, is it?
Little moppets, is it? Oh, little moppets.
Alright, lads. Cut through these and we're as good as fled. Make quick work of them.
NPC.
And don't be leaving those squealers behind.
Squealers. All the enemies.
Ready.
Okay.
See that?
Maybe I should have used 2 chemists. That's okay. That'll be fine. No, the squire can heal too, so that should be fine. Oh, but they heal with. It's in battle. You skip the text, to be honest. I know you want all these performers yapping. No, I mean, I like.
Remember, the well-aimed thrust pierces the mail.
The well-aimed thrust pierces the slow blade penetrates the shield. Why do you say it that way?
Me, Delita. We Beowulfs know our way around the battlefield.
Like
Beowulf, was it? Heir to the noble house, Beowulf, I'd wager. Looks like we have ourselves some apprentices from the academy.
Highborn Muppets
well,
are still Muppets.
Highborn Muppets are still Muppets.
Lay down your arms or die clutching them.
None will mourn your passing.
Losers.
Is that right? You're in far over your little heads.
Right.
Alright. I'll keep him as a ranged. Let's go here. Go rock maybe? Oh wait, I should not go on the. Hold on. Here, guys, and go rock. Wait, I only have chant now? Oh, because I guess it was like in the future, so we had that. It was okay. Only attack. Oh, let's just attack them. Okay, always send them. I'll go next to the guy. Okay, we ball. Bucket, we ball. Okay, I'll come. That's what they have. Okay, so 100%. 28 damage. Why? The unit uses its turn to commit to nice job, commit. 4,000. If I pick this, then I could remove potion. Okay. 30 recovery, so I should wait until another attack, right? But a couple guys in the way? Maybe? So maybe like just do it now, I think. Then we have baby blues, you're like a little baby in a ball. Yeah, exactly. But I don't have the thing that I just saw in the other fight. Makes sense. Wonderment. Oh, this guy can't throw stones. Okay, so. Stones. Gosh. You're okay. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, did I go here, get my range? Oh yeah, right range. This time. Will not hit target. Why? Is the other guys in the way? Are there now? If I'm here and then if I throw okay, hit. 100% rate damage, let's do that. Right, one guy down.
Let me see.
You have throw stone? She does have to actually move here and just wait. Wait to get up top and throw the stone at the other guy. Also, okay, here and wait. Wait, I didn't slip. I should enter. Let's wait.
Ready and waiting.
Yeah, let's go for the high ground. Just more complicated than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, what now?
Good to leave. Boy. Fuck. Fish. Yeah, screw you.
My turn.
Oh, this is the end.
There we go. Okay.
Right then.
There we go. Get this guy. Boom. Okay, we got that guy. Using a slow unit can raise its level by earning XP in battle. When the unit gets a level, increase or job at the time. Okay, so this is reminding me of Final Fantasy. That makes sense. Okay. That part I mostly understand because I played a Final Fantasy game before, and that was like Final Fantasy 3 on like the DS. And I didn't really, I don't think I ever finished it because it's complicated as fuck, but okay, now you get it. Dang,
There we go.
Why are you so happy? Yeah, that direction.
Let's get this over with.
He couldn't even get in melee range, a loser. It's being attacked. Who Ria's advances last tweet in this group? That's what the tweet he was quote tweeting. Can you link it? Are you able to? I would read that, for sure.
Neither. Leave it to me.
It was worth
Fire
the
child will
effort.
increase. In DGG. Go back, let's see. Okay. Got candidate for AG and Virginia. I started criticizing about what the Democratic here's screenshots of some of the text of the Democrats nominee for AAG. Institute threatening for is about shooting both bullets per candidate has been fantasizing and averting his comments of references referring about some brownies which person drop out of the race. Damn, that's crazy. Let's see those FT. What is the context here? Number foot, is there something? I don't even get it. I mean, if that's bad, but I don't know. But what has the glowing attributes from the R's of sorry. There's also the everything. Those guys died before me. I'll go to the funerals, piss on their graves. 3 people, 2 bullets, kill 3. Oh my god, are you serious? This is fantasizing about violence? Are you fucking shitting me right now? Oh my god, bro. 3 people, 2 bullets. Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Gilbert and the crew with the 2 worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time. This is fantasizing about violence, bro? Are you fucking kidding me? This is what we're saying counts? People never watch the fucking Office? It's literally the fucking meme. Hold on. Michael Scott, 2 bullets. Toby. What's the
on test kit. Okay, I'll be putting them everywhere. And
wait, what was that? What was that? What?
Please don't throw these out. This is a radon test kit. Please don't throw these.
Do you guys like the LA debate? Oh, hey, CS. I mean, they weren't as good as some of the other ones, but I mean, they were alright. The one mega guy was pretty crazy. He was being really cringe though. A lot of it was cringe. But yeah. How do you think? What do you think about it? Yes, good to see you. In that text message? Oh, it's this. So let's watch the clip.
See them all over the office.
Toby has been leaving radon kits everywhere, like he owns the place. The first time I threw mine away, I thought it was an ant trap. But I figured I'd rather live with ants than with his creepy little disc. The second time, I thought it was one of those, you know, the things you turn over and it moos, like a cow thing. But upon closer examination, it was another ant trap, so I threw it away. And the third time, I did it out of spite.
Come on, Michael, you're interrupting.
You're kidding me! God! You say radon is silent but deadly, and then you expect me not to make farting noises with my mouth? What is this? You know what? We're not going to die of radon. We're going to die of boredom. Yeah. Right? And if I had a gun with 2 bullets and I was in a room with Hitler, Bin Laden, and Toby, I would shoot Toby twice.
Oh, it's fantasizing about violence. Oh.
You went too far. I would kill Bin Laden and then Toby.
No, that's still.
Okay, geniuses, how would you do it?
It's literally Javen.
Bullet, like in
Oh,
my
it's
favorite James McAvoy film, Water.
Oh, that's a stuff you shoot around things. What has been locked?
Is there a curtain rod in the room?
I don't know.
How about make-believe land? There's anything you want.
Stanley, please, this is serious.
Is this the thing where they use an icicle so there's no evidence?
Yes, we stabbed Toby through the heart with an
The
icicle.
whole 2-bullet thing is a red herring. Here's how you do it. You line them all up, you take 1 bullet, shoot them all through the throat at the same time.
Oh,
Watch
shit,
this. Phyllis,
true.
you're Hitler. Come up here. Toby, you're Toby. Andy, you're Bin Laden. Line up.
Yes.
Throats together.
Toby, just do it!
Toby, come on.
God!
Ready? 1 bullet. And boom!
Easy peasy.
Yeah, that works.
That works. Did it. Through the throat. You say no to. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, through the throat. Yeah, that's okay. Jay, please stop. It really bothers me when you talk about hurting people or wishing death. Oh, holy fucking soy, bro. Like this fucking. Who the fuck is he texting to? And this is who's leaking to like the fucking whatever the fuck press. Like holy shit, you're the fucking most soy fucking loser. Triple Kirkinator, bro. Pete Jones, Jay, please. Yeah, this is literally like this was like the same already. Like they knew that they were gonna. When somebody asking questions, you know, I generally wasn't attacking. Trying to understand. We were trying to understand. We were talking about hoping Jennifer Gilbert shouldn't die. Yes, that's what's only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy. Okay, die from what? Die from. Why was he hoping that they would die? What was he talking about? Point blank asking more than 3 times, you dug in that you meant that. Honestly, I'm questioning a lot today. I mean, do I think Todd and Jennifer even during those patches? Yes. I wish Gilbert's wife could watch her own child down her arm so that Gilbert might reconsider his political view. Something Quinn hang up the phone and discuss. Yeah, this is just a fucking soy loser. I was talking to them and then yeah. Geez. What did? Didn't even show me what you said, Brap Cloud. What did you say? What? Like, is it that bad? It didn't even tell me what you said. What the fuck did you type? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, this is a ridiculous. It's just, oh, yeah, this very deranged person should drop out of the race. Fantasizing about murdering political opponents. Like, bro, who the fuck cares? You know what? I'm voting for him even harder if I was in fucking face, dude. Who cares? For a name like Brow Cloud, you deserve 2 slugs. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know that person. Never seen the name, and it doesn't even tell me what they said, so I'm guessing it's like 10 words. I'll express support for hanging pants during Capitol riot. Yes, I'm sure nobody. I'm sure there's no other worse example. Right. Surely. Right. That's it. I forgot what's going on. Wait. This? Wait. Okay, just make damage.
Things looking dire.
That's enough.
Where's Yan waiting?
What's he going in the water? What? Wait, why would he? What? There's no high ground bonus in this? There must be, so why would he go to low ground? Okay.
Ready.
Let's go. Boom. Get that heals.
Time to retaliate.
I better die. Can I move in? Okay, I just get him now. Get murdered. Oh, I could have used Rush, no? That's fine.
It's time.
It's over. I think.
Is this the end?
Did I do it? I did it. Yo. This shit's easy.
Why persist in such folly?
Bro.
Honest work would see them die old in bed. Yet they choose instead.
Yeah, so we really are
this
just
early
fucking killing
grave.
them. I got a space. Fuck the no killing shit. Oh, thanks for Ramsa. The Phoenix down. Sheesh. It's one knife. 2 bullets, Zip Zip, Peach, Destiny, both directly to Zip Zip. Sorry, bro. Damn, bro.
Barbeneth Naelv, a
That's
great
fucked up
hero
for you to say,
who had
honestly.
attained the
But I understand.
distinguished title of Knight Gallant, approached the hour of his death.
Me personally, I put both bullets into you.
What news of the war?
The Order has struck a great blow. Limbri is ours once more. 'Tis but a matter of time ere
What
the
difficulty did you
Ordalians
choose when you started the
withdraw
game?
from
Yeah, I saw.
Seltenia. All goes as planned,
I've never
Lord
played this
Father.
shit before.
Be not troubled.
The envoy dispatched to treat with Advocate Lenario returned this night past. He has agreed to your proposal, Lord Father.
Good. Very good.
He's not father for.
Then the war will die with me.
Father.
What do you know about not father?
There now, Alma. Do you want my last memory to be of your tears?
Where is that Ramza? He should be here at your side.
Zalbag, Dystag, you are dear to me. But Ramza is no less so. Though he be not the issue of the womb that bore you, my sons, still my blood courses through his veins.
Like a bastard?
Watch after him.
Not a bastard, because he's bear child or some shit.
Lord Father!
You forget yourself, Ramza.
You have come.
You have come. Do not come.
Let me look upon your face once more.
Lord Father.
How long has it been? You've grown into a fine young man. I would hear of your studies. You've been at the academy since spring, is it? Hear me, Ramza. For generations, we Beowulfs have stood foremost of those who serve the crown. Ours is the soul of the night. Become a knight worthy of your name. Tolerate no injustice. Stray not from the true path. You will know the path you must walk. A Beowulf can walk no other.
I will not fail you, Father.
Your friend, Delita. He is a good boy. He is lowborn, but he can serve you well.
Lowborn.
I've made arrangements for him to enter the academy. You should have seen the look.
It's
on
just
the
like, even
headmaster's
before that?
face.
Don't forget when you get to the world map, check your character menu to give your character abilities. I
In
see.
the years ahead,
Right. To get them, like,
you
brought them
will
in shit.
need someone whom you can trust.
If they're fucking
You could do far worse than Delita.
As you say, Father.
This is just delete it, bro. Or delete it, won't do anything bad.
Show these brothers of yours
Do they know?
what it is. What it is to be a knight.
The music. You like that happy. Menu. Plus one one menu which following. It's your party members change movement abilities and so on. Inventory, check the items in your possession. Chronicle, learn about the world and story. For opening the menu units. Your party with weapons and armor, assign abilities. This section of the menu. Just set as favorite type. Favorite spirit at the top of the list. What are we doing? Yeah. Okay, yeah, what they just said. Thank you. How do I... And the menu.
Making preparations.
Your progress, let's save data, yes. Saving the progress. Save it. Okay, yeah, that will be. Ending that. I'm pretty fucking tired. 2 AM, I think. Ending stream. I'll probably stream again tomorrow. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Chilling, your boy Zip. All of you my Zippas. Out. Tomorrow, yeah. Alright. See you.